analysts as well that PL teams and Southeast Asia teams have very distinct play style.
Hey guys, what's up?
So
मेरी आवाज
I
आ रही
really
है?
want to see
We
like
are live.
how this kind of mix of play style do counter each other, or who has the better play style, or basically who will stand out at the end of the day because of how wonky the circle can
जय
be.
श्री
Even
राम
in
रेंजर
preseason
बीटीआर भाई
tournaments
क्या
as
हाल
well, the
चाल?
circles are still wonky. The last we saw, like the first time we saw a wonky circle was like during the PMWI, and the trend
Okay guys,
still
मैंने just
is
match खोला
going
है.
through. And
It's
I really want to see
PEL
like
versus
how,
C
like with this
teams का
kind
clash
of mix, like, how do they
WBG
adapt to the circle most importantly?
The bigger question
gap.
is what kind of circle
Mau
we're
Mau,
playing here. Is it
Ming,
PL
Scoop.
circle or is it
ये gap कौन
SEA
है?
circle?
Yeah, good
That's
question.
another question that everybody have to go through their minds. But for Weibo Gaming, gap. Trying to fill in the
Hello,
gaps
hello
by
guys.
themselves. Happen to be alone here. I'm not sure where are the
Oh,
other
voice.
two members. Quite spread out thin between themselves. Spot out Wolf.
मेरे को एक बार
players
voice बता
across
देना.
the map.
ये
Quite
mix ना हो
risky
रही हो.
from
Hello,
Wolf
hello.
himself here. He needs to
विष्णु
get out as
भाई,
soon as
देखो वो आ
possible.
गए आ
No
गए
more
भाई आ
chance
गए.
for
वेदांत भाई,
Upin
हेलो
trying to
हेलो
run
विष्णु
to
भाई.
cross the
बजी
street.
बज हेलो.
But
रेंजर
Wolf
आयान, राज
here,
कश्यप,
Wolf's
जय
players
श्री
will
राम,
definitely see
विश्वजीत
through.
भाई, बिश्नोई
And
भाई,
the fact that he does not
गैप
have
दाउशी.
any
ओके.
first
हेलो
aids,
भाई, हेलो हेलो.
man,
क्या
that's
चल रहा
going
है?
to be
टीटी
really tough.
रॉक बंदों ने
He probably
काफी
has
नाम
a
चेंज
good
कर लिया.
amount of
ड्रीमी, जय.
bandages, and that's about it. But
ये बहुत
if the circle
नाम इंग्लिश में अलग
closes
से लग
and
रहे
he
हैं
has
थोड़े
to swim
प्रोनाउंस करने
across,
में.
that's
थोड़ा मैं
not the
भूल भी गया
scenario
हूँ.
that you
गैप
want
भी
to
बहुत
be
आ
in.
गया था.
Oh, here comes the first contact again.
खाएगा
After
ये.
such
खाना ही था
a
भाई. इतना
very
ओपन जा रहा है
calm,
भाई.
long duration of pause just now. Pi start to rush into the high grounds there. Try to finish off the knockdown players. Sergej happen to be nearby as well. K1 spotted out by Smile.
ग्रैब हो जाना चाहिए. स्मोक पहले
Keep
करना
it
चाहिए. चलो
true
बढ़िया.
all down there.
नाइस.
Need to save 76
हेलो हेलो
first.
जतिन भाई, क्या हाल
Not much
चाल ब्रो?
covers for
बीजीआईएस का
himself,
टीम
got one
पीएमजीसी
smoke to
खेलेगा ब्रो?
use,
बता देना ब्रो.
another one
पता नहीं
maybe
है.
at
एनवी
back
क्यों नहीं
if
है भाई?
needed.
एनवी इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि उनको यार क्वालिफाई होना
Still
पड़ेगा
sorted
ना
up,
भाई.
while Thundertalk finally starts talking.
Oh, but the moment they cut across, they're being held back by Vampire Esports, waiting for them.
आपने यहाँ बैन के टाइम से
points at
इंटर्नशिप को
least.
फॉलो
One
किया
more
तो
to
टीम्स
go.
के बारे में डिटेल्स में इन्फो
And
देना.
that person, the other
ब्रो कौन सी
player
टीम
is
के
on the
बारे में
other
इन्फो
side.
मांग रहे
So
हो ब्रो?
Vampire
अगर आप
Esports not
कोरिया
able to secure the
इंडिया से
elimination
पूछ रहे हो
point
तो
yet, but that's okay.
मेजरली
They got two in the bag
एच
with
खेलने वाली
2
टीम्स है.
boxes to
प्लस
lose.
कोरिया की टीम्स को थोड़ा
Back
सा
to the
ड्रॉबैक भी
to
होने
the
वाला
blue
है
zone fights. We've seen
अकॉर्डिंग
this
टू मी,
before. Never
क्योंकि
ended up a
आई
happy
गेस
ever after.
पुरानी सेटिंग है.
Wei
जोन्स
Boming
मतलब जो
spot out.
फॉर्मेशंस है.
Remember, happy to be on the hunt
नाइस.
right now. Remember, don't really remember to check his corners on the left side.
Yeah. I mean, Ming was well prepared as well. Gotta give it to him. He has 4
Already saying
first aids, so he is ready to tank it out. But because of that shot, he opened up the opportunity to other members of Wolves to try to take him out instead. But I
देखो
would
भाई
say
S2G
that
क्यों नहीं
since
खेल
both
रही है ब्रो?
teams,
S2G
they're
को
still
डायरेक्टली
tanking
ग्रैंड
the blue
फाइनल्स
and
का
they're still
इनवाइट है. मेरे को
camera
पता नहीं यार
firing, it's
पीएमजीसी का
quite
ज्यादा.
a
आप बताओ,
lose-lose
आप लोग देख
situation
रहे
at
हो
the
ज्यादा.
moment.
That's kind of
हाँ,
true. But
कोरिया
at
की
least he got
टीम्स
himself
जो
3
इंडिया में खेलने
first
के लिए
aids
आ
for
रही है तो उसमें सीन
77
ऐसा है
pitch.
कि
Now
फर्स्टली
from
जो
the side of
सेटिंग्स है
Wolf
वो इंडिया वाली
Esports.
बीजेएमआई वाली
Down
होगी
to
जो
only 2
ओल्ड
players
सर्कल्स है.
left. With Artron
एंड
also
पॉइंट्स
happen
टेबल
to
भी
be
ओल्ड वालाने वाला है.
barely
एंड
alive
वो
down here. I'm
जितना
not
मुझे
sure he
पता है
got
अपने न्यू
any
पॉइंट टेबल
supplies
सिस्टम
from
पे खेल
L.
रहे हैं. देन
Quite close
ग्लोबल वाला
players
थिंग
in
हो
the
गया.
center.
प्रैक्टिस हो ग्लोबल
But
के लिए कर रहे हैं.
we do have Serge,
यहाँ पर अभी
Pi,
आएंगे
and
तो
K1
देखते हैं
around the
कैसा
corner.
खेलते हैं.
K1 so
देखने
spread
वाला
out,
रहेगा
so
सीन.
confident.
क्योंकि जब भी
Got the
कोई
firepower
स्क्रिम्स
down there.
होती है,
Oh
फॉर
yeah,
एन
they want
एग्जांपल जैसे
to
ये
check
रीजनल स्क्रिम्स हो
the
रही है,
best out
रीजनल
of
क्लैश हो
their
रहा है
parameters. They want to cover the
TNPL
most
का,
ground
तो यहाँ पे
from
टीम्स
wherever they
सिमिलर
are.
रहती है
But
थोड़ा
now
बहुत
that the
क्योंकि
circle
वो
have moved away,
प्रैक्टिस
I'm sure
करती
they
है,
will
लॉबी पे
move at some
खेलती है एक
point
दूसरे के
unless
साथ,
they
एंड
know
जोन
that someone's
सेटिंग्स वगैरह
behind them and they want
देखती
to
है,
stop them from
जोन
coming in.
स्पीड्स
That's
वगैरह, तो
absolutely
खेल
fine
खेल के
as well.
ट्राई करती है जो
Anyway,
एज
it's only
खेलने वाली
stage
टीम होती
3,
है, जो
so
जोन के
whatever
साथ
it
मूव
is,
करती है.
you can still tank it out. But
बट
speaking about
इन
tanking it
टर्म्स
out,
ऑफ अगर
so
आप कोरिया बोलो तो उनकी
Datwan
कोई ऐसी प्रैक्टिस
now
भी नहीं है
with
अभी. यहाँ का
one
जो जोन
first
मेटा,
aids and
जोन
probably
स्पीड
a
है,
couple of
एनीथिंग
bandages,
ETC.
still on the camera
लेट्स
off
सी,
island.
अप्रोच देखने वाला सीन रहेगा कोरिया
Scary.
का. बाकी आप कोरिया अगर
You
देख
know,
रहे हो,
you
आपको
can
क्या
tank
लग
it
रहा है,
out
कौन
if
सी
you've
टीम
got
अच्छा
first
खेलने
aids.
वाली है आपके अकॉर्डिंग? कमेंट करके
Bandages,
बताना.
maybe temporarily. Right now,
क्योंकि
they're
भाई यूरोपियन
running low with
चैंपियनशिप
their
भी वॉच पार्टी
resources
करो.
in.
बहुत
That's
यूरोपियन
not
में
a
भाई
good
बहुत
move.
रात हो जाएगा.
Any
करने
other
में कोई
team
इशू
have
नहीं
been
है, कर सकते हैं, बट रात हो
holding
जाएगा
their back
बहुत
all
ज्यादा.
the way into the blue zone, way deep into it. Now, all they need to do is just play
क्योंकि
time,
भाई व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग
which
विद
they
ब्लाइंड
cannot even afford to do
फाइनल्स?
so since they don't have enough
व्हाट
supplies.
वेंट रॉन्ग?
To run over to
अप्रोच.
cross for 77. Ming is waiting around that corner, so I think I have a
रॉन्ग
feeling both cautiously know that they know the information about each other right now.
क्योंकि वो
Is who's gonna
एफएफ
band
क्वालिफाई
over
होगी
first?
यूरोपियन
Who's
चैंपियनशिप
gonna
वाला.
not that way. I
Feel
mean, I
नहीं
see
पीलना है।
you start to
I shall not.
चलो
band
गाइस अब
their
आ जाओ मैच पे
willingness
देखते
to
हैं।
just
वैम्पायर
score the
देखते
ground,
गाइस
you know,
कैसा
just gonna
खेलती है,
go
लेट्स सी,
in and just
फिंगर
take a
क्रॉस्ड।
bit of a
हेलो
jab
गेम्स
and
भाई,
just
कैसे हो?
try
एंड
to,
गाइस जो भी
oh,
नए हो चैनल के
Empire,
अंदर,
you
मेक
gonna
श्योर टू हिट द
survive.
लाइक
Yeah,
एंड
just like
सब्सक्राइब
what
टू
Jay
द
is doing
चैनल।
right now, because
अगर
he
आप
is the
पुराने
Lone
सब्सक्राइबर हो,
Ranger
अनसब्सक्राइब करके
on
फिर से सब्सक्राइब करो,
Thunderdog
क्योंकि हमारे
Gaming
60K हो गए
and
थे, फिर से
Mob
60K हट गए,
GPX.
तो इसको फिर से
Indonesian
करना पड़ेगा।
squad is waiting for him at the high ground. They probably don't know that
S2G को
he's there
डायरेक्ट
yet
इनवाइट आ
because he's
चुका है
calling.
गाइस
But
ग्रैंड
anyway,
फाइनल्स
we're
का।
back onto the
ये
action.
मरना
But
ही था
Ming is
77,
at, and
पूरा
it's going to
इन्होंने
be a
WBG ने गेट कीप
straightforward
करा हुआ है
knock
डब्ल्यूज
for
का।
Ming to take out
WBG
one
सुक, यस
member
ब्रो,
of
WBG सुक भाई
Wolves,
तो पहले
and that
ही
would definitely be
जीवन
a
दान
point
दे
in the
दिया।
bag.
Right back,
दाकवान ने
Wolf.
एंगल बना लिया,
That's gonna
उतने
be the
में
last play that
जाएगा
one.
आगे जोन नॉक देके।
Trying to swim over across the other side.
इंडिया का
Surprisingly,
स्लॉट है क्या
he
PMGC? मेरे
loved
को
the
नहीं पता
water.
ब्रो
His
इस बारे
name
में।
is based on water as
लव यू
well.
होगी भाई, लव यू टू मेरी
I don't think
जान।
he can make it through. It's just a long swim here, and time's ticking, and time is not on his side here. Definitely going to be a tough one. Vampires waiting around the other corner.
बाकी
K1
PMGC में
finally
कौन कौन सी
start
टीम्स
to
है नहीं है बताओ
move
थोड़ा चैट के
and
अंदर, मुझे
start
तो
to
कुछ नहीं पता
reunite
क्योंकि मैंने PMGC का देखा ही नहीं है कुछ
across this compound.
कुछ
While
आइडिया
the
नहीं है।
others,
मैं तो अभी
Timber,
बस जस्ट खोली है स्ट्रीम, यहाँ भी नहीं पता
might
कौन
actually
कौन
try
सी
to
टीम्स
just
खेल रही है। अभी
push all the way
देखूंगा
into the center of the
किसके
circle.
क्या ड्रॉप्स है,
Surprisingly,
कहाँ
we've
से
actually
कैसे
looked at
खेलती है,
BL
सब
players. They're taking
सब वॉश्ड।
Raven at their backs all the time here.
Yeah, it reminds me
रोड टू
of
60K
how
अगेन
some of the
फॉर
South
द
Asian
थर्ड
teams
टाइम।
actually
यस
play. Like
भाई,
they really maximize
PMGC नो
their
स्लॉट
opportunity
मोस्टली, ऐसा है
in the
क्या?
blue before coming in, even locking out other teams as well. I see some form
यार
of
इस एक
similarity there
इनवाइटेड
in
स्लॉट
terms of
बचा है,
how
पता
they
नहीं किसको
play.
मिलेगा।
Or maybe
लेट्स
it's
सी।
just this map. We
वैसे
need a
नेपाल
few more
रीजन से
examples
नहीं
just
है
to see
स्लॉट
whether it's a
किसी भी
trend
टीम
or
को, क्या
whether
पता
it's just a
लगता है।
one-off thing. But I
बाकी
do
लेट्स सी।
agree that with what you said, they seem to like to base
नंबर
themselves
1
in the
टीम
blue.
इन द वर्ल्ड, नो डाउट गेम्स भाई,
And back to it, Zergo will
नो
pop
डाउट एट ऑल।
anytime soon. And I have a
यहाँ
feeling
पे भी
Pi
देखना,
and
अभी वैम्पायर
BTR
मस्त
have a
निकालेगी
huge
मैच।
chance to actually get this one out. It's quite
देखा
open, and
गाइस, हम
BTR
पहले ही
actually
बोल
won
देते
over
इस
for the
वैम्पायर मस्त
prediction.
निकालने वाली है।
While the other side, K1, kind of struggling against the
कौन
blue
से
side. I don't
रीजन
think
का
anybody's
बताओ,
shooting around
वैम्पायर
that
के पीछे
corner
दाच
because Serge
वो आ
and
रहा है,
Timber,
दाचवान,
nobody's open fire just yet. But
दाचवान।
Vampires, they
लो
do have a
गया,
clear path
दाचवान भी
getting
गया।
into it. Wolves, unfortunately,
बैक
Dartwan have to be
क्लियर।
bang out earlier than the rest of them. Here comes another skerfuffle.
Okay, here we go. Nade on to the other side.
फटेगा,
It's going to be
वो
K1
फटेगा।
versus
ये
10 bar. Two nades tossed out, but nobody's down just yet by K1. It's knocked down by the blue. Spent too much
दक्षिण
time
ईस्ट
on the
परसेंट डी
outside,
प्लस बढ़िया टीम
unfortunately,
है कि
and
भाई। आई
now
नो
they
ब्रो,
will be
आई नो
playing
दे
with
आर
a
गुड
handicap.
टीम। वैसे
PBC
DS एंड GDR का
Watch
बसड़ हो
out, we
सकता
want
है।
to shoot across that
प्लेइंग
smoke. It's
स्टाइल
gonna be a
थोड़ा सा
random
रोटेशन
bullet
वाइज
that will
जोन
be
के
hitting over the
अकॉर्डिंग
side of K1 if that
ऊपर नीचे
happens.
होगा, उनका क्लैश
Field
होगा
slowly closing
मेजरली।
in the gap, just
DS
going
एंड
in
GDR का
towards the direction of
अकॉर्डिंग टू द
Timber,
प्ले
but
स्टाइल्स
TEC have
जोन
been
एंट्रीज
visited
जो होती है
by another
के
team as
अकॉर्डिंग।
well. Sam 9, the team that you mentioned before. All our teams fighting against each other
हमारा तो
now.
Oh,
ऑलरेडी क्लैश ही
wow.
है,
Okay, let's see who
स्कूल
gets the right
अपार्टमेंट्स में भी और
prediction
कैंप
because it's
अल्फा
going to
में
be
भी।
3v3.
एक
So
एमटेक आती है
both teams
कैंप अल्फा पे,
on
एंड
the
स्कूल
same
अपार्टमेंट में
par.
आपको पता
As
ही
we
है
can see
DK
here,
डी
Sem
प्लस
9, they
का।
are charging across. And we have a UMP in hand of Sem 9. Kenny will shoot out. Deb will knock down one. Two more to go.
Kenny.
गलत।
Oh, big name by Sugi. This is one of the remarkable highlights coming up from the side of TEC, but Sugi,
Sam
you
9 ने
know
थोड़ा सा
how
गलत सीन कर
incredible
दिया
this
जो बंदा
player
नॉक हुआ।
is. Definitely delivers when he needs to. Mikael and the rest of Sem 9 being cornered into the compound, nowhere to pick out and try to hug the corners while TEC start to surround and wrapping around.
कहाँ पे Sam 9 प्रेशर बना दी थी TC के बंदे ने एक। ओ भाई भाई भाई, नाइस वन
TEC
TC
has the
भाई।
same pressure as well. Kenny will finish. And now it's going to be Deb. Can he pull off a big one here? It's going to be Suki with the nade into the building, but that nade will not connect.
TC
Suki
निकाल
hope to land
नहीं,
another
मुश्किल लग रहा है
big
मुझे। पीछे से मुझे
explosive
जे भी
nade
दिख रहा है,
down inside the side of Sem
फिर भी
9.
फाड़ दिया
but
Sam 9
Deb
ने।
return the favor. Here comes that trying to finish off the job with the DBS.
we go.
नाइस वन। ओह नाइस।
Finish off team.
जय मैंने बोला था ना, ये जय सॉरी जय, यहाँ पे इसने नाम अपना जय रख दिया। जय ने गेम खराब करना था, कर दिया दोनों का। बट नाइस प्लेड यार TC। Sam 9 भाई मैन एडवांटेज, इतना एडवांटेज होके भी एक नॉक देके प्रेशर ले लिया। फालतू का मार रुका है, उसको प्रिडिक्टेबल है कि बंदा वहां पर, उसने नेड पहले ही पुल कर दिया। उतने में जितने में उसको लगा नेड आएगा पीछे जाने लगा, उतने में फाड़ दिया उसको, या चढ़ ही जाता।
Oh well.
It's the one is going to be the sideline is winning over that one. A BTR back to its run and gun and hunting down.
भाई
people.
WBG है,
BTR
हाँ है
sitting
भाई
this
मेरे को। 3
quiet
स्लॉट
anymore.
लेफ्ट,
They've
1
got
फॉर फाइनल्स, 2
zero
फॉर लीग। ओके
eliminations.
भाई,
Just
2
shows
इनवाइटेड स्लॉट
they've been
रिमेनिंग। लेट्स सी ब्रो क्या
observing
होता है।
all this time.
भाई नेपाल का
Oh,
अंश
but
जानता
speaking
होगा,
about
उसने कहा है
observing,
2
Jay
स्लॉट फॉर
observed the
इंडिया, 1
blue
फॉर
too
फाइनल, 1
long.
फॉर ग्रुप
Got
ग्रीन।
eliminated
ओके
at number 8, but it's
Oh,
still
there is
5
no slot
elimination
for
points.
bro. I don't know
Not too
about the
champion, I must
spotting
say,
and all.
considering that
मुझे
he
नहीं
played
पता क्या
majority
scene है
of the
क्या नहीं
round
है.
alone. Now
एंटी
for
सुकी.
the Indonesian teams, I noticed that a lot of them are still in this game. We got Prestige EVOS,
तो गाइस अगर आप इस
BTR,
चैनल के अंदर
Mob
नए हो तो
GPX
लाइक
as
एंड
well.
सब्सक्राइब.
So now we have 3 Indonesian teams and looks like a good probability for them to get the chicken dinner.
And Vampires, on the other hand, not that patient anymore. They're not going to sit and wait and observe. I did
Full man
talk
strong
about
Vampire
the
once again.
predictions from the Chinese casters, which are going to be, yeah, he actually predicted it's going to be Vampires.
Run
Yeah,
Claw,
to get
Tony
this one
K,
out.
Sweep. क्या बोलते हैं
Because
इसको?
maybe
Flip.
on the side of team PL, they're going to be down playing for a bit just to, you know, prepare themselves for Pmgc possibly. Not going to give out all
Bro,
the trump cards
अजय
very
है
early
उसका
on.
नेम
But for
इंग्लिश
Vampires,
ट्रांसलेशन
it's pretty
करने पे.
much
ओके.
also like sort of a warming
अजय वहाँ पे
warm-up
प्रोनाउंस करते हैं.
game
अजय यहाँ पे
towards
अरे
the
थोड़ा
next
बहुत
stage.
फर्क
But
पड़ने
Morph
वाला है नाम
approaching
प्रोनाउंसिएशन
towards
में
the
रियल में.
Vampires on the high grounds. Boo-boo-hoo, as per usual, taking the front line.
Yeah, Vampire Esports, they had a good entry earlier on from the high ground just outside boot
एक
camp,
पटेगा.
but now they have Mob
पटना चाहिए.
GPX.
यस पटा.
Stone knockdown,
वैम्पायर को पता है यहाँ पे
beautifully
बंदा
done
है.
by Boo Boo Hoo.
Perfect trajectory,
Nice.
but next is going to be Straps. He's down to the last HP. You don't want to be there, brother. But back to the side of Bibu, he wants to finish things off. But
एक और
problem is the
फटेगा.
block
मेरे को ऐसा
in
फील आ
between
रहा है.
them.
Oh,
He got return favor by the side of Tony K. What a
Raven Claw के angle में आ रहा भाई.
remarkable drop just now.
And Tony K is not done.
Nice
The
one.
second nade will finish off Boo Boo Hoo. They're looking for more now. Tony K now trying to find the next target. But Cleon from the other side will not.
Nice one. Raven bro, but on
counterfire.
pressure.
And that is the
Gaya.
counterfire beautifully done by Vampires. So now Tony K is just too low.
Anti.
Will be there to finish up the job.
Oh man, Tony K really tried to sift through such a remarkable, hard and challenging fight against them. But Rocky made
Look
it
सर
out
अब
with a DBS by
अपडेटेड
the
ही
end of the
हूँ
day. But
अगर
back towards
कोई
the
इंडिया
side
से
of
स्लॉट
North,
नहीं मिला तो
they need to
TN में डेड
revive their
लूँ.
teammate. We're down to 4 teams. Like you mentioned before, the Indonesian team seems to like really started all the
BTR में
rotation
कौन
for
खेल
all
रहे
the
हैं?
teams
जैनफोर्स
and
ठीक है
play
पता है.
as quiet early on. And now
ये
this
कौन
is
है?
where they start to get
BTR
aggressive.
का लाइनअप फिर
Oh,
से चेंज हो गया.
yeah.
जैनफोर्स
Out
नहीं
of the
हटता
top
जो भी
four,
लाइनअप
3 of
चेंज
them
हो
from
पाए. ईगल.
Indonesia. And now Eagle goes down to Zuxi. Smile is on the other
Nice.
side, trying to take down the members of Pasija. Evos for Smile being shot at as well. From afar, has to back out. Red face comes in, closes the gap, tries to take him out.
Right, face. Try to take a bit of a jab to the side of Pi.
और एक
Smile,
लीग स्टेज में
Pi
ब्रो इनवाइट्स
actually
वगैरह आई
down,
डोंट नो.
Leaving only one last player, the rest of them still being knocked. There's no
Pi
way
भी
to go,
गई.
being eliminated next. All top 3 coming out from the Indonesian side.
Indonesia
बताओ किसका
gonna
चिकन है
swoop
गाइस.
his head
लेट्स गो.
and
कमेंट के
will
अंदर आ
get the
जाओ
first
पुरानी
chicken.
जनता.
We even have the rivalry between Bigtron Red Villains as well as Pasija.
What happened to Paraboy? कुछ नहीं. Paraboy अपना एशियन गेम्स में था. गोल्ड मेडल लाया आई गेस. है ना. Paraboy गोल्ड मेडल लाया.
Pasija Evos needs to get into the circle and they will face off with their arch rivals BTR.
Morph seems to be at disadvantage with the numbers, yeah. But if they're being tricky enough, they're being sneaky, it's going to be a doable, winnable for them. Back to the side of BTR, Boyche trying to find any sort of a leeway to get into bridge towards the fortress of Pasija Evos. But he guarded over all corners right now, but they don't have the time. The clock's ticking here. Blues start to eat them out alive. As Boychill trying to fight against the blue. He doesn't have any first aid. It chugged down half of his HP without any effort being put out just yet. Pasija Evos relayed information. They're ready to take it up the fight with Misery already prepped up his nade. But here comes from Boychill. Toss a 1. Didn't clip. Didn't connect.
Oh,
अच्छा
here we
nade
go.
आई
Voices
है.
still has
गया.
another nade, but he switches to his M4 instead. Zuxi, with the high ground advantage, knows that they're right below him. Mob GPX is going to stay out of this fight for now. They'll wait for the right moment before coming in. But on the minimap, we can see clearly that BTR and Pasija Evos is spacing off each other. Mob GPX, they might come in as a third party.
Watch still trying to decide what more being spotted out. They might be wiped off clean here. While Cleon trying to hold this there alive. Rat face giving such pressure. Same goes for the side of Zuxi. BTR. Boychill barely find any loophole on top of this strategy. But Boychill going around
Game for
the other
peace
corner,
watching is
trying
huge.
to get
ये
on
तो
an
clashes of
off-angle,
titans है bro.
Trying to bridge into the
Yes, bro,
formation.
yes.
But Lapa taking advantage of Pasija Evos when they're trying to figure things out. Satar cornered up. Pasija Evos surrounded all around for the side of this side of a map, which the circle just moved. Zuxi going in with the DBS. Can he finish things off?
Zuxi, can he? Yes, he will. With the help of his teammate, but Lapa is going to come in from the other side. Knocking one down. Looks like BTR. They have the upper hand now. One more to go.
Yeah.
Lapa with an aided hand. He was also on the other side, but Misery evaded it.
Lampard just gonna hold his ground, defend as long as possible with his DBS and rifles. He barely got it. No!
Nice one, BTR.
Secures the first win in the first day of this PMRC.
Man, that was a hot ending, I must say. Megatron Red Villains, with their new coaching staff, by the way, looks like they secured the first chicken dinner, and it happened to be against their arch rivals, Pmgc Evos.
Oh, back to the basics, the same, back to the local game. Because it's going to be against each other again for the sort of Indonesian teams. BTR, what a remarkable play. We have a lot of highlights in the first map just now, including those nades being tossed around by the teams out there. They're being eliminated quite early on, but BTR...
भाई BTR ने चिकन निकाल दिया यार. Nice one, guys. जो भी नए लोगों चैनल के अंदर like and subscribe.
Just being fruitful for them.
Yeah, and they had to manage Morph GPX as well as Pmgc Evos at the same time. So it's not like a 4v4. No,
Bro, Sky आज blind इसलिए नहीं खेल रही है क्योंकि उनकी तबीयत खराब है, थोड़ा सिक है, मतलब मल्टीपल प्लेयर्स. अन्य बहुत ज़्यादा बीमार है, कोल्ड फीवर, मतलब मानने से तो बोला भी नहीं जा रहा है. एंड नकुल का भी सेम है, उसको फीवर आया हुआ है. एंड रॉनी का भी इशू है, तो वो आज डॉक्टर के पास गया है. तो यही सीन है भाई. आई गेस एस्पॉल भी बीमार है, उसने भी दवाई ले रखी है. सो सारे ही प्लेयर बीमार है. एंड स्काई में पूछा था तो उन्होंने बोला है कि आप और प्लेयर नहीं खिला सकते हो, तो प्लेयर्स खेलने के लिए है ही नहीं, समझ रहे हो, वैली नहीं है. सो इस वजह से आज नहीं खेल रहे.
It is the first game, you know. Everyone's like, okay, I get to know you, you get to know me. You know, it's like a first date thingy. Then you make your move maybe by the second or third date.
Boot camp हो या नहीं bro, boot camp नहीं है, घर पे ही है.
But
ये reason है guys.
That is probably a slight preview of what might happen in the following round.
And surprisingly, it's not what we expected it to be for Sunhawk. It wasn't as bombastic.
यूई के इवेंट पे खेल सकते हैं, जैसे अगर लाइक थोड़ा सा भी ठीक रहता है, क्योंकि अभी रेस्ट कर रहे हैं, अभी सारे दवाई लेके सोए होंगे मोस्टली.
So I mean, even drop spot wise, a lot of teams have to be changing.
Yes, so that will make drop spots becoming.
अरे भाई क्या बोल रहे हो भाई?
So what will happen in Irango coming up next? What will happen?
योगी PMGC कब है? PMGC next month 2 तारीख से है, 2-3 तारीख से.
Stay tuned for our analyst segment because they're going to break down what will happen.
PGMI में जोन अपडेट नहीं आएगा क्या? अर्पित भाई नहीं पता इस बारे में, मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है. सुख सर फाइनल में 3 टीम डायरेक्टली क्वालीफाई होती है, एक चाइनीज एक होस्ट एक इंडियन की. लास्ट ईयर जीसी में ब्रो देखते हैं सौरभ भाई क्या सीन होता है.
goes to Megatron Red Villains, as we said.
इंडियन स्लॉट नहीं है PMG ब्रो, आई डोंट नो अबाउट द स्लॉटिंग एंड थिंग्स. है कि नहीं है, क्या सीन है क्या नहीं, आई रियली डोंट नो.
Good for BTR, engaging the fights very well at the end there by pushing all of the Pmgc Evos players at the edge of the circle, and they won it fair and square.
Yeah, and I've been observing how each respective region have been playing throughout the course of that battle inside of Sadok. You can clearly tell that PL,
why not watch
sort of game
PL
plan
POV?
where hoping to stall it out.
PL POV देख लेंगे ब्रो.
On the outskirts,
अब बिजी था मैं कहीं और, बट अभी जैसे फ्री होऊंगा देख लूंगा. कब होगा इंडिया में 10 प्लेस में? I don't know bro.
They don't really have enough resources to go for
देखते हैं भाई क्या सीन होता है.
I will look at the side of Southeast Asia teams. They just basically are so good at infiltrating buildings, very good at all these quick reactions when it comes down to overtaking. One such good example, Morph GPX, that battle against Vampire Esports was spectacular. That sends them to the top.
दो बड़े इवेंट्स जीतने के बाद S2
Keeping
would
us
be
up to
the
speed with the match
highest
ranking,
paid player. Yes bro,
in 18
deserved
points
it.
in the
दो
first match just
मेजर
now,
भाई, मतलब
followed
2
by
महीने में
Morph
2
GPX
मेजर.
with 10 points,
PGMS
Pmgc Evos 9
again
points,
TV event
Vampire
majors,
Esports 8 points.
बड़ा
And
लैन 1 महीने का
all
एंड
of the
सेकंड
teams here can say
BGIS.
that
बहुत बहुत बढ़िया भाई,
they
उन्होंने
get their
मेंटालिटी बहुत स्ट्रांग
points
कर रखी है.
on the overall ranking, so it's a
Like,
good start for them.
की
But
mentality
we've seen a lot of early
fearless
fights happening
एंड
around
क्रिस्टल
Hati,
क्लियर है, जो दिखता है
Cave,
मतलब
and
करंटली टाइम पे वही है
at the
कि
high ground of
जब
Camp
बड़े
Alpha,
स्टेजेस के
where
मैचेस होती है तो
Target Talk
मेंटालिटी
Gaming and
एंड
Alter
अप्रोच
Ego
लाइक
was
जैसे वो थे वो वैसे ही
battling
खेले.
up there, and
एंड लाइक वो
definitely
बहुत बड़ा
Target Talk
इम्पैक्ट रहता है
Gaming
उसका.
eliminated Alter Ego pretty
तो
well.
लाइक
Yeah,
एक प्लेयर
it's
अगर
just,
उनका
quite a
नहीं भी
sad
चल रहा था,
story coming
दूसरा
from
प्लेयर था
Target
वहाँ
Talk
पे
that they
उस
bit
चीज
too
को
much more
संभालने
than
के लिए, वो भी
can
बहुत एक
chew
बड़ी अच्छी चीज.
around like stage 3 as well as 4. But
नाइस
for
प्लेड GDR एंड
BTR,
डेस्ट्रो भाई.
Genfos is just basically showing
डेस्ट्रो
how
भाई
it's done. The
डेस्ट्रो भाई
target
से
of
शायद मैं
Megatron
पहले
Red
दूसरे
Villains
तीसरे
were
दिन मतलब
controlling
मिलते
that
थे.
middle section
डेस्ट्रो
in
भाई एक ही
between
बात
that
बोलते थे,
blue
अपना
cap
बैच
area
देंगे, अपना
and
बैच
the
देना है, दैट्स
forest
इट.
heading outwards you know,
India,
separated towards the
Ayogi, what
cage side
happened
as
in
well. So
BJS? We
you
hope
can
we
see
will be
that they've got
champions.
the
Yes,
formation
bro.
down,
Hope for
and
the
all
best
they
for
have
the
to do
next
is
event.
just
पर इंडिया
execute.
का मार्केट
By the
अलग
time we reach
है
stage
और
7
ऐसे का
onwards,
अलग है
you still have all four of
में.
the players basically controlling each side of the map so well. So it
His
makes things
salary
so
would be
difficult
more
for
than
all the
5.
rest of
Bro,
it.
अर्पित
Gen
भाई
4
पता नहीं यार,
definitely
मुझे
put
नहीं
on the
पता
show.
सैलरी एंड थिंग
Yep,
के
and
बारे
for
में.
the
आप
damage
बेस्ट वाई
leaders,
से
we
पूछना.
have AJ
बेस्ट वाई भी
at the
लाइव
number
आएंगे,
one
वो
spot
आपको
with
अच्छे से बता सकते हैं.
567 damage coming out from him, followed by Dap
बट
from
ऑब्वियसली
79,
होना चाहिए
561, and
सैलरी
we have
अच्छा
to
खासा उनका.
give credit to
आफ्टर 2
79 by
मेजर
taking
इवेंट्स
the
तो बनता है
compound
भाई.
fight 3v4 situation.
हेलो,
But
हाउ
they
आर यू?
ran
आई
it
एम गुड.
very well, but at the end of the fight,
आई
they
एम
got
गुड.
third
हाउ आर
party
you?
and they were eliminated quite early.
That was by AJ, by the way. So great work coming in from all the players so far. But despite some of all these PL
डैमेज
teams
लीडर
dying out
बोर्ड
early, you can
अजय.
see the
अजय
tremendous
भाई, इसका
numbers
नाम ही
that they
चेंज
can
होगा.
actually
अजय से
offer.
अजय.
Same could also be said about
अजय.
Sersha. We didn't see them in the top 4 as
अजय ये
well.
तो
But
इंडियन
this
नेम
is
हो
just
गया.
the
अजय.
first round. I believe that
अजय.
when it comes down to bigger maps like your Arangel
Daniel
as well
Sinister
as
बांग्लादेश
Pmrc,
प्लेयर है. सुरो आई
that's
नो यार.
where teams like
स्टार्टिंग में
Thunderclock actually
सिनिस्टर को
shine
ही देखा है.
Yeah,
brightest.
we have to emphasize
PMPL
how
सीजन
PL teams are taking this
1 और 2 I
rotations
guess.
onto bigger maps later on because
PMGC भी तो खेला था.
Erangel
सिनिस्टर
and
भी था
Rihanna is
उसमें तो.
coming up, and starting from Sanho, they already played on the
Season
outskirts
0.
of the circle, and we can see that maybe the same pattern would happen in the bigger maps because they mainly focus on their
BGMI
firepower,
players
on their
no
rotation, and
no
the positioning of the players. Would you
अरे
feel
भाई,
it
ऐसा
would be
तो
the
कुछ
same thing
नहीं
all
है.
over again for PL team?
I feel like
कुछ
perhaps
नहीं है
there
जैसा
is
आप
just
सोच रहे हो
very
या बोल
slight
रहे हो.
difference of adjustments when it comes down to how they play out because in the early game we did see some contests going on, especially that lockout phase when we were just staring down at hot team with
तुम लोग
3 to
कुछ नहीं
4
होता
teams
ब्रो.
kind of don't
जब
know
आप
what's the
बैटलफील्ड पे
best
जाते हो
course
ना,
of action inside of
आपको पता
Erangel.
लगता है
I
क्या
feel like we
चीजें
won't
होती है,
see
कैसी
as
होती
much
है.
of all
Toughness
these
and all.
sort of hot drops going on or teams sharing too many spaces because it's going to be a
ऐसे
lot
आप
more
किसी को
open
नहीं बोल
spacing
सकते कुछ.
unless if, you know, the fight path just skews like the corners of the map,
समझे?
which most likely wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it was a crazy
नहीं
rumble
समझे.
happening around Hatin just now. Includes teams such as FaZe, Weibo Gaming, and Wolves. But then we can see that Weibo Gaming, they weren't that interested to join the fight after FaZe got eliminated. But then they put out a roadblock on the exit.
2 मिनट को लॉग इन कर रहा हूँ. अभी मैच स्टार्ट होगा सेकंड.
Just taken down one by one, and it's ruining their rotation as well as Weibo Gaming as well. I don't see where's the point of them taking the fight like so late in the game.
Yeah, and not only about the fights, I felt like even after the fights, it felt like they didn't really go in to make a quick decision in terms of the rotation. I feel that was what costed some of all these PL teams not to advance too late into that previous round, whereas majority of the time, you can see that the moment that the C teams finish up the fight, it's always go time. You're already set up the next checkpoint. So I think like this is something that they will need to adjust to the pace of SEA instead. So maybe in this bigger area of play, hopefully without any areas of water of play, then they should be able to do just fine. They can take their sweet time, take those sweet battles because you can see how clean PL take those fights.
हाँ जी, गो रोजमेरी विनर प्रेडिक्शन. देखो ब्रो, अभी तो मैं जस्ट स्टार्ट ही कर रहा है. देखना क्या सीन होता है क्या नहीं है. हेलो, हाउ आर यू? एकदम गुड, एकदम बढ़िया. तो खाली स्लॉट है लीग का ब्रो. छोड़ दो स्लॉट का, जिसको मिलना होगा मिल जाएगा. गो सी गो रोजमेरी. आएगी ब्रो ओपिनियन अबाउट कोरियन टीम्स इन इंडिया. दिस इज कोरिया. आई डोंट नो ब्रो. अप्रोच देखो क्या होता है उनका. आई एम सपोर्टिंग यू फ्रॉम YouTube के सब्सक्राइब फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश. थैंक यू सो मच भाई. सुपर छप्पीस लॉजिकल बात करता है. क्या लिख रहे हो भाई? कौन क्या क्या लिख रहा है चीजें यार? चैट के अंदर क्या चल रहा है? मॉडरेटर अगर कोई अवेलेबल है तो प्लीज देखो यार. I don't know ये चैनल मॉडरेटर है कि नहीं है. Let me check.
Quite a significant work inside of this map.
Yeah, true. We have BTR with total eliminations 8 and Team Pi. They got 3 in the game just
अपना ही
now.
चैनल
Total
मॉडरेटर नहीं है भाई. 2 मिनट रुको
obviously
गाइस.
on the side of BTR and regional contribution way more towards the BTR side
अरे
with
हट जा.
32.7%. This is mainly because they are focused to be in the center of circle and they decided well.
Also guys, लाइक कर दो
to
सारे के सारे. 72
approach
लाइक है.
which
जल्दी से
fight
उसको
first.
100 लाइक कर
They
दो
know
जो भी लोग देख
which
रहे हो.
team to be eliminated earlier on and which team to be focused on, and this is the best recipe for them to get a ticket. Winner ticket for first team.
Yeah, and always knowing how to basically pick the fights definitely will have
तो
a
chat
very
के अंदर
heavy
मत
weight on
लड़ो
how
यार.
things will
मैं
turn out
टाइम
by the
आउट
middle. And
दूंगा.
how BTR handled that was to slowly choke out the rest of Precision Evos. They dealt with more GPX first, and they already know, okay, we got the numbers advantage, and we already got the area advantage. The control that BTR has was just immaculate.
Yeah, apart from that, talking about more GPX, how they approach a team fight with Vampire
पहले
Esports,
तो
they're on the lower ground
इसको टाइम
side
आउट
of
मिलेगा.
the
Put
high
this on
ground.
time
But
out.
then they managed to secure the first
1 minute.
knockdown towards a player from Vampire Esports, and that is the start that they need to eliminate Vampire Esports coming into them, going
फाइनली
into the
इन्फिनिट
circle,
2 जी
and
किस टीम से खेलेगा प्लीज
sadly, just
रिप्लाई
sadly
पता
for
नहीं
them,
ब्रो किस टीम
they
से
got
खेलेगा
eliminated
नूजी
by
तो यार
third party
वैम्पायर में
from
था ना
their
वैम्पायर
side.
छोड़ दी क्या
Yeah,
नूजी
it
ने
Secure the first knockdown towards
हेलो
a player from Vampire Esports, and that is the start that they need to eliminate Vampire Esports coming into them, going into the
पासवर्ड मिल गया
circle,
होगी भाई
and
को यस ब्रो पासवर्ड
sadly,
मिल
just
गया
sadly
आज
for
ही
them,
रिमेम्बर
they
हुआ
got
पासवर्ड और
eliminated
आज
by
जैसे
third party from their side.
पासवर्ड याद आया
Yeah,
हम
it
आ
was
गए
such a
वापस
close call though. Like I think like in that split second between the fight of Morph GPX as well as Vampire Esports, it almost could have actually been Tony K that could walk out of it if there was no pressure from the side of the blue zone as well. So I guess like that's all that we do have for Sanok. I believe we're ready for next round.
Yep, we're ready for match 2, and without further ado, we'll give the mic back to Chuchu and Sir Cloud. Let's go.
I never use your mic, by the way. I use my own mic. But it's okay if you want to give your mic, it works too. But yeah, speaking of Sunhawk, I was a bit let down. The fact that it's a bit slower than it's supposed to do.
Well, like what you say.
आओ गाइस थोड़ा चैट के अंदर बातचीत करो यार कुछ है पूछो पीएमजीसी ईटीसी बताओ क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है ईटीसी ईटीसी एवरीथिंग लेट्स गो थोड़ा चैट को थोड़ा सा जल्दी घुमाओ बोरिंग कर रखा है तुमने सीन यार आओ आओ आओ
I mean, like, that's pretty
लेट्स गो
straightforward, isn't it? But speaking of the first map just now,
क्या कर रहे हो
where
भाई
Sunhawk
इतना
says,
बोरिंग क्यों
"Hey,
भाई
I mean,
इतना
come
बोरिंग
on,
क्यों
guys, I do want it to be
एगी
about
ब्रो
50-50,
हाउ
and
इज
actually
स्ट्रीमलाइन
more
करंट
interesting to
परफॉर्मेंस
watch it till the end,
तो
but we do know how
करंट
PL
परफॉर्मेंस
players, how aggressive they can get if they
इतना सही
want
नहीं
to.
था
I mean, yeah, they do
अगर
have
सही
the
होता
track
तो
record,
बीजीआईएस
right? So,
जीत
not
गए
gonna lie,
होते
it's very hard to deny the track record.
कोई ना ब्रो
But speaking of track records, you are sticking with track
बहुत सारी
records.
लर्निंग्स
I'm surprised. I mean, I
सीखने को
gave
मिली
them
चीजें
up, but yeah. But
आगे
no,
उस
I
पे
thought
वर्क
it's gonna be
करेंगे अच्छे
K1
से
this one, but yeah.
आएगी ब्रो
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna stick with the
आगे भाई
champions.
पीएमजीसी स्लॉट मिलेगा क्या इंडिया को
Give them the honors, the red carpet.
पता नहीं भाई लाइव का नोटिफिकेशन क्यों नहीं आया आई डोंट नो क्लॉक गेमिंग एक बार सब्सक्राइब लाइक कर लो फिर से क्या पता आ जाए
Until AJ had to come in from behind and just wreck
You
everyone.
know, it's actually kind of funny that you go for something that's supposed to be orange on your side, but yeah, I'm wearing a TEC supposed to be red, but you're wearing red instead. So it's gonna be reverse.
लॉन्ग टाइम है ब्रो यस ब्रो लॉन्ग टाइम धीरे धीरे आएंगे वापस यार पीएमजीसी करेंगे ब्लाइंड का क्या सीन चल रहा है अभी कुछ सीन नहीं चल रहा भाई स्काई चल रहा है यूही चल रहा है वहाँ पे खेलना है बस अभी प्लेयर थोड़े मतलब बीमार है थोड़े से सीख के तो आज नहीं खेला है स्काई किसी ने पूछा भी था तो अभी जैसे ही ठीक होंगे थोड़ा सा रेस्ट पे हैं तो उसके बाद खेलना स्टार्ट करेंगे और कुछ
That's the whole point, right? Expected, unexpected. But what I really want to see is that we always talk about like Pachinki, right?
Yeah,
Whether-
Pachinki. We do have Pachinki.
Whether Pachinki will be a area of contention.
So far, it's just Wolves.
VP and WPG both are in same group. Okay, Ayugi bro, are you guys ready for India versus Korea? Yes, 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 guys, we are ready for India versus Korea. For sure, we are ready. Comeback needed. होगा Glock Gaming by comeback होगा. Just wait and watch. स्टार्ट कब हो रहा है हो गया ब्रो मैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है सेकंड मैच है ये एंगल आपकी स्क्रीन पे बिलीव इन ब्लाइंड यस यस ब्रो हेलो यू हेलो हेलो अयोगी ब्रदर हेलो हेलो भाई क्या हाल चाल चलो भाई एंगल आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग टाइम मैं किसी ग्लोबल टीम का एंगल देख रहा हूँ बहुत लंबे टाइम आई डोंट नो कौन सी टीम कहाँ जाने वाली है गाइस कमेंट पे बताओ कौन सी टीम कहाँ पे ड्रॉप आउट होगी किस टीम का क्या ड्रॉप है don't lose scores without any loss of wicket Australia आई होप से ब्लाइंड से होगा ब्रो होगा टेंशन ना लो just believe in blind
South Joggle ball. That's going to be their usual second drop spot down there. But we do have early drop as well for the other teams who will be taking Zaki. Sees the flight path starting on from the north.
LGD अपनी ड्रॉप पे जाएगी जॉर्जियो सिटी WBG न्यू ड्रॉप ले रही है क्या नाइस WBG स्कूल अपार्टमेंट्स नहीं जा रही क्या गाइस हेलो व्हाई SSC बेटर देन एस पावर खेलेगा यस एस पावर खेलेगा हैं वीपी
I don't see them yet, but we'll probably get a visual later on.
एलजीडी का मानता हूँ, फेस का भी मानता हूँ, यहाँ पे क्लैश होगा, बट डब्ल्यूबीजी और वेम्पायर का क्लैश, ये क्या चल रहा है? ड्रॉप चेंज हो गए क्या? Multiple fights ongoing.
Redeem himself for the entire team, but they barely got enough. It's not going to be enough gears at all. No gears, and barely got enough bullets. Punch. Go for the punch, go for the brawl.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if they have the opportunity, they'll take it. But they have to
Yes
make
bro,
sure that
आदित्यन भाई,
they
होगा
release
टेंशन ना लो.
players not because he still has a micro Uzi.
लीग में
So
एक
right
तो
now,
इंडिया को
FaZe
मिलेगा शायद,
Clan
पता नहीं
on
ब्रो.
the roll, another knockdown. Blessing taken out. 2 more to go for FaZe Clan.
Now, FaZe, they know this like the back of their hand. They know exactly where to find those loot. They have more guns and
भाई वुल्स की भी फाइट होगी. कहाँ कहाँ पे क्या क्या फाइट चल रही है ये?
Oh man, it's down to only the last one. They try to find
फेस ने तो घुस के भाई घुस के ले लिया एलजीडी को पूरा. Oh my god, बीटीआर का अलग. अच्छा, बीटीआर और टीएनबा तो बनता है भाई. बीटीआर और टीएनबा भी बनता है यहाँ पे फाइट होना. तो ग्लोबल पे एक रूल था, आई थिंक टीएनबा का रूल था, पता नहीं किसी एक ग्लोबल टीम का रूल था. जब पीएमजीसी की स्क्रिम्स होती थी तो वहां पे ऐसा सीन था कि बेस्ट ऑफ होता था, बेस्ट ऑफ 3 और बेस्ट ऑफ 5 मिल्टा के लिए. समझ लो ग्लोबल पे, जैसे समझ लो पीएमजीसी पे 2 टीम किसी रीजन का क्लैश हो रहा है, मिल्टा ड्रॉप है, तो स्क्रिम्स में क्या करते थे, बेस्ट ऑफ 5 और बेस्ट ऑफ 3 करते थे. ड्रॉप फाइट लेंगे 5 मैच में या 3 मैच में. समझ लो 3 में से जो 2 मैचेस जीता तो उसका मिल्टा हो जाएगा, फिर उस टीम को बैक ऑफ करना पड़ता था. तो ऐसा भी करती है ग्लोबल पे टीम्स, मतलब बोल देती है बेस्ट ऑफ 3 कर लो, बेस्ट ऑफ 5 कर लो. क्या पता ग्लोबल पे अगर दोनों टीम्स क्वालिफाई है तो बेस्ट ऑफ तो नहीं चल रहा है इनका. क्या पता ग्लोबल पे कोई टीम छोड़ दे, ये जो वो ज्यादा जीते वो यहाँ पे रह जाए. ब्रो योर फेवरेट ग्लोबली? यार अभी के टाइम पे तो वेम्पायर है नो डाउट, बट मेरे को अल्फा 7 काफी अच्छी टीम लगती है. बट अभी सुनने में आया ब्राजील में अभी लूप्स ने अच्छा खेला है, काफी ज्यादा बढ़िया जोन. मेरे को डब्ल्यूबीजी का समझ नहीं आया, वेम्पायर इन्होंने क्या ड्रॉप चेंज कर लिया. वेम्पायर वैसे जार की जाती थी इस फ्लाइट पाथ के अकॉर्डिंग, ओल्ड सीनारियो में. टीएनबा टीईसी है, M9 के बंदे.
all advantage
Nice
of the
one.
Wolf GPX now. They can pretty much chill until everyone comes to them. I'm looking at the movement of Sem9 as well. They will be the next team to move up.
हेलो, एक मेरा फेवरेट टीम फ्रॉम ग्लोबली. बताया ब्रो, बताया मैंने.
Old Sem9 lineup. With the new Sem9 lineup, it's obviously a total revamp, but they still made their way up north, so that's good for Sem9.
FaZe and LGD बहुत बढ़िया.
He popped up. I believe that was a smoke, and that should give FaZe Clan some sort of a clue that he's there.
Maybe he's just trying to bait out any shots from FaZe to know exactly where they at, just to give himself some intel before he starts to think about his next move here. And FaZe
सुख ने ओल्ड ड्रॉप लिया है 4M वाला. अच्छा, वो प्रैक्टिस इसी ड्रॉप से कर रहा है क्या सुख?
They spotted out that smoke, but Timber, why did he been cornered out all the way, push back the side of BTR? But if they're not being careful for BTR, look at the position of Timber players. It might actually be boxed in without their realizing. But CC is fighting back. LGD, that one player, managed to knock on one.
Oh, looks like he's not going to go down without a fight, but he's about 40% of health left. He has a first aid though, so just need to buy time for himself. At the same time, YTD, our little brother here,
वैसे एक चीज है, नॉट जॉर्जो जॉर्जो ये चैंपियंस के ड्रॉप होते हैं हर एक रीजन पे.
It's going to be a Nate being tossed in a very small vent up there. Lapar barely got any helmet. When we try to pick out, it's going to be a gunshot straight in his face. Definitely going to be a knockdown on that. Run, taking a bit of the back line while YDD is trying to hold his ground, waiting for the right time to open that small compound door. QZZ waiting on the other off angle, watching towards YDD's movement, feeding him off information that's needed for YDD to make a bit of a rush just next to him.
Yeah, ScarL in hand, trying to bait the likes of BTR to show themselves so that his teammate can shoot from the other side. But BTR is not falling for that, so both of these teams still holding their ground. Now, again, the bad news is that they are about 1,700 meters away from the circle, and we all know it's up north. So, guys, come on, time is not on their side.
And speaking of time, and it's all the way north, I do want to see it's going to be a high chance that we do have Thunder Talk start to bridge to the side of Milton because they dropped themselves on Nova Rapnoy. And this is the time they actually cross over that bridge, might passing by Milton. If these two teams still having a go against each other this long time, they will not end up well.
Yeah, just look at their utility, right? Like, Lapa has one first aid, so we have no idea how many bandages. Boysil has no first aid, Gen 4 same as well. So it's pretty scary for them, the fact that they have to take out the blue, but Gen 4's knocked down, so there's an opening. QZZ on his way.
BTR be boxed in. Entirely different from the last winning map in Sunhawk just now. Instead, they're being boxed in and hunted down. Why did he give it the pressure with the Scar L? Needs a bit of a reload, but the blue zone has reached their destination towards these two teams right now. Timber, why did he knowing what the fact that's one player here? But they switch over the camera in last minute. But Lapa knocked down. No helmet, no problem for YDD to knock him down. But here comes another surprise party for the side of Timber versus BTR.
Yeah, he hosted his weapon at the wrong timing. Unfortunately, he wasn't prepared for that. Now, Boysil, can he pull out a big one here against Tianba? Blue is shrinking his health. Now it's only down to the last member of Tianba. It's going to be LY. Can he pull off a clutch here? It's going to be a big one if he can. He has one medkit though, so he can kind of tank it still.
Not too long here. He needs to re-heal himself, but the moment we try to heal, it takes so long for this medkit to work. Make it happen. He's back to full HP. No hand grenades. That's going to be tough for him to actually just stop the stairs. And that's it.
Well, looks like the winner chicken dinners of round number 1, BTR, will not be going down that early as they managed to secure 4 elimination points and now they are on the clear to go up north.
I like how they overturn that sort of incident for the side of BTR. Even though they've been boxed in, barely got gears, not enough equipment, no supplies, they still managed to pull through. Such tenacity being showcased by BTR.
Yeah, that is the mindset of champions that we're talking about here. But hopefully they have the mindset to manage this, considering the circle went all the way up north, and it's still going to be centered around Severny.
Morph, I mean, they definitely have such big loot for themselves since they're working around that corner by themselves for the longest time. They need to defend it since all parties coming in from all different angles here, including Weibo Gaming on their left side.
Alter Ego, the team that went out very early previously. At least now they're still okay, but not good for Octa. Ran into Deb, and now he is back in the lobby. So Alter Ego, 2 players left, and with the 2 players, not only 2, Rosemary knocked down as well.
By Procedure Evils, that's going to be a three-way war, but not just that. Happen to be a team coming up from the PL Pie, taking advantage of Procedure Evils. They are tunneling down towards the side of Alter Ego just now. Didn't realize they're off angle being watched by another team.
Leaving Potato alone, so I mean, it wasn't a great start for them in round number 1. So now again, not a great start for them in round number 2. Unless Potato can pull off like something insane, like a solo run to get the chicken dinner, yeah. But again, we have seen Alter Ego making the insane comeback in PMSL. I hope that they're not doing it again because I don't think their fans' heart can take it.
A magical Potato. Very magical indeed. That's the magic he needs to, but back to the side of Pi SG. Spot out some teams, that's going to be 7-9. Passing by. Open to clip anybody with
अपने
this
old drop लिए
14.
फोरम वाला ओके which team
Quite
has a
in
drop
lane
clash
for
in India
now.
versus Korea
All them Brazen
Invitational
tried to go for
भाई
another
हमारा
shot,
drop clash है
attempting to give a bit of a
RNT का
fight
drop
to
clash है
7-9. But
और भी एक दो drop
Hall
clash हैं
is
बता
forced
दूंगा
for a
आपको
tiny bit, knowing the fact
है
there might
drop
be more
clashes
than
एक
one
टीम को
team
छोड़ के
passing
सबके
by
drop
here.
clash है
Pi
gods
slowly approaching towards the side circle. Slowly
gods को छोड़
getting
के
their
सबके drop
positions
clash है उनके
here.
तीनों के तीनों मैप
Spreading out
खाली
quite
है
thin, but
आतिन
somebody
कोई
else
नहीं है
happened to
यासनाया कोई
revive.
नहीं
It's
है
gonna be 7-9.
एंड उनका
Yeah,
मेरा मार
7-9 to
ग्रेवयार्ड और
keep their
मिनास पे
move.
कोई नहीं है
So
सो खाली
they did a
ड्रॉप है
2-2
उनका
split. 2 of them stayed behind to give cover fire in case anyone shoots. And the
पैरा
2 of them
बॉय
move
को
and they
किस
make
में
themselves
जीता
as a
गोल्ड गेम
marker.
में एशियन
So
गेम्स को
once they are on the clear, the
क्योंकि
other
बस
2
सुनने
can
में आ रहा
follow
है
up. So
कि
that's good
पीएमएस साउथ
coordination
एशिया
there
होगा
by
नेक्स्ट
Set9. Now for FaZe Clan, they managed to make themselves on
आई डोंट
to
नो
the
मुजाहिदीन
northern
भाई
side
अगर
of the
ऐसा
map, so
है कि
that's
नहीं, अगर
okay.
ऐसा
They're
होता है तो
around
देखने वाली
the
बात
area
रहेगी।
of
बट बाहर की टीम को भी
somewhat
इंडिया में आके
shooting
ही
range
खेलना पड़ेगा,
area.
सीन वो है।
So far we can see that they're pretty much on the
जो भी
clear.
टीम्स अगर
Nobody's
खेल, जैसे
behind
कोरिया
them,
की
so
टीम इंडिया में आके खेल रही है, तो ऐसे ही सीन
no
आगे भी
points to be
होगा।
collected as of now.
साउंड
You
सो
can see
लो,
that face
ग्रो
squad
योर
just
इनोवेशन
slowly
ब्लाइंड
trying
लैक्स,
to get into
इसमें
the
लैग कर रही है,
circle,
इसमें अभी वर्क
not
कर रहे हैं, तो आगे आने
trying
वाले
to
टाइम पे
rush
आपको
in
एक टीम दिखने वाली है,
just
टेंशन
in
ना लो।
case because of how surprising
अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस
the
देखने को
rotation of
मिलेगा।
all the other
ब्रो डज
team
द
was
कास्टर
just
इवन नो
now.
हाउ टू क्रिएट
Too
एक्ट?
many
यस,
teams on
अल्फा 7 का
very
कुछ
awkward
फाइट हो गया ब्रो,
angles
आई
there.
डोंट नो क्या
Morph
सीन है
still
क्या नहीं
holding
है।
to circle
एम्पायर
for themselves.
डब्ल्यूबीजी वुल्व्स
Sam 9
प्लीज
and Pmgc
बस होने
Evils
वाली।
happen to be just next
भाई
to
वीडियो
each
भी
other
नहीं
as
डालते,
well.
माइंड
We do
चेंजर
have
भाई कल से
BTR
डालूंगा।
TEC all the way down from Novo.
आयु किस
Finally
टीम में?
approach this circle.
ब्लाइंड
In the
स्पोर्ट्स।
meantime, how to get in? Look at how crowded it is and barely got enough land for the players.
Yeah,
इंडिया
about
की टीम
40% of
लिस्ट इन
water
कोरिया
at this
लाइन होगी भाई।
point.
टॉप 8 फ्रॉम
And we'll
बीजीआईएस,
start to see the
बीटीआर,
elimination feed probably
बीबी,
roll with
बिग
Dam now
ब्रदर
on his
स्पोर्ट्स,
knees out in the open, being stalked by
टीएक्स,
Precision
टीमैक्स
Evos.
पाक,
And they want more out of this.
ब्लाइंड,
With our red base, so far
मेडल,
they managed to hold
बॉट्स,
out Sem9.
आरएनटी
Ball
and
and kick
TWM.
the side of Sam 9. Pmgc Evils just shows they want it. And will they
TWM
get
Gaming.
it? That's a question. Well,
बहुत
that
अच्छा खेला
tried to
TWM ने
attract
भी,
their
and they are
attention
also
towards the
qualified
other
for
end
India
there.
versus
They
Korea, and
might
बहुत बड़ी
actually attract
opportunity
too
है
much
सारी teams
attention
के
on the
पास।
side of Sam 9.
अच्छा
Because all
exposure
teams
है,
are moving
अच्छा
this
hype
way.
भी है,
Pmgc
global teams
Evils
खेल रही
taking
है,
a
so yes,
bit
let's
of
see.
opportunity they can get. Spot it out. Dap might want to shoot him down from there, but they still focus on towards those who's taking covers behind that tree.
I noticed that Smile got knocked down.
पता नहीं ब्रो,
So
जितना मुझे
not sure
पता
what
है
happened
बाहर से
there.
टीम्स
But for
अभी नहीं
Sem9,
आएंगी मोस्टली, जैसे
despite
कोरिया से आ रही है
all
वैसे
that,
आगे
they
होगा।
are still
फेज
a
वुल की
four,
फाइट
and
होगी,
that
जो होना
managed to get
मैंडेटरी
away,
था,
so he
आगे
will be at
डब्ल्यूबीजी
the
थी,
petrol
देखो आगे
station.
सीन क्या होता है।
But for BTR, tough rotation for them. The circle went all the way up north, and they were blocked by other teams, so they went out at number 14.
Troubles brewing on Wolves esports side.
हेलो हेलो ताची भाई, क्या हाल चाल?
DBS swap a bit too late there. Strash just wiped the floor clean.
वैम्पायर पूरा क्लीन करके जाएगी ब्रो, क्लीन करके चलेगी।
Almost entirety of Wolves. I'm not sure where are the remaining. Is that last
ब्लाइंड भी
player
क्वालिफाई है,
Wolves
यस ब्रो, ब्लाइंड भी
standing
क्वालिफाई है।
right now? TEC approached by Zerg, just sharper, a bit of trading done. Z cooking up the nature, and almost his helmet. Here comes a jump.
Here we go, Sersha, Z with a UMP in hand, but we can see Bamboo coming in. Bamboo knocked down by Megamind with the DBS. Megamind was prepared for that. DBS, that's out of range, the perfect weapon to use. But at the same time, the fight is not stopping just yet. The blue will be on top of them, so they need to move fast. But Shadow knocked down by SG. That shot came from the other side.
It's so important so he can stay alive here. 97 will need his help. Or K1 Phil trying to take advantage. His third party already just arrived. And
पड़ेगी
here
इसको
comes the
दूर
shot.
से
He needs to
K1
shut
से
down
भी।
once again, it's done and deal. But Phil making it so hard as a third party. Both teams in such a predicament. It barely can get out
ऐसे
of
खेलेगा,
it.
यस खेलेगा
Oh
भाई।
man, because the high ground is secured, and looks like Titan Esports Club will be the next team to bow out. Sersha, on the other hand, has two active players
Nice
left.
on
They're
Zia.
taking out the blue, but
Nice
K1
defend.
is waiting for them to show themselves.
And nobody's there anymore. They spotted out the smoke from Mega Mine, but Phil definitely still hovering around the corpses of the players before. As he
Nice
leaving
defending.
out behind another team. That's a bold move. He even got himself an accident point, spotted them out. Just got himself. I'm not sure is this the best spot for himself. He got a bit of a cover from the terrain, but it's not an easy terrain for him to work with.
And speaking about not easy, look at the circle. It went all the way up north now. Still 50% of water. Saverni is the only city in this circle. Morph GPX has been there for the longest time, but now they need to be aware the fact that circle is as such. A lot of teams who want to come
PMGC
by.
ग्रुप में इस बार सुनने में आया येलो ग्रुप
Also
काफी
start
टफ
to
है।
approach on the southern side. We do have Weibo Gaming just next to Morph as well. Morph, all they need to do is just stand and stay alive. That's it. But outside of Wolf, this is
PMGC
gonna be
वॉच
last
पार्टी
play
कब
of
से?
Wolf Esports. It's gonna be 77.
मोस्टली
That's
मैं
big
सेकंड
eight
वीक से
dropping
करूंगा,
by the side
फर्स्ट
of
वीक
FaZe
शायद
Clan.
ना हो।
How to
अगर
get
होगा
out?
भी
He's
तो
being surrounded by
मेरी जगह कोई और
vampires
करेगा।
and FaZe Clan. Both ways here. There's no out for 77 unless he can sneak out from behind all the sideline, which no covers, by the way. How to get out?
Oh man, it's tough considering that the vehicle is smoked up as well. So for 77, I would like to say that if you can pull off a clutch, but you can't clutch the blue. But Sem9 took one out of Sersha, passing by Sem9, and Sem9 was saying, thank you very much for the extra point.
Here comes Zerja. Megamind boldly just crossing over. Surprisingly, nobody opened fire. So his
भाई
side
ने
just gonna
अफगानी
go
पानी
and
में
take a
डाल
bit
दिया
of a dip in there.
मेगामाइंड
Breathing water, he will be.
ग्रीन
For
सबसे
side of
हार्ड है मेरे को
Megamind,
सुनने
Pmgc
में आया है
was
कि
spotted
येलो
an
का
outlaw
हार्ड सीन है
wolf.
आप ही बताओ कौन सा हार्ड है भाई
Grabbed an
ज्यादा
outfit, but
पीएमजीसी ग्रुप
we can see that one
देखते
coming.
हैं इसके बाद पीएमजीसी ग्रुप भी का
Yeah,
सीन है
it's a matter of time, frankly speaking.
True.
Not gonna lie about that. But anyway, great for FaZe Clan. They have 6 elimination points, like the most points amongst all these teams at this moment. But for Sem9, they're catching up. They managed to get another one out of K1.
Out of K1, they lost 2 men. Heavy casualty, but they still fight for more fuel. Oh, I'm not sure why he just stopped and pulled over that side. It was so open. It was so easy to target on. He needs to go back. He barely got enough. Ellie got 2 first aid to recover himself. Gonna take a bit of a grab with passion. Just go in for the next stage. But the problem is they've been choked by another team across.
Ooh, that was the last take. That was super duper close. But
पीएमजीसी का शेड्यूल एक्सप्लेन करो वही है ब्रो लास्ट ईयर की तरह 3 ग्रुप रेड येलो ग्रीन टॉप 4 टीम फ्रॉम एवरी ग्रुप फॉर वीक जो है क्वालिफाई हो जाएगी ग्रैंड फाइनल्स को बाकी लास्ट स्टेज वैसे ही कुछ होना चाहिए मेरे अकॉर्डिंग घुसा दो पानी में बैंग की मेगामाइंड मार दे
We're gonna join Megamind. We don't want to leave him alone. We want to be friends. They spotted out no vacancy at all. The moment they got themselves in that vehicle, where
You'll have
to go?
two
No
champion
place
4
to
MV
go.
MVP.
Just go as well as the ocean.
Yeah, and Potato is minding his own business on the other side, just snorkeling, enjoying the sun.
Let's
You
go,
would know how
let's
that
go.
feels.
Yeah, definitely a very good feeling for that. Megamind
Evos.
just having his best time of his life. But Pmgc Evos, not so much. Still trying to pin down. Sam9 being pressured, not just by the blue for the next one, but by the side of Pmgc Evos. And
Wizardry
not
bhai
just
maro.
that, Pmgc Evos, they have
Nice
to be extra
one.
careful,
Ek
but
aur
before that,
nade.
Midge drop a big one on that.
Oh, that's going to be Ming out. Taken out by Cleon from Mob GPX, who shot from inside of Saverni. Now, Pmgc Evos, first mission is to save Zuxi. Zuxi crawling to his twin brother. Should be all right. But now inside of Saverni, okay. Mob GPX is fine. They're on the other side. But on the left side, you got Weibo.
Vampires को कंपाउंड में फंसते मैंने बहुत कम देखा है नाइस वन
Vampire hitters here, just next to each other.
I'm waiting for Thunder Talk to
फंसते मतलब
actually take
कंपाउंड से
action
खेलते
as
वैसे
well,
जोन में
but for the
कंपाउंड
side
पे
of
पता नहीं
Vampires, they
कभी
can't
बीच में
move
खेला हो
widely. Tony almost clipped entirely down. He barely got any. He doesn't have any troubles for himself. And Suk, coming up from Weibo Gaming, will try to find Ravenclaw. The one that actually be at the back line will be his job for Suk, but he couldn't spot them out. If he just overexposes himself, try to overpick, there's going to be another team, FaZe Clan, on top of that hill, try to ship him down.
Yeah, so now Circle, about 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. I wonder if it will be an urban
ST is in green
warfare
yes
as the
Last
grand
time की
finale
तरह
for this round. That's what Contra would like. But anyway, Vampire Esports now almost taken out by 2 members of Weibo Gaming with that name. That was a close one though, but Tony K is just going to go in for the straightforward frontal approach just to push them back, not allowing them space to operate.
Quite risky with no throwables. So it's
Nice.
actually waiting for the right time when they pick out. He got done a bit connected
Third party
so far on the
shots.
side of VML.
MRP
Quite a bit of damage, but FaZe Clan start to approach as well. They are on the hunt. They got themselves 6 eliminations and not stopping at all.
Well, let's see here if they want to take that frontal approach in the city of Saverni, because they're quite a distance from the city center. But anyway, for Vampire Esports, they have to clear out Weibo Gaming now. They don't want to be caught, assuming that the circle does move away from them, and they both need to move at the same time. Yeah, you don't want to be caught crossing the road with your enemy just right beside you.
And Morv actually shutting down on FaZe Clan, happy to just reposition himself at the back line just now. Out of Sam9 having a bit of a fight still against Pmgc Evos for the longest time. Now Kenny's on the ground. They are running out and running right up the resources with Mecca finally being shot down. And Vampires happen to be a bit of a war between themselves for the members down there.
Yeah, I mean, Shrubs needed Tony K, but it's okay. They still want to fight against Weibo. Weibo is at number 10, 0 elimination points, so it's going to be 0 points for them in this round. Considering that Vampire can still revive Tony K, it's a big enough win for them.
One side of Empire still having a full squad down there, and that speaks something after they've been trying to fight so many times. See the Evos on the other end, they're done with 7-9, finish off the entire team. Now their next target will be K1 and that magical Potato. How to be solo all the way to survive himself in the top 9.
I wonder if I rub the magical potato, would I get a genie that grants me 3 wishes?
What the wishes will be? What kind of potatoes you want?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind a French fry at this moment.
Curly fries is great too.
Oh yeah, giving me ideas now. But if you guys want amazing French fries, you know, you can check out the collaboration between PUBG Mobile and KFC. But anyway, so now circle time. We have half of Severny in it, and Pmgc still in a good position.
On the side of Pi, having a very clear path on the southern side, which are going to be right on top of Severny. But the problem is, will the next circle favor them, or maybe the last few circles will favor them or not? Thundertalk still going to keep it quiet for a bit. Vampires trying to hunt down more than FaZe. FaZe on the then going to be the toughest entry for them.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Well,
floating.
yeah, I think they're having a good time now, you know, like Onzens will be like, oh, fishy, fishy, come here, fishy, I want my points.
And the team of snorkelers up just appreciating Mother Nature. The coral, the reefs, and everything else, while the others are fighting for their life. It's going to be rocket swap over to the side of DBS, waiting for Vampires to push in.
Yeah, I hope they brought along their sunblock. Definitely need that. And for Vampire Esports, not needing the sunblock, but they need to block Pmgc. Shrubs will nade down Yoru. One of the top fraggers from Pmgc. This could be their opening to take out the entire morph.
Rocky waiting on the outside. They thought they're still inside, but surprisingly, here Tony K happen to be vibing on the same wavelength. I don't know who they're aiming for just now, but Shrubs found it up in the off angle. Cleon finish off the jewel. Nice tricky spray from Cleon.
Beautiful angle by Cleon there to take out a couple of members of Vampire Esports, and not only taking it out, he will clean them up, leaving Vampire Esports with only 2 players left. Now Pmgc has the advantage, but look at behind Choo Choo. FaZe Clan is creeping in.
No, I thought they're floating as well, but I was wrong. But Cleon, there was.
Oh.
Never mind. I just gonna praise him. That's the moment he being pushed down and knocked by the nade coming up from sort of Vampires. Tony K got himself a bit of research just now, back to around 40% of HP, trying to close in the gap, trying to push in, but being stolen away by his own teammate. At least Mela finish off the job.
Hashtag Custer's Curse, ladies and
Never
gentlemen.
mind, it was FaZe.
Yeah. Oh, so FaZe Clan happily took that point. Now they only got themselves 10 elimination points. Make that 11 at this moment, Choo Choo. And they'll be happy they can take out Vampire Esports, the 2 rivals from the PMPL Thailand. Oh.
Man, they've been shut down entirely. Mormon, what a monster Nate just now. They are hungry for kills. They are hungry for this elimination. They are on the rabbit despite they are in the blue zone.
Dude, I was just about to talk about Potato and how long he survived, and the moment I want to talk about it, Pasija Evos took him out. So that's going to be Alter Ego out at number 5. An improvement from the previous round, obviously. Pasija Evos needs to get in. The circle is entirely on land right now. Thunderdog Gaming, well, the only team, not the only team though, one of the 2 teams with a full squad.
It's kind of true. They've been quiet for quite a bit. Vintorius being sacrificial lamb for the side of FaZe Clan at the backline just now, just to watch out around the waters. But TT or Thundertalk Rock spotted them out. They have been so quiet. They got 0 eliminations for TT.
As quiet as a rock right now. Not willing to pull the trigger until Pi shows up. But okay, they
They're
sent a
repositioned.
scout out there. So that's going to gather information, opening up the space, and from afar, with that information, they could potentially knock down somebody from Pi.
That's a long distance covers for side of Dreamy. He's the only one pushing to a side of Pi here. And Pi kind of dumbfounded and surprised the fact that Dreamy pushing so close to his their side. Smile is sanding over. Pi is sending only 1 smile on that side. It's like 1 for the trade of 1, possibly by being shot down by Dreamy. But 1 for the trade of 1.
Yeah, Eagle Eye there by Eagle to knock down Dreamy. And Dreamy will be finished off by Eagle. So no follow-up there by Thunderdog Gaming. Not like they're in a hurry at this moment, because they need to be aware that there's another team, FaZe Clan, on their left. And if they over-focus on the Pi, FaZe Clan could be the one to backstab them.
The Rock is super noisy right now. Just gonna push it up with the pressure, but Ondens, what a sharp tap coming out from this player. FaZe Clan, no sign of slowing down at all. They really want to take this chicken for themselves.
Oh yeah, FaZe Clan might come in later, but now focusing on the Thunderdog Gaming. Looks like they want to finish out the job by movement here by Pi. Oh, open area, Xingqi will be the one to knock one out. And if you smell what the Rock is seeing at this moment, which is no one, because nobody's at the smoke.
It's not cooking as well. It's all seeing but no cooking. But on the side of FaZe Clan, on the other hand, they are hunting. And they try to clear up all the corners they can. Onzun's trying to back up Mela in case somebody approaches on an awkward angle or off angle entirely. While Thunderdog Jay and Rock try to close in the gap. The problem is they're barely getting into the center here. And this might be the last few circles. We're down to only 2 teams, but they're not willing to meet up with and against each other.
Okay, FaZe Clan has to take down that one player from Thunderdog on the other side. If not, it's going to be hard for them to even get across. Now, AJ is in a position to even shoot FaZe Clan if they reveal themselves just after this building.
Ajay.
Ajay.
Yeah, his real name is Ajay, but it's easier Ajay. But Ajay tried to hold his ground, trying to feed off information, but they took too long. They're too hesitant for Thunderdog to make a move. They have everything they need. They didn't actually spend too much resources early on.
Because they didn't really need to. Yeah, that's a good point there. So they have a lot stashed in, preparing themselves for FaZe Clan. I believe that it's now just a matter of time. Now, 20 seconds, the timer starts moving and the zone will start to close. That is where FaZe Clan will be forced to come out. At this moment, Thunderdog Gaming has an obvious advantage of the circle against FaZe Clan.
But FaZe Clan is not showing any sign of weakness. We're talking about how monstrosity just taken over the side of FaZe. But Rock knows exactly the perfect timing on this being knocked down. That is the green light they've been waiting for Thunderdog.
Yeah, hashtag Casters Curse, ladies and gentlemen. And now, 2 more to go from FaZe Clan. Thunderdog Gaming, not going to waste any more time. We got 2 of their members at least closing on to FaZe Clan, leaving one behind just as an insurance policy. But they need to get the finish quickly before FaZe Clan revives again. And now Onzens is back up on his 2 feet.
The one that's so pivotal is going to be Mela to hold that ground before they breach in, but they barely got enough space here. FaZe Clan, they managed to revive on Onzens, back to 3 players. But Rock and Jay, both on their throwables. Jay spotted the footsteps towards his side. He tried to push them back, but they're not taking a warning. But the Blues have forced them in anyhow. FaZe Clan have to force themselves in the compound to take the fight anyhow.
Oh man, does FaZe Clan have the space anymore? But looks like the answer is no, as a Rock will knock the moment.
No
Jay comes in, gets the double knockdown, eliminating FaZe Clan.
भाई अजय ये तो पीएल वाला अग्रेशन दिखा दिया अजय ने. नाइस वन.
Fight for AJ, just obliterate the entire
नाइस वन. पीएल में भी ऐसे घुस के मारता भाई. और also guys, जो भी नए हो स्ट्रीम के अंदर, make sure to hit the like and subscribe to the channel.
Oh,
Let's
flashy,
go.
flashy indeed. I really like the coordination. They sent one player out on the other side as an insurance policy in case FaZe Clan does anything funny. And the fact that they had the circle advantage from the beginning of the fight between them and FaZe Clan, that gave them a huge advantage to win and get this chicken dinner against them.
And despite they didn't manage to secure that chicken dinner for the side of FaZe Clan, they were possessed by a different spirit entirely. They secured themselves 15 eliminations. That's the first biggest number in day 1.
Oh yeah, we got a significant
जहाँ पे
number
फेस
now.
खेल
It's
रही थी
only
नहीं,
round
I
number
was
2,
expecting
day
कि वहाँ से
number 1.
वैम्पायर खेल के मैच निकाले.
Love opportunity to break that number, but 15, it's pretty nice.
It's bigger than that chicken dinner number.
True enough. True enough. So potentially they would get more points than Thunderdog then.
Yeah, because Thunderdog basically starting off fighting FaZe Clan when they started with 0, and I think it pretty much almost the same point they actually have, but
एकदम बढ़िया
when it
साहिल भाई और
comes
सुनाओ आप
to
कैसे हो?
adding into that 50 elimination plus the position points, you have to give it to FaZe Clan actually winning
Long
off this map.
breathe.
Yeah, and FaZe Clan, it's not like they had an easy entry into the circle. They had to fight their way. They went up to the beach from this view. Coming back in, they had to fight against Vampire Esports. Well, that's also why they had the opportunity to collect those elimination points. So it comes hand in hand at the end of the day. But for Thundertalk Gaming, on the other hand, they had a lot of the circle. So that's why they didn't get the opportunity to collect the elimination points. So it kind of like traded off between chicken dinner and elimination.
That is what we've been waiting for. Explosive round between two regions here where a lot of fights, non-stop fight. I don't think we even have a pause in between, you know, the entirety of the wrangle.
Yeah, probably a little bit of a standoff, but for the most part, yes, I do agree. There's a lot of action
Hello
happening here
Kunal.
as compared to how we saw Saberni early on.
And if you compare with Sunhawk, I definitely love this
Sunhawk.
one better. Yes,
Oh,
because the Wrangle, this is the map where everybody wants to flex it out to show their firepower. But the case of, you know, team coming up from the side of PEL, so far we do have Thundertalk showing up for that side and that region. And then you know what? Each winning over that one chicken dinner for the other.
देखिए भाई कहाँ है?
regions.
यहीं है
But,
मिस्टर
you
फ्रीड
know,
भाई यहीं पर है
let's
कहीं
just
दूर
leave
नहीं
the
है
breakdowns
यहीं पर
towards
है
our analysts and hosts. We don't want to steal the job away, so give it back to Cairo and Contra.
PL teams are heating up. We can see that. What a play from Thundertalk Gaming, an opening from Rock on the other side of Saverni, and those two players coming up to clean things up for the team and wrapping the chicken dinner for Thundertalk Gaming, which we saw that AJ got two last eliminations to give them the winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, I think it was perfectly executed.
और बाजी
coming in
कैसे
from
एग्जाम
Thundertalk
खत्म
Gaming.
इंटरनल के आज बहुत
They
बढ़िया भाई
definitely
बहुत
had
बहुत
put
बधाइयाँ
all the action to do all the talking, especially with the final blow coming from AJ. I think that's the perfect way to actually seal the deal against a slaughtering team like FaZe Clan, where we saw every team that they met along the way, they just destroyed them.
ये बंदा मैंने
And
कहीं और देखा
looking
है
at
ये
this
बंदा
map
कौन है
itself, we
जो
can
अभी
see
बोल रहा है
that players were just frantically looking for space to actually play out. Thundertalk have finally found
देखा
like
मैंने
a really sweet spot where they didn't really have to rotate too much compared to the rest of the team. Meanwhile, if you take a look at
चलिएगा
how
बाबू
FaZe
आते हैं
Clan
ब्रो
has
25
traveled
तक
across the
मोस्टली
map, they went to
25th
the shore,
6th
they went
7th
back to the
8th
city,
का
and they
टूर्नामेंट है
were
ना
all
3 दिन
over the
का
place. But despite
मोस्टली
that, the
25th तक ही आऊंगा
firepower rate coming in from all the members of FaZe Clan have definitely booked out maybe a little bit more points coming in from eliminations, which I think it will basically will need Thunder Talk to push it a little bit further from these upcoming rounds. But Thunder Talk Gaming, I think like from the
26th,
very final few
7th,
moments,
and
you
8th,
already
9th.
know that this is their game, because the way that they actually hold those angles do not even allow FaZe Clan to do anything.
Yeah, they don't have space to play. They were cornered to the edge of the building. But then, yeah, Thundertalk Gaming with the chicken dinner. But looking at the earlier part of the game, we see that there's
जूडू का
still
ओल्ड
draw
प्लेयर है
spot fights
ओके नितिन
at
भाई
Georgiopol City between
नहीं देखा
FaZe
देखा
Clan
लगा
and
है मुझे कहीं मैंने
LGD.
लैंड पे देखा होगा
Meanwhile,
कहीं
around
देखा
Milta,
होगा
we have
ये
Tianba
बंदा
and
है
BTR.
भाई
Maybe
देखा
we
हुआ
have
लग
to
रहा है
talk
मुझे
about BTR and Tianba first, because it was, can say, almost a
क्या नाम
clean
है
fight between them. It was a 4v4 fight, but then end up Lapa was eliminated from BTR, but then BTR are looking so sharp right now with their team fight.
Yeah, they're looking in a very dominant form, just like how FaZe Clan would have actually been if only the side of BTR have more spacing to work with, because they were also disrupted by the hard shift. They were playing on the northern end of Starboy around the ocean, where they met with players like Sem9 and also with Sija Evos later on. But overall, I think it was phenomenal on how FaZe Clan take all those fights. They walk away with 21 points, and the MVP of this matchup wouldn't be AJ. I'm pretty surprised myself. It was actually Rock.
Yep, Rock to steal the show with only one elimination, but with 675 damage for himself in the game just now. And we can see from the team contribution, 24%, pretty much we can say even for all of the players for Thundertalk Gaming. Meanwhile, for the elimination leaders right now, what a surprise. But yeah, they engage a lot in early fights in the game, which we can see 3 players from FaZe Clan here, with Morman at the #1 spot with 5 kills, and Mela following up at the 2nd place. But still, maybe the difference is just from the damage.
Yeah, probably Onsens just have to take 1 or 2 more eliminations. He will be there on the block as well to see the whole phase line up there. But that's basically 4 out of 5 being taken by Thai players. Of course, we do have what I do believe Luxy was there as well.
Yeah.
Now, FaZe Clan is only 1 point above Thunder Talk, so it is still going to be a long race going on. BTR, of course, they dropped out much earlier in this match. Now they're on number 3. Still a lot of work to do for those on the second page, but we are seeing a lot of SEA teams on the front page.
Yeah, looking very consistent for FaZe Clan on the number 1 spot with 23 points, but the gap is not that big for now because we've just ended the second game. Still 4 rounds to go for the rest of the day, and I feel like there's more to come from PL teams as they are more engaged to all of the team fights they're taking. But still, a little bit of question about TEC. They just lost a fight with Serzia at a compound, which the same thing happened in Sunhawk. They were defending it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a big question. What's happening to TEC right now?
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to work on how to play a little bit more defensively, but with these ongoing attacks coming in so swiftly, coming from whichever C teams that they were facing off, it really felt like they didn't look ready at all. I would say the same about Tenpa. And then I feel like the teams that are not really up to the par of expectations right now, other than the ones that you have mentioned, Alter Ego, Ares, like, this is a champion coming in from the PMSL, which we have seen them basically close games after games in South Triangle. It didn't seem like they were even comfortable. Early game, they just kept getting clipped out of nowhere in the mid of rotation. It didn't seem like they get to even play the game.
Yeah, and we're going to see head-to-head between FaZe Clan and Thunder Talk Gaming again. A face-off between C team and a PL team, which eliminations are leaning towards FaZe Clan with 17 points. Meanwhile, Thunder Talk with 11. Total damage also leading on to FaZe Clan here with 2,888. Meanwhile, the total damage for Thunder Talk is only 2,562. There's not much of a difference. And I feel like there's more to come for Thunder Talk Gaming as AJ being a really handy player for them.
Yeah, on top of that, you can see the playstyle is so different between these top teams come from each region, where PEL, they're so calculated. Although they only have like, 11 eliminations so far, the damage numbers are almost equal to FaZe Clan, who in the last round got like 15 over frags. That is actually scary coming here from PEL.
Yeah, looking at the results right now, 112 points on the side of C teams and only 66 points for the PL teams. But it is still too early to conclude who is better because it is still day 1 and we just finished 2 maps and there's 2 more Erangel to come. Will we see the same drop spot fight between FaZe and LGD and at Milta between BTR and Tianba? Are they going to switch it up? Because we can see that Gatka area, Quarry area and Ferry Pier is still clear, but it will be answered later on in game. But as for now, we will pass the mic again to our lovely casters, Choo Choo and Sir Cloud.
What's that?
I don't. Yeah, donut. I'm like, whatever.
I like, yeah, okay. Contra is just like trying to fill in, you know, like, okay,
sorry,
kind of like
Contra,
get
we
it.
don't feel that.
Yeah, got to do better next round, okay? But anyway, but speaking about doing better, right?
Yeah.
Alter Ego, they got to do better.
I mean, this is because they are the champions for PMS, so I'm giving the red carpets for all the champions today.
Nah, you are just Rosemary biggest fan.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's surprising. None of us actually talking about PEL teams here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vampires and Alter Ego.
Well, to be fair, we did the prediction before the game started, right? But for Vampire Esports, I mean, they are a strong team. Can't deny that as well. And how they won against Weibo earlier on was kind of nice. Yes, they had the man advantage, but still, you're up against Weibo, right? It's no pushover team. So maybe they will come up with a chicken dinner next.
I agree. Well, I mean, like, Weibo Gaming is a legacy team that one of the first few teams in the PEL to actually lift up the trophy as the first season, by the way. But speaking of the other teams, now, we don't want to undermine the other teams. Don't underestimate any team at all in this tournament because anybody can actually lift the trophy by the end of the day here. But speaking of our next Erangel, we talked about how around Milta against Tiamba versus BTR. Also, there's some scuffle here and there. And also, speaking of the circle, I mean, like, the circle was up north all the way just now, so definitely not enough land until the end. Will it be the same sort of tragedy for some of the teams down there? We're heading into our second Erangel of the day.
Well, if you're sighing for the Northern Circle, let's get a military base circle next.
For once.
For
right?
what?
For once.
It's been
with
a while.
With me
Yes,
to watch the
with
game.
Choo-Choo, all right? Okay, the last time I think we got a military base circle.
I'm not there.
Yeah, you weren't there. So, yeah, let's get one for Choo-Choo, okay. But yeah, do keep an eye on Milta. Do keep an eye on Jogopol as well, North and South. North, no clash, but there were two teams. South, they were obviously a clash. So, yeah, so far, these three areas. But since we have like kind of like a different flight path from the from the south to the north this time, and we can see inside our military base, well, not directly at least.
But at the same time, I do wait if Pi will drop in SMB because that's going to be the second drop spot if the case of the flight path favors them. But for Vampires, it's going to be around Fairy PL Primorph this time. While we do have Thunder Talk as per usual, going to drop himself in Nova Remnoya. This is quite even for the flight path this time. Everybody can drop wherever they fancy. It's not really an issue. The issue is always about the circle.
Wow, I like the confidence of Thunder Talk Gaming. Just look at that. They send Rock alone inside of military base to loot. 3 of them in Nova. It's like they know that the entire military base is for them.
I mean, he was the last MVP. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
He's Rock the all-seeing.
Rock the all-seeing.
He just sees.
Oh, okay.
He's the undisputable Rock.
Ah, so he has eyes. It reminds me of that cartoon, like you have that orange with the eyes and the mouth.
Hey, orange. That one, right?
How does it sound like?
I know. It's super annoying, by the way, for the orange. But speaking of which, we do have Tianba versus BTR. That's going to be another Milta fight to just take over the reign on top of Milta.
Well, this time around, Tianba has the upper hand as La Par is currently down. And looks like Gen Force as well. Ooh, ouchies.
Oh, knife.
Nice.
Fancy.
We see it now. We see now. One more to go for Tianba, and looks like they might complete their revenge.
That's definitely something that will hurt your dignity on the side. I mean, like, you're definitely going to be furious, right?
I'm glad you completed the sentence. But Sata now looks like all alone. But anyway, Sata is like the star man for BTR. And if anyone would be able to pull off a clutch, it would come from Sata.
You know, you don't want to jinx him. The moment you we praise any players that happen to be on screen, they're done. They're so done, they're gone.
I mean, okay, at least good news for Sata, Tianba is going the other way.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, and
He's
Sata
very
is like
lucky.
on the left, so it's like if he can sneak himself away, that'll be great.
Hopefully he will stay a bit longer. There's going to be one last BTR player. Just now, same fate against Alter Ego, Potato, right? So I have a feeling they will last long enough to be in top 5. Hopefully I didn't actually curse or jinx them. Back towards the start of Weibo Gaming. We talked about them so many times there, but we don't see a lot of actions coming out from them as well. Or is it just too early? It's day 1.
Yep, the best action that we saw was them against Vampire Esports, but yeah, it's just game number 2. Gotta give a benefit of the doubt. Just like how Rosemary now is reacting to K1. Nice double knockdown there by Rosemary himself.
Ooh.
My goodness, the Beast Mary is here.
Is here for the carry, but back to a set of Octa. What a compliment plays between 2 players here. Octa and Rosemary, you can never get enough of that play between this duo. Amazing.
Octa Mary, Rosta.
No, Octa Mary's better.
Octa Mary, yeah, let's take that. But for LGD instead, looks like they still have company here. And it's still going to be the same. And FaZe Clan will still want to challenge South Jogofo out of LGD's hands.
Mela just giving off a bit of pressure and warning to the side of LGD in that warehouse. Took a bit of damage in. Onzas will be revived by Mela. He was hoping that Nate just now will stop LGD from giving the pressure, but Weibo Game taking another level of plays here as Suck finish off and steals away blasting from afar.
Oh man, that's a steal there with an M249. Can he get another one though? Okay. But the fact that he got that one, that's already a big bonus. But it's not a big bonus at all for LGD. Again, another 0-point round for them.
And but Satar, this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Okay.
They made a U-turn, so it's not that lucky now, is he?
I mean, he has a shotgun though, so... I mean, if any, like, weapon at least the one that he's holding. The shotgun would be the best at this kind of range. But I'm sure he wish it would have been a DBS instead.
Yeah, that's kind of true. And not just that, if Timber managed to secure so many hand grenades or even throwables at this point, might actually get flushed out from his hiding spot or that corner. Waiting just for Timber to leave. Satar, restless, waiting around that corner, hugging it out, not even trying to move.
Yeah, interestingly, that they are super duper cautious, circling around, trying to find where Satar is at. And Satar is just like at that real edge. But if you kind of think about it, like if Satar wants to get out of Milta, the moment he step out, it's an open field for him. So I guess he's thinking of like, I don't want to take that risk as well.
True. He can survive as long as he can for side of Satar here. But if there's another contender coming in and passing by there, that's going to be difficult for Satar to just hold his horses. Bamboo from TEC. Try to scout things out for the entire team. Might actually gather some information, collecting as much as he can. Try to bait any shots from these guys, and they took the bait anyhow for Pigfeet.
Wow, Pigfeet trying to pick a fight with TEC, who's circling around. So with that information, that shot from an M16, that will signal to them that, okay, someone's there, so let's not do it. They're basically doing the scouting work. And considering that TEC is currently like at number 15 with only 4 points collected, I guess confidence level is not at their best.
Well, difficult, I must say. I mean, like, we do remember they are a bit late warm-up players, a bit of late bloomers on the side of TEC, even during their prime finals of the Summers PEL recently. But on the side of Bamboo, feels like they don't have a certain objectives here for TEC. It feels like they're going blind, while Wolves Esport happen to be around the other side of the corner. And Bamboo, I think he trying to find any opportunity he can get by himself. Feels like TEC plan right now, everybody for themselves. That's it.
Well, let's see. I don't know. Because I noticed like even in the previous round, like when we were like stage 1, stage 2, they had a very big spread. Not to say that that's wrong, that's just how they play. And I guess they just want to like try to secure as big as a perimeter as possible. But can't say the same for Satar. He's all alone. And it's now time for him to do something.
No, not Satar. Timber can sniffed off his hiding spot, and here comes the entire cavalry trying to wipe him out. But Satar still not going to move. He's waiting, just staring around. That crosshair covers, and Timber jumps and down. Satar,
Oh, calm down.
we will remember you.
Yes, you will be remembered. However, at least he got a chicken dinner today, so it's not too bad for BTR. I mean, it could be just one of those rounds, right? That you can, you know what? You can't be perfect every single round. One of those rounds you can just let go.
Yeah, it's just human not to be perfect in every way possible here. If you're not human, it's a different story. I'm sorry if I offend non-human in this case. But the circle will shift, might be on top of Quarry or might be going up north all the way, where we do have quite crowded hospital, where FaZe guarding to his Weibo Gaming. That's going to be the choke point on top of Jogopul Bridge, where FaZe Clan waiting, or will they leave? Vampires already bridge out, get themselves in the southern side, getting themselves almost in the center of the circle, even nobody's stopping them.
Yes, we got TEC there, Vampire there, Wolf as well, not too far. So we got at least 3 teams kind of comfortable within the circle. And for TEC, they had a good spread at stage 1 circle. Now, the moment the circle shifted to stage 2, they start to get together a bit more. So I guess to them, it's like a slight shift of how they position themselves as a team.
And I have to look at the clock just now, just to make sure that it's not my brain or not just the graphic kind of stuck there. They definitely, nothing moves. Actually, the timer keeps ticking.
Yeah, I had that 1 second moment as well.
It's not just
Until
me.
the fuel was... until the fuel was used, until the gas was like filled up. So, okay. My brain is still working, okay.
Yeah, we're not having brain lags here, but on the side of Team Pi. Now, Team Pi Esports Club, we don't talk about this team enough, but at the same time, they're being tricky, they're being sneaky, but sometimes they work on their side. But this time it might be, because only one player of Thunder Talk happened to be appearing on the other end where they're heading to. And Rock, well, oh my God! Still land on 4 wheels.
Not too bad, not too bad. I was a little bit more worried the fact that he could be in a position that the high ground could shoot onto him, but that was pretty lucky of him as well. But for Thunder Talk Gaming, not interested in visitors, will take down 77 from Wolves.
Dreaming. Been sacrificed early in the last map just now. This time he got to join in with the fight this time. Playing at the back line. Zerja taking on FaZe. Venturis down again. RNJ this time happened to be in close contact against the players of FaZe Clan. Megamind taking a bit of a lip of FaZe, going straight head on by himself.
We go first nade, will not connect. A counter nade from FaZe Clan. Same result. So it looks like FaZe Clan is not interested to continue on the fight, but look at Venturis. He is still there, knocked out by RNJ. So the IGI himself is currently in trouble and will be eliminated. Same goes for Mormon on his knees.
The punctured tire just now flat out forced him to go for a drift for Mormon. That just gives him so much open space to be shot down by these guys. There's he fighting back. Here comes Chopper from behind him. Mela being exposed. Oh, this boy Mel. Chopper straight away for the DPS. They just let him go by. What is that?
Well. Looks like they were kind of distracted, but finally they got Mela anyway. So one more to go from FaZe Clan, and FaZe Clan eliminated from the face of this earth.
Oh my, from the highs to the lows for FaZe Clan, quite early for the eliminations, but at least they got themselves 3 points in the back for now. I was so surprising. How can they not see that one right across them just now?
But they still got it, so I guess it's fine at the end of the day.
Redeemed himself in the very last minute. Nice touch.
Yeah. But for Alter Ego, they will be looking to redeem themselves this round, but they have to fight against Sem9. Sem9, nice circle around. One person at the lower ground, same goes for Dep as well, but the punctured vehicle looks like Tam will need to hitch a ride and he will continue on to the high ground, but they will share the compound with Alter Ego. They don't really need to push in yet. All they need to do is just make sure that Alter Ego doesn't come to them.
The problem is we do know Alter Ego doesn't like to share, so there's chance they will actually try to push all the way towards the corner for Sem9. So all the options, either Sem9 can actually go out from the compound or just fight it straight head on. Now, the moment we mention it, Rosemary start to take actions there.
And the elimination feed now showing Rosemary taking out Mikkel. But Sem9, they need to fight back though. Mikkel is currently out, so 3 players active for Sem9. As for Sersha, they're unhunted this round. 4 elimination points already, but still on the outside of the circle.
Z, the only one without any sort of threat for Zerja. But the rest of Zerja definitely waiting for Weibo Gaming to start to move. I think they know for a fact there's somebody way deep in the blue zone, but Sem9 from the pan to the fire. And now, after running away from that beast, Marion, they have to fight another beast differently. It's going to be Team Pi waiting at the other end.
Oh yeah, let's see how Sem9 will deal with this. Not the position that they would have wanted because they were forced to stop halfway and they only had 1 vehicle. So that's a little bit of a risk that if they were to continue on. But speaking about continuing on, GPX continue to fight with Sersha.
RNJ giving one big nade straight in the face, but that's going to be a returning favor from Cleon. Here comes Cleon again. Boo waiting at the back line. Cleon down to 50% of HP, while RNJ will be revived by Chopper. But DBS already prepped up on the side of Choppers. And same goes for the side of Morph, both reviving their own teammates.
Yeah, trade back there, ladies and gentlemen. Sersha now prepping out another day. It's going to be Earthseed now onto Morph GPX. But at the same time, look at the elimination feed. Looks like Sem9, they're losing the plot against Pi.
Z trying to find any way to actually try to shut down Morph, while the other end we do have Alter Ego facing a bit of a problem down there against Sem9 and Pi. Sorry, Sem9 and Pi. There's no trade done. Sem9 is definitely losing this one out. They're quite in the center of attention here. They have to even sacrifice one of the members, but Zerja fighting for their grounds.
Man, that was close, but Earthseed with the DBS gameplay gets one for himself. And they're not done yet with this fight. RNJ together with Earthseed. Earthseed unfortunately will be knocked down, but the nade by RNJ, knocking out multiple members of both GPX, and RNJ becomes the savior of Sersha.
RNJ is just on in his top form here today. Twice in a row now, when it's so crucial, he managed to deliver. On the side of WBG or Weibo Gaming, they spot them went out. A lot of noises being given by the side of Zerja, now definitely attracted the entirety of Weibo Gaming to have a bit of a challenger. They do have 2 vehicles on the side of Zerja if they want to leave. They're down to only 2 players to have to fight the entire cavalry of Weibo Gaming. That's a bit challenging.
Oh, I wonder where the Weibo Gaming came from because they don't have vehicles. Seems like they came from the sea. And now their only option is to charge in onto Zerja, finish them off and take the vehicles away. And that's exactly what they would do against RNJ.
Gap managed to just take on 1. RNJ cannot be safe at all. But down to Zerja, last player, Erzi, have to flee. But the bullets flying over their side. Nobody wants to be at his receiving end right now. It's going to be super painful. The moment he jumps out from that fire, it's going to be one more team you have to cross about. But Gap not willing to let him leave just yet. Chasing the tails. But Pmgc Evils saw this. They definitely see this one coming. His smoke up vehicle, 1 crash and he's done for Erzi.
Oh, man. He is threading on thin ice right now. Erzi being shot at. Oh, no, Erzi. Oh, no. And it's going to be SG from Pi who takes him out.
He wants a bit of that pie. Delicious. But on the side of Pmgc Evils, they're not done. Weibo Gaming is there to fight them. And Pmgc Evils taking up the challenge head-on.
Okay, here we go. Nate prepped up by Zaxi. But because it's a moving vehicle, it's going to be hard for him to hit that. But anyway, that's information collected. But pressure is on his opponent instead, with Pmgc Evils having the circle advantage to try to block out Weibo.
Zaxi reposition himself to see all the necessary angles needed. Luxy, a bit of a firing on that side, giving a bit of a warning shot. Try to jump out. Pmgc Evils, do they leave or do they stay? Feels like they need to leave here because more teams will be approaching on the side, including Team Pine, who happen to be getting themselves a bonus point just now. Red Face going up on the 2nd floor. And Red Face, I love this guy. I'm waiting for him to actually just in a warm-up and just go for actions.
Yeah, and put everyone red to face then. And now for Weibo Gaming, still on the other side of the circle, putting pressure on the Pi. Managed to get a knockdown to Eagle. Weimar will be the one who does it. And now their problem is that how are they going to get across? Okay, they have a buggy, but we're talking about stage 4 to stage 5 circle. And if they don't do it fast, it's going to be hard. Now, Pmgc was not going to be making it easy for Weibo Gaming. Putting pressure onto them, not allowing them to come in.
Red Face choking out the entirety of Weibo Gaming by himself with Pi the other side of the corner. Weibo Gaming don't have a way out at all. Surrounded, cornered, and in oblivion they go after 2 teams smashed them down from 2 different angles entirely. 76 spotted out by Pmgc Evils returns with a reply by giving a bit of a shot on that side. But this gives opportunity, but never mind. I take that back. That's going to be the loss of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, number 8 with 3 elimination points. Now, circle-wise, it moved up north. And look who's there. Vampire Esports is there. TEC is there as well within the circle. Pi, not too far away. Pmgc Evils, close by too. But I think the more interesting part is going to be on the south. Where is Wolf going to go? Are they going to crash onto TEC? Now, 77H is close by. Thunderdog Gaming has the same question as well. Where are they going to go? Who are they going to crash in? Maybe Wolf or maybe to the left onto Vampire?
I mean, like Thundertalk has been playing super conservative. They love playing it very late, right? They're always taking the blue zone. They always have enough supply to last them long enough. So I think it's all about timing for the side of Thundertalk. But for Vampires, happen to be nearby. Tiemba, spotted out by Adye. QZZ, trying to take that very small space for himself. But at least he got himself a couple of smokes to last himself long enough to survive. But this is a very dangerous game he's playing.
Man, QZZ on fire at this moment. Not the type of fire that he would have wanted, but he managed to get a knockdown to Jay. But from afar, it had to be the Wolves barking at him, howling at him, eliminating them at number 7.
Oh, the Wolves are howling, definitely. But they lost 77 and in the process. They need to revive him here before TEC start to finish him off. And nobody noticed him being knocked down now. Thunder Talk, on the other hand, they're not willing to take up so many fights early. So they want to take it slower. Just as long they last top 5 or top 3, that's where they start gun blazing around. But 77 will be saved by his teammates. Pickfit is there to pick him up. Remember, on the other hand, are scouting out or being the front line of TEC. But look at TEC. The Titans are repositioning themselves to trap in Wolves and box them in.
Yeah, gathering the information. And it's very likely that's going to be their plan. Assuming that the circle does move away, the pressure is going to be on the Wolves on trying to get across. And it's not only TEC they need to manage, there's another team on the left with a similar advantage that they need to cut across as well. So it's not going to look good for Wolves unless if the circle still favors them.
Well, fingers crossed then for the sort of Wolves. So far, the prediction has been on point for the circle. So can they do it again for the Wolves? But on the side of Tony K, valiantly trying to just boldly pushing himself, attempt to take the fight, but is quite in the open and finally being punched by Eagle of Team Pi. Pi can have a clear view towards 2 sides here and can get any of his liking. And one more for the side of Eagle. This is just incredible view for Pi.
Wow, definitely eagle eye shooting there by him. And now it could potentially be an eagle eye nade throw as he moves back over to Rock at this moment. He has Wolves to deal with. And now Wolves, they are making their move on to Thunderdog Gaming. Thunderdog Gaming has no choice but try to defend their ground against the enemy.
Big feet. Spotted out Thunder Talk. Oh, look at the bombardments across that side. Wolves, they are close to nothing here. They need to get out from this corner just to stay alive a bit longer. Jay, on the other hand, holding the ground while Rock prepping up the nade. Dreamy going for the off angle. They cannot even pick out inside of Wolf, but we do have TEC coming in with a bit of a scuffle, being shot down by Dreamy instead.
Yeah, interestingly by Dreamy. I mean, well, you don't really choose allies here. You just shoot whoever that you can see. And Thunderdog Gaming, 2 knockdowns onto the Wolves. And now Wolves, they are falling apart. The only one active player left is going to be Pickfeed. But he will be picking his feet in the lobby.
But the side of Thunder Talk, surprisingly, despite they are a bit busy on what's in front, they have the focus and the time to focus on what's on the left and right side as well. That's just incredible view and alertness coming up from the side of Thunder Talk here. Still having 4 players, 4 rosters for all teams remaining as the top 4. The only one coming up from SEA is going to be just Vampires this time. While the PL team, they start to warm up in the last round, and this is where things get a bit chaotic than it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, we got 3 PEL teams at this moment. Let's see if Vampire Esports representing the Southeast Asian teams can pull off something big. But now, looking at the current situation, Vampire Esports going up against Thunderdog Gaming, and they have the advantage with Stone, coupled with Ravenclaw to knock down Jay.
Tony K spotted out Dreamy, just gonna shoot him down. Pixel shots from that angle towards that vehicle, hoping it will explode, but they need to cover themselves at the same time because Pi come up from behind and Dreamy got one on Stone. That's gonna be Vampires start to breach in because Ravenclaw just down on his knees, down to 2 players of Vampires being surrounded left, right, and center.
Oh, here we go. Smile, putting a smile onto his own face by taking out Schweppes from Vampire Esports. Now, circle-wise, it's closing. We have about a minute left before we see the next piece of the circle. Jay will be finished off by Ravenclaw. Rock trying to find his next target. At this moment, it's going to be TEC trying to take advantage as well, trying to get a knockdown onto Dreamy.
Dreamy still dreaming out there. Nobody's shooting him and nothing will be connecting, even though 97 tried to tap him out, but instead 97 got punished instead, giving away his position towards the teams at their back. And while Pi, on the other hand, spotted out Dreamy amongst the smoke, that's going to be random shots, but still managed to secure anyhow. Well, the Rock is no more cooking down there. It's done and dusted. We're down to only 2 teams left. Pi 4v4 against TEC.
Well, Pi is now unstoppable. We have at least 10 elimination points. So let's see who will get this chicken dinner. But it's definitely going to be a team from PEL. As now, look at the current situation. TEC, they seem to be in a fairly comfortable position, but then again, let's check out the circle. Stage number 7, and it favors onto Pi. They have a huge advantage of taking this home.
Not just huge advantage for the position, they got themselves high Q volume as well. 10 eliminations by far, they're trying to break for what FaZe had offered just now, but still not going to be enough. But back to a sort of Eagle. Such a good reaction coming from these guys. SG, alongside with Small, finish off another Suki. The most pivotal play for TEC is down. They're having a bit of a problem. SG go all the way to complete them. That was incredible.
Okay, here we go. Can TEC make a comeback now? They are still on the outside of the circle. 10 more seconds before the zone starts to close in. But before that, TEC will secure the elimination points. Now Pi, only Eagle left. Can he win against the two from TEC? He is at the lower ground this moment. Can he get the first knockdown? And yes, he will. One more to go. Switches to an M4.
Bullets running low. Bullets running low. Not enough for the magazines. Eagle Valley. No, it's running out. Needs a reload. No way. Watch it out. No. It's gonna be TEC. I got money, but it's later. But Pi, what a game just now. Incredible.
Man. I mean, both teams, that was an amazing ending. If not because the bullets were out, then we might see Pi getting that chicken dinner. But because the bullets were out, TEC took advantage of that. No circle, no problem. Chicken dinner is to Titan Esports Club.
Finally, even though, you know, we always thought it's going to be Team Pi winning that one. They are so aggressive, just showcasing such productive gameplay. But TEC, yeah, we do know about the high ground, low ground, but in this case, I don't feel like the grounds actually make that much of disadvantage in the case of Team Pi. Just the bullets, not enough.
Man, I just had to look at the highlight between Tianba and BTR. One play from BTR hardly landed and he was taken out by Tianba. So that made them like 3v4 very, very early on.
I have a feeling we might have a bit of a revenge for tomorrow or even later. I think we still have one more wrangle after this, so it's going to be a bit of a repeating revenge for, you know, Milta area.
Yeah, no, we'll keep an eye on that, definitely. It's 1-1 so far between the two. But other than that, I would say that this round, what an ending it was, especially involving Thunderdog Gaming as well as Titan Esports Club. It could have gone either way, honestly.
Just those bullets, man.
Yeah.
Dante only 8 left in that magazine. He needs to reload. He got the time, but it's never going to be enough. That must be frustrating for the sort of Team Pi. That close to get that chicken, but at least they secured themselves double-digit elimination. Did they manage to go more than 10 in the very last minute?
I think for Thunderdog Gaming, they did. Because the last time we saw they had at least 10, so they probably got a couple more, so maybe it's like 12 or 13 or so. But for Titan Esports Club, I mean, this is a comeback round for them, considering that their first 2 rounds wasn't that great. This chicken dinner is a statement that they're here to stay.
Maybe they just started warming up. I mean, the first 2 maps, it's always something like, you know, our fingers still having a bit of cramp here and there. Now our joints are very flexible. It's something that we can do. And definitely shows that they are made to win in the second wrangle just now. But speaking of which, when it comes to chicken ratio, we're still going to have PL more than the side of SEA.
True. Yes, looks like the votes are showing.
Quite accurate.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. You guys out there can be... No, don't be casters. Because if they start being casters and they do that vote, like it will go like the casters curse way. But anyway, speaking about the casters curse, we're not going to curse them anymore. We're going to transfer the curse to the analyst desk. Analyst curse, take it away.
I don't think there's any curse here, Cairo. I think like things are pretty much on point.
Push it away to them.
Well, let's push it back later on, but like, there's a lot to talk about this game.
Yep.
That 1 versus 1 to close it all out. This is a PEL dominance, and now we see TEC taking the first spot.
Yeah, it was crazy for the third map of the day just now. How we saw the last fight. It was very chaotic. There was no bullets left for Eagle to fight with his opponents, and yeah, props must be given to TEC. It was a classic showtime for PL match, I guess. We see 3 guys just get in one car and running it down to secure the winner chicken dinner for them, and the split wasn't working enough for Team Pi, and yeah, props given to TEC for sure.
Yeah, amongst the 3 that is on the top of the podium for this matchup itself, Thunder Talk Gaming, they were so focused on the side of TEC, but the way that they also got obliterated was by having Team Pi. So in this whole game itself, I've been observing them. They've been basically third-partying most of all these points in order to get that 10 elimination across the map. They've been holding on to areas, but when push comes to shove, I think that TEC does it the best. They just book for the hills, and they say, you know what, I got Shadow. He's going to get us covered up, and he is the MVP of this round.
Yep, the MVP of the match with 4 elimination points, 587 damage coming out from him, with 39% of team contribution, with longest elimination of 116 meters. He was the last one alive in the team. He has to clutch it up. He has to bring his A game, and he managed to secure another winner chicken dinner in the bag for the PL teams. And we have Rock here to replace the elimination leaders. I'm guessing this is for the previous round, which is map 3, with 5 eliminations, followed by 76 from Team Pi, Shadow with 4 kills, and following up by Octa with the same points, and RNJ at the 5th place with 3 points. And to keep you guys up to speed with the overall rankings, PEL teams are now on top again.
Yeah, and in just a matter of one match, you could just see huge points swinging in their favor. But what is certain right here is that we're looking at Thunder Talk Gaming being pretty much the most consistent team so far. The most consistent coming in from the side of Southeast Asia has to be FaZe Clan. Most of these rounds, we did see them at least finishing up on second, finishing up on third with high elimination points that puts them on in the placing. If you look at FaZe Clan, they only got 6 placement points.
Yeah, and looking at Tianba being in 15th place, this is a bit of a flashback of what happened to them during PMWI, which they didn't perform very well. They were the champion of PL Spring, but then going into PMWI, placed 10, and now for Pmrc, facing off teams from Southeast Asia, it feels like Tianba couldn't really adapt to put out their playstyle into the games that they're playing, and I feel like they need to do some major adjustments on how they're approaching fights.
You know what kind of adjustments they have to make?
What?
Get out of Milta. Like,
Yes.
but then again, they won that last round though against BTR. BTR didn't really get many points because Tianba just stopped them right there, and you saw what happened. The sprays on the boxes by the end of it is like, yeah, they still won Milta for themselves. So question is, moving into round 4, like this is where somebody's gotta give. Like now it's 1-1. Do you think it's BTR or do you think it's Tianba?
I think it's going to be BTR because they're not giving up for sure. Milta is their birthplace, I can say, but then Tianba, it's up to them really to still giving BTR a fight or maybe just move to another draw spot, because as we can see from the second Erangel, there's still places to go which is still empty to be filled with any teams basically. And we have to mention about LGD losing twice to FaZe Clan in Georgia Pearl City. Is this really working for them? Is this really worth it, taking early fights and then losing it out on every Erangel match, which happens to be the most map to play in the day?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many areas to play. Georgia Pearl is such a huge place to be, right? You can take north, you can take south. But both sides, they say, I want south. I want to play around the containers. And the worst part about playing in that field is that you don't really have covers, right? If you don't secure the warehouse, and if you're playing around the containers, if you don't have your teammates with you, and at the same time, if you have 2 teams fighting for those loots, you might start off with maybe just pistols. So it really is the luck of the draw when it comes down to the first 3 minutes of the game. How equipped are they to actually take on these fights? And I think like for the past 2 rounds, it didn't work out for this team.
Yeah, but maybe we can talk a little bit more about what's happening on further maps, which is left with 1 Erangel and remaining with 2 maps of Miramar. But without further ado, we are going on a short break and we'll catch you guys later on. Bye-bye. We are back from the short break and we have 3 maps remaining. 1 more Erangel and 2 more Miramar. And as we can see from the results, PL teams are catching up. 127 points on their side, but then C teams are still leading with 144 points if I'm not mistaken. But in terms of chicken dinner, PL teams, they are on top right now.
Yeah, and not only that, we're looking at Thunder Talk currently holding that #1 spot. Though the margins is not too wide for other teams to also chase up, I still feel like it is already a statement when you saw that last map. It was 3 PEL teams fighting each other. But even so, we can start to see that even within the PL region itself, there are very distinct playstyle coming from each respective team, where you saw how Titan Esports Club was so aggressive towards the end. PAI, or Team Pi, I would call it. They are basically a little bit more strategic, going for third parties. But before we get into the thick of the next game, we got a whole lot more things for you guys to check out in the game itself, where you got the new team mode, Zombies Edge, to get a bite of victory. You got to claw through all these zombies. You know, like, we play a lot of zombie games. I am a big fan of zombie games. Are you?
I love zombie games, and this new edition would make a great color to the game itself for maybe not competitive players, but to all of you guys are currently loving PUBG Mobile with the new mods, new skins, and you have to try this mod that is just released by PUBG Mobile. Must be a new experience for you guys to play with.
Yeah, perfect for the Halloween theme right now going on. And not only that, you can also check out the new collaboration between PUBG Mobile as well as your favorite fast food chain, KFC. This is where you get all your winner chicken dinners here with KFC.
Yep, and you can get it at your local store. And I feel like the meal, the setup with KFC and PUBG Mobile collaboration is a very nice team, because yeah, it's a winner chicken dinner, man. And it really correlates around KFC team, which is chicken, obviously. And I feel like you guys should enjoy your KFC x PUBG Mobile team in Erangel, Miramar Nusa, and plus they got this one edition where when you heal in game, you'll hear the team sound of KFC.
Oh, wow. It's finger licking good. Okay. I just love how it not only integrates inside of the game, but also in all their chains of restaurants as well. I believe all over the world currently happening, or should I say at the very least, Southeast Asia here. We recently have this being launched like probably within the week itself. So I was hoping to check it out. Chuchu was telling me how good the brand new set is. So yeah, maybe after this we can go for supper if any of it is still open.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Speaking of chicken dinners though, like last round, 1v1. And it was TEC versus Team Pi, right? Like I was really rooting for Team Pi because like the way that they play was not really the most direct of fights for most part. And then like it was TEC just saying, you know, Shadow's got that DPS, Shadow's just gonna push. And then it really goes down to that final bullet. That final bullet to get chicken dinner. Would have it had been any different on how Team Pi could have actually played that out?
Could be, because we've seen that Clutches played very well around Erangel map. We see that Team Pi players are positioned very well and their firepower is crazy amount. And I feel like maybe with a chance of a bit of a luck and bullets on their side, maybe they can win out the game, and Shadow could be placed number 2 and TEC wouldn't be placed as the winner just now. But I feel like, yeah, it all comes down to luck in the last minute round. Yeah. But then talking about third party, about Team Pi, right? We saw just now more GPX tried to third party at the compound of Serbia after they finished their fight. It was a 2v4 match, but Serbia played it very well. They managed to eliminate Mob GPX in a blink of an eye and just destroy them before coming into the compound.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought up Sersha because this wasn't the only round that they do these kind of miraculous clutch plays. I believe the round before that in the first angle, they have always had that added pressure coming from teams, and somehow they can always flip the coin around and say, hey, I'm the boss of this place right now.
Yeah.
Now, going into the final angle though, like it's been 2 matches that PEL side has won. Are we looking at another PL win right here in Erangel?
It could be that, but then as we've seen that Vampire Esports, they are not backing down without a fight. They were hunted down by 3 PL teams in the final moments in the last map of Erangel, but then yeah, the numbers aren't with them, but then I feel like Vampire Esports would give a big fight in the next Erangel.
All right, and I guess like we'll just have to wait and see, but I believe that there's just going to be a lot more banter going on the other side of this because we're going to pass it back to Choo Choo and Sir Cloud.
Man, the action from that previous round is just so insane that contrast is starting to fall off. Well, not fall off, but drop. Okay, you get what I
if
mean.
it's fall off, you can have your twin now.
Yeah, I keep telling him it's not that bad, you know.
Okay, speaking of, if only that's a real life situation, if he got a knife, Eagle from Team Pi can just knife his toe, his opponent's toe, right in front of him just now. But there's this PUBG Mobile, ladies and gents. And maybe you want to keep some pistol around there somewhere in case that happens again for Team Pi.
I mean, you hardly see like pistol being like one of the secondary weapons of the players, right? If anyone were to like have that last 1v1 moment for the chicken dinner and can still pull out a pistol,
Knife it.
yeah,
Go. Just
that would have been an insane moment.
But speaking of knifing, right? Don't forget about Milton knife just now between Tianbai and also BTR. There's going to be another revenge going on. I mean, like, I actually talked about K1 before, but it never popped up. But TEC, and this time, surprisingly, we are both going for PL team.
Yeah, a little bit late to the party, but it's okay. yeah, it's still up there. So talk me through your thoughts about like Titan now.
I mean, like, so far, we do see them a bit slow start at first, but we can see all the PL teams start to warming up. And speaking of Erangel, no chicken for the sort of SEA team in Erangel just yet.
Oh yeah,
Only in Sunhawk, that's it.
the one that BTR got it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to see, since it's going to be the last Erangel for today, I would also like to see like what our analyst Des mentioned. Is it going to be worth it for LGD to fight FaZe Clan in South Jogopool? Because it is the most maps being played in a single day.
And not just that, it depends on the flight path. What I notice about PL teams are they are so flexible. They always can adapt towards any flight path. So their drop spot usually going to depend on that flight path, except for some circumstances where it's within their reach for their premier drop spot. Like example, we talked about Pochinki before. Nobody trying to contest Pochinki. Wolves are the only one that are actually there.
Yeah, if only D Xavier is playing, then maybe we might see a
Yeah.
Pochinki contest. But the fact that they're taking a break until the Pmgc League stage, which will be happening later, earlier next month, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, this is going to be the last Erangel for today, so keep your eye again onto Milta as well as South Jogopol, the hotspots. Let's see if it still be hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy is the usual snack plate for KFC, where everybody will order hot and spicy. There are people who ordered original.
I know a friend who orders mix, like one original and one hot
It's
and
like,
spicy.
I want to play roulette, like, or maybe I got hot and spicy this time, or maybe, you know, whenever you pick a chicken.
Yeah, like walk up to the counter, to the cashier, and it's like, okay, surprise me.
Well, a mix.
Yeah. Surprise me with a mix, yeah.
But I do agree with Contra. Yes, I actually love the latest. For Malaysia, we do have the barbecue chicken, which is one of the best. It's actually spicier than hot and spicy.
I never tried that, so...
No, it's actually spicier. I mean, like, for my tongue and my palate, it's a bit spicier. But you should try it. Maybe you can join them for the supper tonight.
Join Contra? Ugh. I'll put it like, I'll join him when he cuts his hair. But anyway, he's not here to listen to that. But anyway, the LGD... Oh, looks like it's a little bit of a stop. Okay, LGD and FaZe Clan is still happening, but now we also have Weibo versus Vampire Esports. Let's go!
This is going to be really rousy for all the teams. Might actually more than 4 teams fighting. Make it even like 6 or 7 now, if there's a third party coming in. But FaZe Clan managed to shut down on Cat on Mau Mau. That's going to be from sort of LGD losing 1 man with no trade coming at all. Pmgc coming out from the back line, just trying to go for support fire, where you can't even see through that building. But finally can see one, he shoots him down.
Oh, and he got Mela, one of the key players for FaZe Clan. So at least a 3v3 at this moment between LGD and FaZe Clan. CC, nice off angle there, gotta give it to him. Now Momon with a micro Uzi in hand. Looks like he's going to go in, but Mela is back up as well. So, yeah, FaZe Clan still has this advantage.
And don't forget about FaZe Clan holding the record with the most elimination in one single map here. 15, that's the number for day 1 by BTR and Tiemba. We talked about BTR lost before this, and Tiemba knifed them out. There's definitely going to be a revenge fight between these 2 teams.
Well, so far the revenge is working out. GenForce got his first elimination against Tienba. So nice, looking for more. Looking good for them so far. Again, the circle is not at Milta, so time is not on either of their side.
A bit suffocating what GenForce is wearing. Covers the entire face there. But Tiemba, on the other hand, barely got enough for themselves. No throwables in the hands of YDD. Ren, on the other hand, do you have rifles to work with? But level 1 of armor is not going to hold strong against Boichi with the DBS. There goes down. Tiemba losing a lot of men. Heavy casualty.
It looks like if there's a direct approach, like both teams landed down, looted decently, then BTR has that advantage. Now, Tienba, they won that previous fight because they took out 1 player from BTR before he even managed to land. But speaking about trading it back, Tienba losing another member to GenForce. Lapa takes out YDD, and there you go. Revenge completed.
A lot of messes from that last spray of Death Box, by the way. But yeah, things are getting hot and spicy here, definitely. That's Milta. So far, how are the scores between the 2 teams again? I think it's 2-1 for now. BTR actually winning twice so far. So yeah, I think this is going to be keep it going for until tomorrow.
Is this the repeat of the first Erangel? Because it's the exact same circle. Man, Morph GPX.
Second chance.
Second chance for them to do it again.
Don't watch it. They actually got the circle just like how they did before. But this time back to the side of LGD. He's not done yet for Pmgc. He still want to take out the entirety of FaZe Clan members, being a bit far apart from the rest of the team, trying to shoot from the outside. Well, nobody actually gave enough attention for Thunder Talk. Now, Thunder Talk, they have been playing very slow and going into the circle very late, but it's working out perfectly well for them.
You know what? The other area I'm looking at is Yasnaya. We have K1 and Pasija Evos. But now FaZe Clan, coming back to them, this time around they eliminated CC, the off-angle player, thanks to Ventores. And now no one is at an off-angle. They know the rest of LGD. They are in the same building, in the same area. So all they need to do is to focus onto this building to wipe out the rest of LGD.
It's so crucial for Pmgc to actually stay alive just now. He's the only one can make a bit of a flip for the side of LGD since he got himself off angle position. That's nobody can shut him down. Except for FaZe Clan members spot him out a bit earlier than it's supposed to be. But Cat, the DBS waiting. More be shut down with a spray from the micro Uzi, blasting, making sure he's on his knees. Mela with no helmet, no gears. That's a bit of a risk, but on here comes. No way.
I have a lot of questions with that move, but let's see who wins this fight at the end of the day. As Cat is just on the inside. He knows that revive was attempted by Mela, so Mela doesn't have the space to pick up Momo now, joined by Ventores. It's going to be Mela and Ventores two OG players. Let's see if Mela can get anything more out of this. Coming onto the left, but Mela taken up by Blessing. Only Venturas left, the captain himself. And even Venturas is out, and finally, LGD wins against FaZe Clan.
LGD, I mean, that was questionable, like you mentioned. Venturas have a shot with that shotgun just now, but I have a feeling he was overthinking himself, thinking that maybe they have a DBS or maybe they're trying to push down with a nade. So he backed up all the way where he's supposedly to be the anchor for the team that time to shut down whoever comes down the stairs. But, you know, it's a bit of a hunch thing. It's lucky or not moment. Things just happen anyway.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where I wish we can get an interview so we can, you know, get to know exactly what happened. But maybe later on, our analyst desk will be able to break down for us. But as of now, the score between LGD and FaZe Clan is 2-1, and 2 still onto FaZe Clan. So with the 3 rounds of Erangels as of now, I would say that this might be carried forward to tomorrow.
That's kind of true, maybe until the end of the day for Pmrc. But Alter Ego here starts the action. Spotted out Team Pi across them. Octa will try to reposition himself on the battleground to see where Team Pi is moving towards. So the direction is going straight, trying to find the location of Team Pi all by himself. Octa being the scouter, try to mark his parameters for the team. But on the other side, Team Pi is actually moving the other way around. So it's quite far-fetched for Octa trying to hunt them down here.
Yeah, I guess their focus is trying to get into the northern side first. And not only that, trying to get a good, secure position. So avoiding fire at this moment, great.
Oh.
Looks like we have a substitution graphic this time. So Alva is in, replacing Potato, who had a long dip in the water in one of the rounds, the first Erangel today.
I think he's traumatized by it. He needs a break for now.
Yeah.
But maybe they are prepping up Alva to warm him up for the next match, which could be Mirama. That might be the case here because the Indonesian teams love to swap the players according to the maps.
Oh yeah, that's right. If only Boom Esports was playing, right? Then,
Oh my God, no.
yeah, then our graphic designer will have a lot of work to do.
Even us have a lot of work to do just to see who's playing that time.
And we'll be playing guessing the player every round.
That was fun back in the days. But for Team Wolves or Wolves Esports, remember, spotted out some players just across the horizon. Not taking any action so far. Thunder Talk, they do have another contender for late comers, which is going to be BTR. Is that the last play for BTR?
BTR? Okay, I see Sata. It shouldn't be because they won it against Tianba, kind of okay. But we'll probably get a better answer later on once the whole graphic shows up. But look at the circle. It's not going to be exactly Severny this time, but instead it's going to be a tougher one. There is that possibility that small little island on top of the water house might be the next or the final phase.
The one that coming on the right side, that's going to be a lot of choke points for them as Vampire Schwab's taking on Gap. Weibo Gaming losing 1 player quite early this time. You're on the second stage where everybody will try to fight themselves to the center. Morph pull over. They try to fight against 7-9. Here comes the spray. Yoru spotted out 7-9. Didn't manage to spot one, but maybe the entire team. Mikael being knocked down and finished off once more. Mikael never get any actions for him for the past 2 maps.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't get to see much opportunity for Mikael to show his stuff. Hopefully you'll be able to get that opportunity later on. But you know what, fun fact, so the one that took Mikael out, Bubuhu, he is the eldest player amongst them all in this tournament here, 28 years old.
Stop exploiting the players. I mean, nobody wants to feel all for themselves. I don't. At least we're
I'm
older.
37, so, well.
There you go. Hi, Grandpa.
Thank you.
Well, back to our players. Yeah, Vampire, Sony K being shut down early on because of the early fight just now. But Zerja, Loxy will respond to them accordingly. But the problem is they might not be the only teams here because we saw how many teams were moving towards the same direction as the circle shifted just now.
And that's always a signal that we might see a lot more fights, especially stage 2 to stage 3. And speaking about fights, Weibo will be taking this fight against Vampire Esports. They're not done yet with the North Jogopo fight, and Weibo wants to stop Vampire from cutting across.
Stone, Ming. Now Stone is thinking twice whether they want to fight this out or not. The Vampires, once upon a time, one of the most aggressive team down there. also the PMWI champions, being challenged by Ye Mao from Weibo Gaming. Spot out Shred's a bit greedy for Ye Mao. He's a wildcat, yes, for sure. Now being punished instead. Lucky enough, he got himself enough, but the rest of Weibo Gaming cannot help him, especially Sook at the back, taking a lot of blue zone.
Speaking about the zone, so the trend of the PL teams is that they like to spend time in the blue, locking teams out. So the only way for Vampire Esports to get out of this is to wipe out Weibo Gaming while the blue is on top of them.
I do want to talk about also Team Morph, who are actually being offered second chance based on the circle just now, but unfortunately they also bump into another team. Now, we don't expect a lot of fights in the center of a circle based on the trend right now. A lot of them playing in the blue zone instead. As Sook shutting down on Ravenclaw, he's back on his knees here. Not doing great at all for the side of Vampires.
Ravenclaw eliminated by Sook. And now Alter Ego trying to get something for themselves. Rosemary is there, goes in for the 1v1, and it's going to be a straightforward knockdown for Rosemary with a Scar L. There's going to be another one in the pocket of Alter Ego, and look at the circle, Choo Choo. Oh man, this is a trash circle.
Imagine we ended up right on top of a very small patch of island there, on top of Ruins and Rothhawk. That's been incredibly tough, but that might be the spot where Pmgc Evos want to take in it as K1 bowing out after the fight against Alter Ego. They're reigning over shooting range for now, but it's not done and dusted yet, as Alter Ego still have a lot of challenges for them when they try to get into the circle.
Oh, but speaking about getting into the circle now, these two teams...
What circle?
Yeah, what circles? Circle doesn't exist, you know. The blue is friendly. And there you go. Straightforward elimination with that nade from Sook, and Vampire Esports bows out.
I don't think Weibo Gaming really cares about that circle that much. They just need those eliminations. That's what really matters for them.
I mean, this is the trend of the PAL teams. Spending time in the blue, locking another team out, just like how a lot of the South Asia teams play. And they are executing it fairly well, I must say. And I guess that's why this kind of strategy so far is working out for them in general.
A BTR, spotted by Zerja, as he got punished and returned fire on the side of BTR. Here comes the entire cavalry just passing by. Mega Mine tried to shoot down on BTR, but he got caught himself in. Now all angles off. Mega Mine tried to zigzag himself away, but it's going to be not so great as Gemforce finally found himself an off angle that works right for him. RNJ on the then on top form again today.
A little bit too early for him to pull out his DBS, because he was still at the range that his M4 could have brought more value. So I guess that swap of a weapon was just untimely. But hopefully they'll be able to recover right now that the fact that Sersha has BTR to deal with.
And Jan Force, the only one inside of that compound right now. The rest of us still outside. This might be the bait, but never mind. Finish off in an instant. That's leaving BTR Satar. Satar in La Par down there. RNJ taking the effort to go all the way out of his way to be in the blue zone, trying to find the rest of BTR.
Here we go. Satar running away from the blue, trying to get into the circle. But if you look at the minimap, there's another team waiting for these two teams who wants to get in. RNJ knocked down by Satar. Sharpshooter he is. But look at who's waiting. It's Pmgc Evos, who will be really happy if they can take out BTR.
Feels like Pmgc Evos is waiting with a question. Are you guys done yet? Because we're trying to shoot you guys down. That's what really happened for Zuxi. At a perfect time to scope in, and that just a missed time here for Chopper. Barely alive. Oh, red face.
Well, Zuxi didn't get it, but Redface is there to make sure the point will not drive away. And that's going to be Pmgc Evos netting their third point. Moving on to the left side, we got Weibo Gaming now. Alter Ego, I don't think they'll be that interested to try to block Weibo Gaming for coming in. So it's just a matter of Weibo Gaming. When and how will they come in?
Well, just like that. Just like that, brother. Just like that. There you go.
I'm letting the laughter sink in, you know.
Oh my god. But Weibo Gaming, well, they are very witty, so can they work with two players left? Well, Wolves is waiting at the other end. Alter Ego got himself a couple of trees to take covers. Only vegetations and the terrain to help them at that time. But Alva, he just swap in. He definitely need time to warm up, but more than enough warming up. He got himself the most eliminations out of all the lineup of Alter Ego.
Oh, wow. Hello, LGD to Thundertalk Gaming. And with that, LGD out. The 4 eliminations that they got was by eliminating FaZe Clan. And now moving over to Rainbow Gaming, straightforward, the knockdown onto Misery. But wait! From the other side of the world. Man, that just had to happen.
Are you kidding me? Rosemary knocked down so many players of Procedure Evils, by the way, with a vehicle. And that was really anticlimactic ending. A TEC so smart playing a third party. Back to us around the bunkers area. Zuxi, do you have Red Face to play alongside with them? But the problem is they're quite in the center of attention here. This is where we talked about how to cross over this river. It's sort of a choke point for these guys.
At least they still have the circle though, so they can still kind of hold on to that while they pray that the circle does favor them and they don't need to swim across. Same goes for Thundertalk Gaming and the other team that's just in front of them. There's going to be Sem9. So Sem9 is on the outer side. So assuming that the circle does move away, Thundertalk Gaming has a slight advantage against them.
Sem9 barely got enough walls to cover themselves, but enough to make themselves not be discovered by the Thundertalk teams just next to them. I'm waiting for Team Pi to take actions, but we do know Pi never actually say or do anything until the very last minute. But that's going to be SG being focused on side of Thundertalk. Sing with a Vector giving a bit of a pressure, just tiny bit. Can he? This is tough for Sem9. If the circle moves so far away, they don't have any other option than fight themselves, brute force their way in.
With 3 players, without Mikael. So a little bit of a disadvantage for Sem9. But they're also praying that the circle does favor them. Now, it's going to be very unlikely. But we'll get a confirmation real soon now.
Oh.
And yes, the circle goes up north. So Sem9, Wolf, Thundertalk, locked in with each other. On the other side, we got Pi as well as TEC locked in with each other as well.
I was hoping the small patch would actually be the last final game here, but it might be the end game if the circle will shift south again. But Team Pi managed to cross over that side towards the back of Morph right now, but TEC might actually be the next contender here. BTR, that's going to be last player, Satar, that is on that very small corner as well.
The last man standing, Starman Satar himself. If anyone were to last stand for BTR, Satar is definitely the right man to do so. But I'll be more interested to see. There's no way they're going to get across.
Here comes Rock, as per usual. Delivers when it comes to being observers. Trying to feed off information for the rest of the team. But yes, I agree with your point just now, but we're not done for Procedure Evils. Red Phase is still there, taking on TEC. Sem9 fighting back. Thundertalk try to close them down. That make it out and try to finish off Rock in an instant. And need to reload while they try to move. But Sting is not so happy about this. But the problem is the blue zone is just taking his life away.
Yeah, he definitely does not intend to sing praises to Sem9. Now that Sem9 has taken out one of their teammates. And speaking about Sem9, they are on the roll right now. Looks like they're going to just go into the water. Nope, they cannot, because if they do so, they'll just be sitting ducks. So they still need to take out members of Thundertalk Gaming.
We witnessed just now how bullets are so crucial, and Sem9 don't have that much. Hopefully everything will turn back to value for them, but Pi stealing away! Oh, what a sneaky guy for the side of Team Pi. Dreamy taking on Wolf at the same time. And Team Pi just take all the prizes after so much effort by Sem9 just now.
Yeah, to a certain extent as well, actually doing Sem9 a favor by shooting from behind. But now, if Sem9 starts to swim, then Pi can do the same one to them. Right now, we can see 2 members of Sem9 charging into the water, trying to get across. They're still on the outside of the circle, but as we expected, Pi is ready for them.
76. He's definitely tempted to just go for the push. But you know he will jeopardize the entire team if he does that. 76 taking his own time to slowly taking the life away for Sem9. But Sem9, they barely can dock here. There's no place for them to just stand. Pi taking on TEC, BTR being eliminated next, but Smile running people down around the coastline here, and Pi just taking reign over the small patch of island.
Okay, remember with the name though, that name will miss, and Suki is gonna come in with the DBS, but Smile is waiting behind to wipe the smile off his face. TEC, number 8.
Smile, definitely smiling. And that's gonna be a creepy smile, but never mind, but Smile not smiling anymore as Eagle and Smile both being finished off across the board here. As Procedure Evil start to take actions against them. Sem9, Team Pi, Thunder Talk, and Morph. How to get into the center as Morph, Alter Ego, and Procedure Evil's already got himself the majority of the circle.
Oh, that's it. But then again, there's a trade happening here as Deb gets one, but counterfired by the other side by 76, and Sem9 is out at number 7 and 3 elimination points. Now the question is for Pi. How are they going to get into the circle? Because circle moved up north.
There you go, 77. Oh, this is going to be the choke area for the team that's coming up from the southern side. Not great, but Wolf is having the best time of their life. 77 in particular, with the 8-time scope, nothing can not be unseen here. He can see everything that's passing through, everything that moves, he just tap it out. But on the side of Thunder Talk, Dream is still alive, but not that much longer anymore.
Oh, there you go. Dreaming in the lobby. Number 6 for Thunder Talk Gaming. I mean, it was a tough circle for them. They had to like swim across, go up north, so it was a difficult one. But the fact that they are able to survive out to number 6, that's not too bad. But for Pi, it's going to be the life of Pi at number 5, 4 elimination points. And we're only at stage 6, but we got 4 teams left.
Surprising how Morph actually managed to get himself in the back line towards where they were standing before. Procedure Evil's got himself the bunkers and not leaving anytime soon because Redfin and Zuxia has been surviving the longest as a duo. Morph playing alongside with the pressure, hoping to not be discovered, but Leon catching clutches. It's so crucial. He got one. He might actually almost got 2, but never mind that. Oh, so close. He have to sacrifice one of teammate, and Morph couldn't make it through, but close enough.
I do like the idea though, but at the end of the day, it was Alter Ego backstabbing on the Morph GPX, eliminating them, doing Wolves a favor. And that also means now Alter Ego may want to collect their depth. At the same time, they must be careful because Procedure Evos is lurking around too.
Now, can Wolf finish off the 3 runs of Orengo with another PEL team taking a chicken dinner? Will finally Procedure Evos or Alter Ego breaking their streak?
See if the streak can be broken now. At this moment, 2 from Southeast Asia, 1 representative from PEL, and Wolves, they still have a full squad. So as long as you have a full squad, anything can happen. Alter Ego, however, has the best position possible with this high ground and the numbers on their side.
I feel like Alpha swap in just give different dynamics entirely for Alter Ego, more aggressive than before.
Oh yeah, they're starting to tune up. So I guess like the first round of sign-out, that was like, yeah, warm-up round, intro, and now they're starting to turn up the heat. But let's see if they will be hot enough to burn down the 2 teams, that is Procedure Evos and Alter Ego.
But for Procedure Evils, leaving only 2 men left here. Zuxia and Redface. But we've seen what Redface can do alongside with Zuxia. These are 2 incredible players, definitely. But Wolf still have entire cavalry for inside of Alter Ego as well, still having a full roster. And Zuxia just trying to feed off information for Redface while he tried to get himself that loot. Oh, 77, you sneaky guy. But here comes a nade.
Okay, Redface moves away. 77 does not know. But Redface will be forced to move on to show himself. He can't hold his breath forever in the water. And that's where the Wolves will be there to eliminate him. But are they letting him go? No, not yet. They still got 77 waiting for him.
Oh, surprisingly, Redface actually can survive. At 77, they've been cooking up the nade for the longest time, trying to prepping it up. Azoxy is feeding off information. But do they have time? Not so much. 15 seconds, less than that. They need to leave it now. If the circle happened to be shrinking even further, then they're done. But surprisingly, Redface managed to go away unscathed. I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, and he managed to dock himself, so wow.
He got loot.
He got the loot as well. I mean, that is the perfect scenario for Redface. Let's see if we can turn Redface onto the Wolves. After getting the loot, Can he eliminate them? But Alter Ego is around the corner as well. And they still have the high ground advantage. And your answer! But Redface takes out Rosemary instead.
Oh man, both my favorite players. Yeah, I cannot favor one or the other, but it's just Redface knows exact timing. He knows exactly the right person to knock down as well. That's going to be the Rosemary, the fragger, the main star player for Alter Ego. But Fnatic will respond back to Wolves. Now, Wolf Dartran will try to fight back.
Oh, there you go.
A bit of a trading three-way war it is.
Yeah, Octa knocked down right now. Alter Ego. They still don't have Rosemary. He's still on his knees. Now the nades will rain down onto Alter Ego, putting pressure onto them at the corner of the circle. Octa will finish off. 3 more to go. Can they finish him off? Rosemary's back up, and Fnatic is going to go in for an off angle. Nice knockdown. And this is the opportunity for Alter Ego to crash in.
Oh, now there's going to be... Oh, one more player for Wolf. Where is that Wolf who's hiding like a puppy? They're trying to find him out. Found at 77. Sliding down.
Oh!
What is like? Oh my God, this is slippery slope, but Redface secures, and this is gonna be the first Erangel for Southeast Asia Chicken Dinner to take it away.
Now the next question is whether it's going to be Pmgc EVOS or Alter Ego to get this chicken dinner. At this moment, Alter Ego still has the circle advantage and the terrain advantage as well against Pmgc EVOS. And not only that, they have 3 players versus 2 for Pmgc EVOS.
Oh, there's gonna be an even fight still. Even though Alter Ego having a tree, but we're talking about Redface being in the front. He's a one scary beast to deal with.
Well, let's see if he can be the beast or Rosemary will be the beast carry. As the nades rain down, the Pmgc was putting pressure on the dome. Redface tries to get the knockdown, but not able to get that. And now they'll be pressured by the blue. 10 more seconds before the zone close.
Tricky terrain.
Oh!
No! Sliding down. No! I need a distance. No! There you go.
Okay, at least he's still able to get back up. Okay, it's not the end of the world yet. But Rosemary is going to make sure that it will end now. He's going in for the flank.
Now, Rosemary is back up. Now, there's going to be a bit of trouble for Pmgc EVOS. Redface trying to shut him down, but it's just so undeadable. Is that even a word? But Rosemary is just a zombie for now. Zuxi and Pmgc EVOS, Redface, do they have enough? They need so much hand grenade to shut down Alter Ego since they are being outnumbered.
I need to look at my dictionary. But but look at this. Everyone's just like locking out Pmgc EVOS because Pmgc EVOS is on the outside of the circle. So Alter Ego, all they need to do is just wait and Pmgc EVOS will show themselves. The blue will do its work.
Barely got enough. One molly, one hand grenade. Zuxi hopes to open up the space, but Fnatic, that rock is his lifesaver right now. That one rock will find him no more. That rock will not cover this molly. Is burning off barbecue from KFC barbecue. There you go, it's Fnatic flavor. But not Zuxi. Oh, it just stuck out his feet.
Literally, that is pig feeting there. But the rest of Alter Ego now knows exactly where Pmgc EVOS is at. Alba is going to close in on to Zuxi, who's just right below him. Zuxi down to 20% health left, and Alba can't land that final blow onto Zuxi. Till now, nothing is going to stop Alter Ego from coming back.
I have to say, the wisest and the best decision for the swap of a player, letting Alva in, making such a huge difference for Alter Ego. Not just that, giving such an improvement for the scores between PEL and PMPL teams.
Well, right now, Alter Ego, I know it's only one game. It's still very early for us to say that, oh, they're going to come back and go all the way, just like how they did in the PMSL. But this is the Alter Ego that we know and love.
Not just that, Alter Ego will be the one that balancing the skill for the chickens between these 2 regions.
Yes. So, right... yeah, because you mentioned it twice, so I'm like, okay, I just have to acknowledge, like, yes.
Okay.
But anyway, so there are also other key fights as well. So BTR and Tianba. And for this round, it was... okay, BTR and Tianba is one fight. The LGD and FaZe Clan was another fight as well. So it's 2-1, 2-1 each.
That's kind of true. We talked about Milta, who taking over the reign on Milta. That's between Tianba and BTR. Both won themselves, like 2-1 for BTR right now. And not just that, on Jungle Pool, that fight will actually continue for the tomorrow. I think we're back to Erangel. But speaking of which, we might actually have a lot of clashes again for the next Miramar map, since that's going to be the first ever. But speaking of all the other teams, right, I'm surprised the fact that not many Thai teams actually make it through till the top 3 for the almost half of the day now.
The only one was Vampire Esports. I think it was the previous round, and that's about it. But other than that, if it's from Southeast Asia, then it's from Indonesia. I mean, to be fair, they have majority of the numbers as well. They got 4, as compared to Thai, they have 3, and Malaysia has 1, which is 7-9. So naturally, that bigger number will give them a bigger percentage of making it up there.
I don't know, maybe I have a feeling that a lot of Thai teams do prefer early aggressiveness, just trying to, gain eliminations as much as they can. And while you compare with PEL, how they actually play, like you mentioned before, a bit slower, a bit observant, and then the rest of the team, they're trying to just calculate every single step there is, taking their own sweet time about the timing to go into the circle. But this was so crucial for the side of Rockface. If we shut down here just now, they actually will, not getting as much point as they hope be. After that chicken dinner. But nonetheless, that was an incredible match. Again, Indonesian teams, they always in the top 3.
Oh yeah, and it's like a swap of Indonesian team. Like before this, it can be like a BTR, and this time it's like a Alter Ego. So they're like, okay, 2 Indonesian teams from Southeast Asia getting the chicken dinner. But you know what? Let's hear from our analysts, especially on some of the key moments that happened earlier on. We're going to pass it back to our good-looking analyst, Cairo, as well as Contra. Let's go.
The reigning champions of Southeast Asia is back on the map with a chicken dinner for themselves. And yeah, what a good game for them to end it just now by having the high ground position, number advantage, and everything is just given to them, I guess. But then Persija EVOS, on the other hand, would still give up a fight to, can say that they don't want to give the chicken dinner easily to the opponent.
Yeah, it was mainly about who really gets towards the northern side of Ruins the earliest. And not only that, we even see certain teams that were trying to hold that area not lasting as long as they should be. Meanwhile, I was really impressed about Wolves on how they've been able to even swim across the river and try to play it out against Persija EVOS. And they did manage to at least walk away with those 10 points. I believe that Alter Ego, just as always, they are usually the late bloomers into the league. We see them not really getting too much points in the first 2 maps of today. And here we go. Once they do have Alva on the board, they come in slamming 23 points right here, right now.
Yep, and the play of the match will be given to Rosemary with 4 elimination points in his pockets, with 687 damage coming out from him, 24% of team contribution, and 362 meters longest elimination. He's looking very good right now. He is, can say, the backbone of the team. Whenever he starts playing well, his team also will do good.
Yeah, and for me, Rosemary is kind of like the Messi of Indonesia. He's kind of like this generational talent ever since these teams coming from the side of PMPL's SEA have been colliding. And it's been so many times that we've seen him putting on a consistent showing. Despite all of that, we are still looking at the top 2 spots belonging to the PEL. Pi with 41 points, Thundertalk Gaming with 40 points, only 1 point shy. And somehow, Persija EVOS, even despite them not getting that chicken dinner, they're now number 3.
Yeah, meanwhile, at the second page, we can see that LGD Tianba in K1 still with single-digit point after 4 maps actually have done. And this is not looking good for them, and especially for the Lone Wolf of Malaysia, which is Sam9, starting off with Sunhawk very well, but then coming into Erangel looking a bit shaky here.
A little bit lost, I would say, as well. Like, I think that they're really good in the early to the mid-game, but mid-game onwards, when it comes down to shivs as well as rotation, it felt like they didn't really have the best idea possible in order to go into the zone either safely or to actually go in for the right challenges that will see them come up ahead. So I think they definitely need to see how they could basically work out on some of their communication. But going to head-to-head, wow, PL, they are 40 points shy, but they are definitely closing the gap.
Yep. For the winner chicken encounter, we can see that it's even Steven for both sides here, which leads to the last two games to really conclude everything up for day one. Which side do better in securing the game, getting those winner chicken dinners, but then on the side of total eliminations, it really goes to the side of C teams, which they engage a lot of fights rather than PL teams are more to like defensive in the compound or maybe trying to block rotations coming from outside of the circle.
Yeah, and now here comes the biggest of maps to be played out for the competitors out there. Miramar back to back, and I'm basically gonna be calling that the teams from PL, they're gonna have a lot of great showing here, but this is also a map where Thai teams absolutely love. So
Yep.
do you think that this is gonna give an edge towards teams like FaZe Clan or even Vampire Esports?
We might gonna see a lot of presence from the Thai teams, especially Vampire Esports and FaZe Clan, because we know that their playstyle are more towards like splitting and trying to have a big range of view and angles to get to know where their opponents are placed, and this is probably gonna be their map, I guess. I'm feeling like it, but then it's all up to them in game on how they approach things out. And maybe what I'm expecting for Miramar is the drop spot fights. I love drop spot fights. It brings out a lot from the team, whether they can manage to handle pressure early on.
Yeah, we're going to be keeping our tabs onto certain areas like Picado, San Martin, and maybe Los Leones, because that's where they usually crowd up. But I'm pretty sure that the casters have their own opinions, so we want to hear it from them. Sir Cloud, Chu, you guys still with us? Let's hit it right into it.
No, we're not with you. We are with the show now, okay? So we are back with the Pmrc, ladies and gentlemen, and we're done with Erangel for today. So we're moving on to Miramar now. I know that there are certain expectations of, okay, regular drop spots of the teams, but we have seen what sort of mess it was inside of both Sandhawk as well as Erangel. So maybe expect the same in Miramar.
Yeah, I'm looking over for the clashes of a map drop spot here, including, like how you just mentioned, Picado. It will be in between Wolf and also FaZe Clan, might even send 9 in the fray down there. And not just that, Power Grid is also another place for BTR and also Team Pi. Not just that, we're not done yet. On top of Los Leones, it's going to be super fun as well, especially in South Los Leones. But before that, which map would you like to have a summer house for vacation? I mean, there's no Livik down there. I wish there's Livik.
I would take Livik.
Yeah, Livik is incredible.
Yeah, but Vikendi definitely can't be a summer house because it's winter all the time there. So I don't know what the 20% are thinking of when it comes to like a summer house.
They don't like something hot or something, somewhere hot and warm.
They're cool. They're cool people.
They're cool people, yeah. They're cool kids.
Cool kids. I think that. I
Interesting.
wouldn't mind Sandhawk though. Which one would you pick then?
I mean, like Sunhawk, it will be a lot of mosquitoes down there.
Oh yeah, true.
It's a rainforest sort of thing. I still definitely want to go for Livik. There's hot spring, there's also some mountains for you to ski over, there's also good villages and nice weather.
Yeah. And it's a smaller map, so you can explore the place on your own, you know, pretty nice. But we're going to predict right now. So you got K1, I got BTR, a little bit late to the party. Well, very late. It's map number 1. But what are your thoughts about K1?
I mean, for now, if you compare with how they were playing in their finals for summer PL 2023, it's different version if you compare it with Pmrc right now. Honestly, we had this prediction before we see how they are in action. So right now, I don't feel like they're very hot at the current moment.
Yeah. Or maybe they're waiting for a map swap, you know.
This is the map.
Yeah, like this is the map. You know, some teams, like they are comfortable playing in a certain map. So since it's going to be the first Miramar, no expectations, right?
Clean slate. Speaking of clean slate, I don't think that's going to be very clean at all because I'm looking at a lot of clashes potentially will be happening here. But if they change their drop spot, then it's going to be a totally different story.
Yeah, I think we will see a good number of changes. Yeah, because like Erangel, it was the same case. Even in Sandhawk, it was the same case. So yeah, but at least this time, this is the biggest map of all. So there's like a lot more space for them to play. If they still clash, well, it's on you.
That's true. Not on us. Never on us. We're always right. What do you guys mean? But speaking of which, it's going to be crucial for these guys to get themselves vehicles. So it's going to be a lot of vehicle fights early on. And so far, a lot of drop spot changes, especially in Sunhawk, Erangel. Sort of some of them, not all of them. Majority still stays at around the same spot, but will it be the same case here when it comes to Miramar? Will we have a lot of bloodbath in certain spot here? Because we're heading to our first Miramar in the Pmrc right now.
Miramar! Here we go, the first Miramar of the Pmrc. Can't wait to see what sort of clashes will happen. But we're going to start off the flight path from Campo Melida all the way down to the south side of Los Leones. So kind of skewed towards the right side. Getting onto El Pozo, Craterfield is going to take quite a bit. So this might also mean that we might see some early clashes around the flight path area.
That's kind of true. Might actually change it to second or third drop spot for Weibo. It's going to be Chris Duval, but for Morph, do they take Tori Ahumada? Because that's usually the case, or it's going to be the reverse between those two. Will Alter Ego drop Al-Azhar with LGD if that's the case? But I don't see... they actually drop himself for Alter Ego quite early on. So Puerto Pariso might actually take it by Tiempa if they cannot reach Raminas Devel. So the one that actually we have to watch out for is going to be Los Leones southern side. If teams don't really change their drop spot, there might be a lot of teams out there.
I'm looking at El Azhar at this moment. We got LGD and Alter Ego dropping in the same area. So that is somewhere that we want to keep our eye on. Los Leones, pretty big. Even though if you see like 2-3 teams there, it's still going to be okay. But on the south side, like what you mentioned, Sersha and K1 heading pretty much the same direction.
I'm trying to find TEC. Tell me if you can find them, because TEC might actually drop Ascended Patron with Sam9 as well. Well, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. Observers listening to you, know? Yeah. But we're going to start off with TEC getting the first knockdown to Deb from Sam9. And not only that, Thumb as well, Kenny as well. Oh no, it's falling apart for Sam9. Only one player left. I believe it's going to be Mikael. Well, we asked for action from Mikael. Now we got it.
Oh,
that's the first pan.
At least he got some actions for Mikael. If it's not the first one to leave, then he's the last one to survive.
That's very positive of you.
Yeah, I mean, like, he got him limelight. But Sam9, I mean, that was deleted entirely. So fast, but we're not done. We do have Alter Ego versus LGD next.
Well, LGD, definitely not fans of very, very early encounters. They don't have a good track record. And now the fact that they lost one player to Octa, again, well, it's not done yet though, but you start off with 3 players.
For LGD, Cheng trying to pull apart against Ruth Mary, creating the distance. He landed himself some rifles. So that's a good news for sort of LGD, who remains with 3 players for now. But don't forget, we might actually have a lot more fights later on, including Minas Generalis, if Vampires happen to be meeting up with Thunder Talk or not, on top of La Medita or Minas Generalis.
Clear shot for Rosemary.
Oh, no.
One last shot. CC managed to get away. And he should be on the clear now, but he needs to reset. If he continues on, then it's going to be a big risk. At least he found a house that he can take his time to heal up.
The one bullet whiffed it in the very last minute there. Alter Ego definitely for Rosemary. A bit disappointed in there. But we're not done, like I mentioned before. Around Minas Generalis possibly is what's happening for Vampires versus Thunder Talk, who Vampires managed to shut down on one. But LGD, DBS won't work this time, buddy. This is not going to work with that distance. But blasting, at least he gives some fire, cover fire. But Octa running low with his bullet, changing over to micro Uzi.
Yeah, here we go. Coming in from the rooftop. It's going to be rooftop gameplay here for Octa, and he knows he heard the footsteps. No vest though, so a little bit of a risky play there. Okay, you're not going to want to use that M4 with 13 bullets. Let's stick to the micro Uzi.
I want to try. Big one. The moment we swap over to Thunder Talk, that's where they got the nades out. Tony K on his knees. Rock trying to open up the wall being set out by Vampires, but we're not done yet for the sort of LGD versus Alter Ego. As Alter Ego try to rush into, I think that's going to be the players that are being boxed. I think probably going to be CC, or I'm wrong. Cannot possibly see from this distance, but for the side of Vampires, they're hunting people.
Vampires right now retreating back. I guess they needed time to reset, but Thunder Talk, they lost Dreamy. So Vampire Esports has the man advantage. It's just that maybe they don't have the right weaponry yet. So that's why they're not too sure about engaging. But anyway, look at the elimination feed. Blessing is out now. So LGD, again, early encounters, not their favorite.
Oh, there's another fight going on between BTR and also Zerja. Not exactly sure. Is it going to be on top of Pmrc for that case? Gonna have to wait and see and just wait it out. If there's another fight between those two teams, yep, there you go. Gen Force out. Verzi finish him off. But for the side of Ravenclaw, the IGL Vampires now being isolated a bit far off from the rest of the team.
Oh yeah, he needs backup there. So I think that they're going in for him. But anyway, we swap over to FaZe Clan now. FaZe Clan against Wolves. Pig feet. Oh, this nade could be huge. Prepping up the nade, tossing it onto the room, but nobody is down.
On top of Picardo, these two teams, definitely this is going to be their main drop spot here. Pig feet, picking up his feet really fast the moment he saw that grenade flying. Just shut himself in the corner. I'm going to reset here and just going to have another go for Pig feet. Omzens, come on, just pick out. That's what he said internally, monologue. But Omzens waiting for the right time. The moment the timing is right, it's not there anymore. Pig feet tried to break into as his compound spotted out. Omzens. Perfect spray from the UMP.
And Onzens will finish off Pig feet. That is going to be the man on the ground to be eliminated. Then now Wolves playing with a deficit, but they managed to trade it back by taking out the captain himself, Ventorez. And the rest of Wolves waiting for FaZe Clan to charge into the top floor. As they move just at the corner, they'll be waiting for him. And remember, he knows that he's there and he's down. Looks like Wolves that are losing the plot.
There's only one last player there. It is on different building. It's on top of different building entirely. Again, 77H will be the last player of Wolf to remain calm and trying to figure out what to do next by himself. But Onza's not giving him any space at all. With that Pixar shot from afar, Onza's definitely not happy about this. He wants to finish them off in an instant without any helmet at that point. But he got barely enough for 77 as well. With the micro Uzi, he cannot shoot from this angle.
Yeah, it's not that easy for them to charge in onto the other side because there's a wall and there's enough open space for 77H to try to take that out. Yes, we know that he's using a micro Uzi, not the best of weapons in this kind of situation, but for FaZe Clan, they don't know for sure, so they might not want to take that risk. But as we move back over to another Thai team, that's going to be Vampire Esports, and Treps will be the next one to be on his knees.
Feels like they're hitting a draw here. Stalemate as Stress will be revived by Tony K, while Singh trying to take advantage of that knockdown. Stone, on the other hand, spot him out on a different angle. Ravenclaw managed to reunite, closing up with his teammate once more as they just push forward to the side of Ravenclaw to help him out. But it's going to be a stalemate between these two teams as they have different levels of terrain for themselves. Wolf still fighting against for his life. 77 still have the fight in him.
Yeah, but taking out Onzen. So 2 more to go at least for now. But it's going to be hard for him to charge in anyway. So look at this current situation. Looks like Thunderdog Gaming managed to flank in, knocking down Shrubs. Shrubs on his knees for the second time in this round.
It's so crucial for Singh to actually get that knockdown here. This is a good time for Rock trying to take advantage. But 77, here comes the entire cover with the blue zone as well. He managed to take that one. No way, this is just the micro Uzi plays. It's back! No! The plays are just finishing the entirety of FaZe and Wolf 77H. He will survive.
He had some help from the blue, but you gotta give it to him for holding it on. He has enough first aids, and now he has the box to loot. I mean, this guy. Wow, FaZe Clan must be kicking themselves and saying that we should have lost that fight.
Speaking of timing, it was a 3v1, but that one person managed to hold out strong long enough to play alongside with the blue zone. What are the odds? Definitely genius plays from the side of Wolf, but unfortunate coming up from the side of FaZe Clan.
I love what I just saw there. Anyway, now BTR going up against Pi. Pi knocks down La Pa, but Satar tracing back on the smile, making sure that he stops smiling. Poison will be knocked down as well. Taken now. BTR now. Again, Only Sata picking out his teammate. 76 looking for Sata. Okay, he's at the stairs, but he's not heading the direction.
Oh man, he just missed. He was in the wrong room. That's it. But back on his feet. He didn't even have time to reset his teammate Lapa. That's going to be the loss of BTR. But at least they scored one for this one. Tony K, on the other hand, bleeding out. I have a feeling. PEL, not really a feeling. PEL do love Biroma more than everything else.
Oh yeah, they're doing well so far. But Vampire Esports will make sure that that's not the case in their fight against Thunderdog Gaming. Ravenclaw with the vector in hand, goes in for the pro shot, and it's going to be the captain, IGL Ravenclaw himself, to finish off Thunderdog Gaming.
Surprisingly, I actually do see him first, an open fire first, but in the very nick of time, a very small amount of time, he reacted with a pro shot in the very last minute, and this bullet just missed him entirely.
Yeah, that is fast reaction there by Ravenclaw. Nicely done, nice mechanics there shown to evade those shots and counter back. And on top of that, Vampire Esports, after all that action, they're still a full squad. So it's a perfect win for them.
Now, last time I seen the Patron, we do see a bit of a fight on top of that. And this I'm a bit quiet for now. I'm not sure where is Sem9 as we speak. We didn't see a glimpse of Sem9. Oh, they're being eliminated. Sorry for that. I think because TEC won against them early on, possibly. But back to its Wolf, still taking the blue zone as TEC managed to secure 4 eliminations. They're trying to go for another, spot it out Tianba across that street.
Okay, stage 3 now. Let's see where the circle will go. A lot of teams in the middle of the circle this time. We got a couple on the side. And as the circle shifts up north, because a lot of teams play in the middle, that means as the circle shifts, a lot of teams are still in it. Now, I think the interesting point would be on the south side. We got Vampire, we got Sersha, and we got Pmgc EVOS by the side. So getting in, if Pmgc EVOS doesn't move, Sersha must take the fight.
The main factor that will force Pmgc EVOS to move is going to be Team Pi, who seems to be rock solid, not going to botch that one out. They got himself a compound. They can have a bit of a view against Pmgc EVOS as well. So that might be the reason they want to just make sure that they can gatekeep other's side instead of Pmgc down there. But Alter Ego, on the other hand, responded to LGD across the map and divided himself into 2-2 formations here.
On the outside of the circles, look at this. CC from LGD is still here, and he's on foot. No vehicle. He has to be as sly as possible to try to get in. Okay, he knows that Alter Ego is just right in front of him. Okay, he knows Alter Ego opened up. So one on the other side, one just right in front of him. For him to get in, it's going to be hard. So I guess what he's trying to do is try to distract Alter Ego and move away. Okay, he has a UAZ, so that's nice distraction there. Now the question is that, is he able to get away?
Now, if you want to stall for the time, like, you don't want to give away your covers, but CC or Cheng Si already given away his position here. And that making Alter Ego more intrigued to just block him from getting into the circle. Well, then by Zerja RNG on his knees. Oh, speaking of the timing, right across his face.
Nicely done by Tony K, follow up by Stone. And that's going to be another point in the bag of Vampire Esports. Their 5th point, in fact, taking out a team from the same country. That's going to be Sersha. Now, Sersha playing with 3 players. Looks like they're surrounded by vampires, but Shopper is super duper low at this moment with Ursi buying time for Shopper to reset.
Oh, all they need to do is just shrubs pushing forward so you can actually see them around the ledges just across them. Mega mind pressure by the blue. Here comes DBS. Hopefully will knock on one, and he did. Managed to reset himself the moment the openers actually be knocked down, but Ursi almost entirely chucked down by that grenade just now.
That was super duper close. Can't say the same for Ravenclaw as he got eliminated by Megamind. Tony K is coming in a little bit later as he's still going in for it. He's trying to cut across Sersha's exit route. Hopefully he's able to make it in time. Chopper stopped. Opportunity for Tony K to get close and try to take him out.
200 IQ on the way placed by Tony K with a very long distance running around that corner, trying to flank it out. But Shrubs tried to finish off Ursi, but managed to use those bandages and now back on his feet. Shrubs being shot by Megamind. That's not great for the side of Vampires and Search at the same time. The Blues start to be really in deep for both teams.
Oh yeah, it's going to be tough considering that Megamind is starting to run out of utilities. He's going for Ursi though, but does he have enough time? Not sure about that. Or maybe, okay, Ursi is going to give his side to the blue. Megamind heals up with a medkit, and he's going to try to loot, but he's going towards his other teammate now. Now, circle-wise, it moved a little bit up north, and because it's the 5th stage, it's going to be hard for Megamind. He has to bail this.
For the side of Wolf, if they just move slightly to the right against the Vampires versus Zerja, there's going to be Thanksgiving Day for them to finish things off. But Pmgc Evos feels a bit interested about what's happening between Vampires and Zerja. They try to push all the way out, even to a side of Tianba. Now, there's going to be 3 teams that Pmgc Evos can shut down. But Weibo Gaming just needed the last player of LGD, Chengxi. It's going to be the end of the run for the first Miramar map.
Yeah, after all that, surviving. Fortunately, no points this time around. So Weibo Gaming will be happy to pick up their first point this time. So it's going to be one in the pocket of Sook. But on the northern side, I think it's going to be A-OK. But on the south side, we've got Tony K, who was eliminated by Alter Ego.
Oh, another run that a bit floppy, a bit hard for the side of Vampires down there. Morph on the other end, always get in the center of a circle. Morph, I don't know how they did it. 2, 3 maps now. Wrangle and Miramar. Given chances, just take the center of a circle, but they're having a tough time to defend it.
Yeah, they can get there, just like how they tried to play in the PMSL, but defending it is a big question for Morph GPX. Let's see if they can do it again this time around since it's a different map. It's a little bit more open this time, so yeah, things might change for them. But we'll keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen. As now we have a Tianba close by with Pmgc Evos. But look at the position of Tianba. They don't really need to force the fight with Pmgc, so I guess they will hold their ground for now.
And why? 77H. Always the last player for Wolves. The lone alpha Wolf. The only one every single map. Trying to fight his back, but at least he's... never mind.
One shall not mention. We will keep it as that. Especially if you're casting, ladies and gentlemen. It's very dangerous, you know. Very cursey.
What?
Okay, we'll give
so
you
done.
a moment, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
so done for today. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But yeah, we're not done yet because I still have Rosemary on the realm. I don't want to read out players' names now. I'm scared.
But you have to. I'm waiting for it.
Oh my god, Rosemary.
Okay, yeah, there you go. You did it. But he still survives. Okay, good. Rosemary.
Surprisingly, he's not taking the first aid to put up to good use. He's using the bandages instead. Try to save it up for later, maybe.
Yeah, I guess that will be the case right now since he have enough cover. So he can kind of take his time to use the bandages because the bandages will kind of lose value as time goes by because especially the blue is obviously going to deal a little bit more damage. Now, circle-wise, a little bit up north, Weibo Gaming is there. Both GPX who played in the middle, so don't need to worry too much about the circle shifting. 2 teams in it. But we got TEC as well with a compound, so that is a great position to be in as well.
Not just that, K1 actually got a clear entry towards the left side. Now, as per usual, Morph, can you actually try to defend your circle and try to win it for once? Because they got so plenty of chances given. But it's just so hard for them to hold their ground right. But for the side of Team Pi, they can actually take advantage of this as well. Still having 3 players on their side, while the others having a 4 squad. There's going to only Team Pi and Pmgc Evos living out with only 3 players left.
Well, Pmgc Evos and Tianba, both of them needs to move. Now, if they move forward, there's going to be another team. But very likely, I would say, potentially they might want to try to take out each other, especially with Pmgc Evos, who seems to be interested to try to get a couple of points through this.
Risky play here for both teams. If TEC decided to just push forward with this, both teams will be in a bit of a trouble. So Pmgc Evos realized they're having a bit of a middle ground, not really the best place to see what's going on top of them and what's going on behind them. Might as well reposition first. As Alter Ego, they got themselves compound, but that's barely touching the circle.
Okay, here we go. Alter Ego. Speaking about touching the circle, they are still, but as they continue to wait at where they are, Tianba is getting closer and closer to them. Tianba not interested to go straight into the circle. Instead, they're making that longer rotation towards the right. But it's inevitable because TEC is the one with a prime position to hold these angles.
And speaking of angles, 97. A lot of responsibility here, like you mentioned before. Suki, on the other hand, just going to shoot it away and giving some warning shots to his team. Tianba not taking a warning at all as Alva trying to defend this, but it's going to be more than enough for him to hold on there. It's going to be 2v1, two different angles. He just shot down on one. Fnatic giving such beautiful support as Alva trying to reposition full back for a bit because Tianba is just too close for comfort.
Oh, and look who's coming towards them. There's another team if we look on the minimap. So it looks like somebody wants to be the third party. Alter Ego has to deal with Tianba quickly before another team comes by, and that's going to be Weibo Gaming interested.
Octa playing a wrong side with the smoke. Suk spotted out Fnatic. That's crucial for Fnatic. He needs to make sure he still stands, but Weibo Gaming taking the advantage as much as they can after that damage done by Tianba before. And Octa switch over his focus and vision to a side of Suk of Weibo Gaming. They're quite scattered about for Weibo Gaming. It's very confident for them to actually have quite a distance, but enough to give support fire.
Oh, that is Octa with that nade. And now he's going in for the flank. He's trying to take out Suk, but he's being shot at from the other side. Unfortunately, Octa, no space for him to flank as Tianba is there to knock him down. Tianba takes out Fnatic, and looks like Alva is down as well. And that is the end for Alter Ego. This time around, it's going to be number 8.
Just too much for the receiving end of Alter Ego to fight against two teams at the same time. Tianba now won over that side. Now they are marching towards where TEC stands. Bamboo's bleeding out while Ming taking Tianba after damage done early before. Weibo Gaming now switch over the target towards Tianba, who's trying to advance towards the circle.
Wow, Weibo Gaming, what a good position that they have at this moment. Taking a little bit of a risk by sending Suk at the forefront all alone, but I mean, it's Suk that we're talking about. He's an amazing player. I'm sure he can take care of himself. It's just that his teammates need to be prepared to, in case if Suk gets knocked, to rush in to save him as soon as possible.
Speaking of timing, and as fast as they can. Well, one vehicle to take all three. That's a risky one, but Tianba willing to take. Here comes running out on Suk first. QZZ make the call. They made it right. Run will be traded out instead, leaving only Tianba with 2 players left. But Weibo Gaming not having that much either, as Ming tapping it out from afar. It's too fast to fetch. This is a perfect angle for Ming. Clear line of sights down there.
Wow, all he needs to do is just to finish off the last one. But looks like TEC is going to say, thank you very much. I'm going to be here to pick up the points. And if Ming wants the point, he has to do it quickly because TEC has arrived to the party.
Weibo Gaming, what a perfect time and opportunity being given. But it's not done for Tianba. LY, oh man, they cornered him down. There's no way for him to actually survive. But Yemao tried to save his mate down there, going in for the rush. But here comes going towards the side of TEC, straight by himself. Yeah, Mao is really a wildcat. He's super wild. He doesn't have any fear on his own side.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they know that TEC is there, but he still went in. And plus, he's on the outside of the circle right now. Looks like he's willing to play with TEC with this kind of gameplay. Ming could come in from the other side to put extra pressure on the TEC. TEC now, still on the outside of the circle. Been pinned down by Weibo Gaming as Mao comes in, knocks down Bamboo. That is going to be another knock here. But they need to get more out of TEC.
That, the shotgun really try hard to actually finish off another player, but Mao finish off another player. There's going to be TEC responding to this with a nade by Suki. And Suki finally speaks out loud for the side of TEC. The tide has spoken. And now Ming will be cornered down with the blue zone, and the rest of TEC start to closing in the gap.
Okay, here we go. Ming at the lower ground. And Ming will be eliminated. Looks like Weibo Gaming's plan of coming out to the outer side of the circle did not work for them. TEC is the one who won the fight. And now they're managing Pasija Evos on the left.
Oh, spotted out Soxy. Got him down, finish off in a clean manner. But K1 finally stopped to take actions after being, you know, quiet for such a long time. They finally showed their true self. While Morph, on the other hand, Morph is still not doing anything. That's why they got themselves the circle every single time.
Well, I guess they don't really need to do anything at this moment. I mean, they are in a decent position at this point, but definitely at some point of the game, they will need to come out and take that fight. At this moment, they still have to compound with the circle. If they still have the next stage, then, well, it's all about the other teams to come to them. But MorphGPX is going to take that proactive approach now to go up onto Pmgc EVOS.
Here comes Cleon with the ghillie suit, a brown one there. That's a perfect disguise to fight against all the teams. But Pmgc EVOS know how their mindset will be like. They're prepared for this. The one player of Pmgc EVOS will make such a trouble for Morph. Luxy spotted out by the side of Morph, and Rocky finished it off with the DBS, leaving us with only 3 left.
And now MorphGPX against TEC as Yoru, 30% of health left. Shadow tries to take it out. Yoru down 10% of health. One last shot onto him and he'll be down, but Rocky comes in from the other side. Takes out one for himself. MorphGPX, they're not going to go down without a fight.
Morph, time to shine now. This is your time under the limelight after such a long day. Getting the circle, having a tough time to seal it and deal with it. But Morph, who will be charging by Suki? Suki, that's so sharp and crispy. He didn't whiff even one bullet.
Yeah, just as crispy as the crispy prawn that I had a moment ago. Thank you very much, Chuchu. And now for the 2 last members of MorphGPX. It's going to be hard because, well, they're on the outside, and on the inside, you have K1 waiting for the both of them.
But TEC, this is Suki we're talking about. I mean, you might actually say it's overrated, but this team, TEC, they managed to Suki actually being shut down by Rocky. But Rocky, can he shut down 97? There's another big player coming out from this lineup, but he's been spotted out by Rocky. K1 on the end tried to take advantage on the other side. They're flanking it out all the way. It's 1v1v4, but the one that's going to win this one is going to be K1. But Rocky, can he win his dignity over TEC down there?
Oh, Passion doing Rocky a favor there by buying time. But it looks like it's going to be TEC eliminated at 3rd place. And Kone is going to be a straightforward elimination. Passion going to come in from behind. And it's going to be K1, the number 1 in this round.
Oh my. Well, I did hit my prediction this time.
Wow.
Lucky me. But it was really, how do I say, interesting match just now. We had so many drop spot challenges early on. I think around, 8 teams possibly trying to fight for their early drop spot challenge, and K1 is not one of them. So that's why they got such a clear day and a clear path to get into Miramar, since K1, they love to drop around Valdemar. And not just that, this is the moment where we saw a lot of incredible plays and nades going on.
Yeah, and a splat as well. But like what you said, right? There were so many early fights that happened in this map. Like, I'm starting to lose count on how many exactly. But there was this one that I can clearly remember is that LGD is clearly not a fan of early drop spot engagement.
Oh, we're going to have to wait and see, because I have a feeling we might actually have another round of that drop spot engagement between these teams here to just mark their territories, right? There's so many awkward moments, a lot of surprises for some teams that happen to be just popped right across another team when they're trying to pass by. But you have to remember Wolf 77H just now when he was fighting against FaZe Clan, the timing was impeccable with that blue zone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is probably the biggest highlight for this round, I must say. I mean, that was like mind-blowing indeed. And with a Micro Uzi all alone, 1v3, FaZe Clan, it was all against it, but he still managed to do it. So that was amazing stuff there. But towards the end as well, MorphGPX, they still managed to survive to a 2nd place finish. Chicken dinner was almost impossible, but I've got to give it to them as well.
Yeah, it feels like a big improvement after multiple times getting themselves that circle. In the first few, like almost the entirety of the map circle phases, they always secured those circles, but it's just having those actions to be translated into a chicken dinner is a bit of a problem for Morph right now. But so far, when it comes to predicting circles, you have to give it to Morph.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about just going into the middle because of the same theory applies like during the PMS and PNWR. If you ping pong wherever, you will still kind of be within the circle. So that is the strategy that they try to play. But that is, well, our thoughts. Let's hear it from our analyst desk because they will give you in-depth breakdown. Don't miss out on it, ladies and gentlemen. Passing it back onto Cairo and Contra. Let's go.
K1 Esports is back from the dead. I can say they are doing pretty good during the first Miramar. They delivered well in the game, managed to secure themselves a winner chicken dinner. But then we're looking at the match ranking, TEC stealing the spotlight from them, getting that first place with total of 18 points and clearly dominating in terms of elimination points.
Yeah, that's a staggering 13 eliminations in this match itself. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we look at K1, they were just chilling at the back, right? Like they say, hey, we already got the zone advantage. Let's not participate in any of these fights. But you saw coming into the top 8 was a majority PEL fight going on across the board. Of course, the outlier being some of the players coming from Morph GPX. K1 was the one that really sealed the deal for the entirety of the squad. But I'm pretty sure that teams from coming in from the later stage of the game, like Weibo Gaming, especially for TEC, they're going to be walking away with a lot of points to back. So that definitely helps them in the chart later on. But take a look at this. It was Suki just putting a dent onto everybody.
Yeah, he's been gunning down everyone in Miramar just now with 946 damage coming out from him, followed by Rocky. Morph GPX, we have to give credit for them. They've been controlling the circle from circle 3, map control all the way on the north side of the map, and then they narrow it down to only securing one compound and denying Team Pi from overtaking it.
Yeah, and I'm just pretty interested to look into this whole graph right here because, well, it's actually just a scoreboard that's standing instead of a graph. Anyways, Team Pi, you know, they haven't been so flashy throughout the run, and we're seeing them at number 1.
Yep, with 46 points without a winner chicken dinner, they're so consistent. And joining them is Persija Evo, still no chicken dinner for them, but then they put out every game with wholeheartedly playing with good coordination, good team synergy, as we can see from the highlights. At the end of the game, they managed to secure a lot of points. Maybe not a lot, but they always go out with some points in hand to put themselves on top of the overall ranking.
Yeah, this is why I've been mentioning earlier on before we even start the run here inside Miramar that their strategic playstyle coming in from PL has definitely helped them a lot on how to maneuver around Miramar, where you saw there's so many of all these areas of play that has no compound for them to hide. They still work around some of all these creases of the hill, some ditches, and somehow they still manage to make it out. And I believe you and I have seen a lot of all these open area fights as well, and I just can't believe that they could just easily land shots, even with shotguns shells going across the board. So I think it's really impressive on how PEL take fights, and at the same time, I felt like, is it that SEA teams, they take too much more than they could chew in the early game that they couldn't compete in the late game?
It's a bit hard for me to tell about it, but then talking about how PL teams engage in fights, they are super productive on looking out for third parties. And as we've seen in the game just now, how Alter Ego, early on, they were fighting with Tianba, but then out of a sudden, Weibo Gaming just come up from the right side and give them tons more pressure from the other side and just eliminates them in a blink of an eye. This is very, very good playstyle from the PL teams for sure, because they are really productive and not just sitting around waiting for maybe teams to approach them.
Yeah.
And
so
this is one of the
reactive
reasons
in every single fight that, and not only are they reactive to the situation, they ensure that they get those clean fights going their way as well.
Yep.
Like they have already checked, okay, coast is clear, the other team won't be attacking me when I basically go in for an invade, and that's how it all worked out for them. So now there's only one more map to go, Cairo.
Oof, one last map to go, and it's Miramar. We've seen 4 earlier fights for drop spot. Maybe or maybe not. Not sure. It will be answered in-game. And now it's time to pass back the mic to our casters, Chuchu and Sir Cloud. There you go.
Taking it in, taking it. You know, we don't leave you guys in awkwardness this time. We're nice people, right, Cloud? We're nice.
Okay, I'm nice for sure. Yep. Yes, we are nice. We are nice. We're nice. We're nice. Especially you with your nice makeup today. I gotta say it again.
My
you know.
God, you know how my skin being burned. I need to put a lot of makeup on my face here today. So bear with me, everybody.
Well, that's how they feel inside of Miramar. So a lot of sunlight there, you know. But thank you to our analysts for actually counting how many early encounters we had. We have 4. So, man, our observers are going to have a lot of work to do during the start.
And there are human counters on this side. These guys that keep counting. They're so good at math. I'm like, we Asian people really good at counting stuff, aren't we? But back to it, something that's kind of true so far. Speaking back to it, the game, right? I have to agree, we don't know will there be a lot of clashes because like I mentioned before, it's down to the flight path. Because if the flight path happened to be just how it was before, we might actually having the same team fights again.
Yeah, so maybe the flight path shift like in the middle, nice flight path, maybe it will be different, or maybe it's like on the left, then you'll see a different set of teams. Plus, this is a bigger map, right? So even if let's assuming that we shift the flight path like all the way left, then going to Impala is going to be very hard, for example. So it's very unlikely we'll see that very early clash. Yeah, it's very flight path determined since this is a big map. So I want to see a different flight path just to prove the point whether, irregardless of flight path, they still want to fight for those spots.
You know, funny enough, you mentioned Impala. Even though we have different regions in Italy, nobody wants to drop into Impala. Surprisingly, it's so vacant and it can actually be used or taken advantage of. A lot of places are quite vacant, including Montenuevo, Ladrilera. Those are the places, especially Montenuevo, it's quite awkward to not have anybody occupied it.
Yeah, for some reason, now that you pointed it out, true enough. I wonder why, but yeah. And the flight path was just right on top of Impala, right? So I guess we don't have an answer for now. We need a few more Miramar rounds just to be sure and come up with better theories. But based on the map points so far, PL is leading a C. But let's see if that changes in this Miramar last game for today.
Last map here, despite this is a bigger map than Erangel, we can see team coming up from PL do prefer this map over Erangel of how productive they can get and how aggressive their rotations are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really like the proactiveness and they're willing to take risks like, okay, if it means going out of the circle just to get elimination points, they will do it. So we can expect maybe the same trend to happen here today or in this round. But let's look at the flight path, right? So it's very different from before. It's going to start on the left to the right, somewhat cutting across the middle. So let's see if some of the theories that we had on the early clashes will happen again.
Definitely will be, because Picardo is going to be FaZe Clan versus Wolves again, because it's right cutting across Picardo here. And not just that, BTR and Pi might actually share around St. Martin on the left side, right on top of Power Grid there. That's going to be between these two teams if they decide to jump themselves there. But K1, as per usual, Valdemar is so vacant. Nobody wants to drop himself there. Chumasaro taken by Zerja. That's their usual drop spot. Nobody will contest them there as well. But will Tiemba and Alter Ego drop on the southern side of a map again?
Well, here we go. FaZe Clan and Wolf for round 2. Early on, it was Wolf winning the fight against FaZe Clan. And now FaZe Clan coming in again, getting the first blood. And it's going to be handed on to Onzens.
Now, try to redeem himself once more. FaZe Clan, that was unfortunate ending in the last one. Trying to delay so much. Well, we do have Thunder Talk versus Vampires. That's going to be right on top of La Benita or Los Leones right now as we speak. But Vampires definitely winning with that kill feed. Just keep on popping, finishing and deleting a lot of Thunder Talk players.
And let's not forget about Sem9 versus TEC as well. Early on, Sem9 lost against TEC. The first team to be eliminated, and now looks like TEC, they have the upper hand by knocking down Dab.
Surprisingly, I thought that because of the flight path, they might actually want to drop themselves 7-9 for Picardo. It's going to be 3-way war if that's the case there. But they dropped back to Ascended Patron like how they did before. So these two teams still fighting against each other. You might actually have 4 drop spots contested again, Cairo.
Well, yeah, I'm counting. I'm 3, 4? Yeah, it's 4, right?
Yeah,
it's 4. So it's going to be the same 4 again. No changes so far. And for TEC, let's go. As we can see here, they still have the advantage since they knocked down Dep. They are fighting the rest of Sem9. At the same time, FaZe Clan and Wolf fighting it out. Vampire, Thunderdog as well. I mean, it's just a mess everywhere. But looks like this time around, it's going to be Thunderdog, the first team to be eliminated. Now back on the 7-9. Tam gets a knockdown onto Bamboo. And looks like 7-9 fighting back, but now Tam is super duper low. He doesn't have a first aid.
Oh, TEC now it's going to be 1-all as Sam9 redeemed themselves because TEC won in the last map, 1-4 each. But FaZe Clan versus Wolf is not done yet. Don't forget BTR versus Team Pi, which still no actions being taken between these two teams. So far it's just 3 drop spots fights for now. But for Thunder Talk, and also we have Alter Ego versus LGD, make it 4.
Oh man, okay, LGD. The trend is that they're not a fan of early encounters, but this time around they have the upper hand against Alter Ego, and they took out the top eliminator for Alter Ego, Rosemary.
CC spotted out by Octa. That's going to be one of the best players for PEL. Cheng Si. Overrated or not, he's been crowned as one of the most valuable player in that season last summer, 2023. Octa, quite hesitant to make a move. He's not having his helmet on. Level 1 vest, Vector and a UMP. Bullets, not so much. Troubles, 1 molly. He's just going to leave CC to just go away and reunite with his team.
Yeah, it looks like LGD is just keeping an eye on the Alter Ego for now, despite them having that man advantage. But I guess because of LGD's current position, they are the only team.
दो टीम निपट भी गई, TEC and
so
TT.
they're not in the best of motivation. But we move back over to Picado,
भाई कितने drop clashes हो रहे हैं?
And FaZe Clan not done yet. And this time around, Wolves only 2 players left.
Numbers don't really matter for the last case scenario. That was 1v3. Oh my god. But this time, I think the circle quite favors them, so they do have all the time they need. They're not really that far from a circle, but still far enough. But FaZe, they need to wrap things up. Of all the lessons they learned today, they cannot delay any fight too long.
Oh, look at this off angle here.
ये angle बनाएगा.
Looks like they might get something out of this, but FaZe Clan have the numbers though. Okay, let's see here. As Ventores gets closer and closer to the other side. Previously, it was Ventores as well who went for the flank to clear out the off angle. But in this current position, Ventores not able to do so. Instead, he sent out Onzens to keep an eye onto a big feat to make sure that he does not do anything funny.
Mela is trying to shut down.
Evos ने M9 का Kenny गिरा दिया.
Look how hard he tried to take him down. This big feet spotted out on this clear shot. He goes and got himself a headshot down there. But 77 being knocked down by Mela. Speaking of timing, Pig Feet, the moment he opened fire, that's where his teammate being knocked down and gave away his position. And didn't actually chuck down entirely for Omdens as well. Pig Feet barely hanging on.
Now with the smoke, buying time for himself. But a backup, okay, there's no one else to back it up. He's all alone right now. Can he pull off another insane 1v against the world of FaZe Clan to come out on top again, just like earlier on from his teammate? Bullets running low at this moment. He only has
nice
It's just too much for him to handle.
Oh, like regional clash. Full pure, bhai.
Win it against Wolf.
Now it's going to be 1-all for all the teams fighting for their drop spot just now. But on the side of Pig Feet, that pre-fire was incredible, by the way, along those smokes just now. If you actually waited on stay, might actually have a shot at it, but not willing to take a risk anyhow. Back to the side of CJ Evos versus Sam9. Sam9 just done with TEC before, but they definitely got a lot of loot to take from those death boxes on top of Fascinating Patron.
Ooh, misery knockdown Tam with M249. That's going to be Dap, Sam9's last hope at this moment. So let's see if that can pull off an insane clutch against Pasija Evos. Beautiful squad here charging onto him, and they kind of know where he's at. Tam
हेलो 4 drop clash bro, वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. Full drop clash भाई. योगी ब्रो ने TC को थोड़ा रुक कर खेलना चाहिए था.
Ooh, it's gonna be hard.
TC की फाइट जब तक हुई तब तक GG हो गया था. तब तक मैं आया हूँ.
UMP waiting for somebody to
pick
out. There goes that your shot. Almost got it, close enough. Knocked down on Red FaZe, but they will revive him, no problem. He needs to get out now. No time. No, the wrong way. Just exit out. Dap taking a rooftop. A bit smart there, going all the way upwards, but they found him out anyhow.
Bye.
They should they take him out. So that's going to be 7-9, number
इवोस
30.
का
But at least they got
माइंडसेट
4
काफी सही लगा
elimination
मुझे,
points
अप्रोच मतलब जिस
early on. So
कॉन्फिडेंस में
not
वो
empty-handed
ले
for
रहे हैं फाइट,
7-9.
There's the
ADS
other team we
एंगल्स
talked
एंड
about
घुस
for
के
the
जो
early
जा रहे हैं वो
compound fights,
कॉन्फिडेंस में
BTR versus
काफी अच्छी
Pi,
टीम
but
बन गई है बे इवोस.
unfortunately, it's not just going to be 2 of them because Morph happen to be nearby as well.
Third party might happen, but Morph is not a fan
ये
of third
PMGC
parties. They
मजा
wanna
आने वाला है
focus
काफी
Yeah.
ज्यादा.
on to getting into the middle of the circle, stay there to the later stages. So they might want to give this fight a pass. If it was any of the other PL teams, then maybe they might be interested to be a third party. Now, circle-wise, Morph GPX in the middle. We got a good number of teams there. Circle shrinks and it goes up north,
Wow.
and you still got a good amount of teams there.
Oh man, Toria Humano is so vacant right now. It's supposed to be like a morphed drop spot again, yes, per usual, but because of the flight path itself, nobody can actually drop up north all the way. Alter Ego might actually have a clear path towards Tierra. Bronca might actually entering into Toria Ahumada, but LGD just tailing them closely. That's not just going to be LGD. There's another team on the right side. Who's that again?
पर्सिया ने एक्वायर करा है
We'll
इवोस को,
get a visual
पार्टनरशिप
later
है,
on.
फुटबॉल क्लब है
But
ना
for now,
पर्सिया,
I think on the left we might see an
एशिया का,
encounter
तो
as well
उनका
because I noticed that
कोलैबोरेशन
one
है.
of the PL teams is there, and naturally they like to play a little bit. Some of them like to play a little bit slower and try to gatekeep.
लास्ट
deep,
गेम
so
सबने
I
योलो ही
think
खेला
there's
है
going
बे,
to be an
कितने क्लैशेस हुए,
encounter
3 क्लैशेस
somewhere
हुए.
on the left side trying to get into the circle.
Problem is, we saw how
हासिएंडा,
occupied,
पिकार्डो,
how crowded it was when it comes to the left
चार
side circle.
टीमें
Who will
मतलब
be at the
ऑलमोस्ट
choke
फर्स्ट जोन
points?
में
Who will
निपट
try to
गई
stop
भाई.
people out? Sorry, stop people from getting into the circle. That's the one team that we should watch out for. But Mao Mao or LGD Cat it's
फाइट
going to
टॉप
be
पे चल रही है आज
LGD
का दिन
having
खत्म
all
होने
4
के
men
बाद.
well and alive on top of Tierra Bronca, I
5
think.
मैच का एवरेज
And it's
46
going to
का
be
है
a clear
करंटली.
one for them as well. But the rest of the team so far has been slightly quiet. Yeah, it was Tiemba just next to them.
PMGC में
I have a
WBG
feeling
है,
they might
यस
actually
ब्रो,
clash
येलो
each
ग्रुप में
other
WBG है.
quite early here.
सबसे
At this
लास्ट
moment,
ग्रुप होगा जो
Tienba is
येलो
the
ग्रुप
only
होगा,
team
उसमें
tanking out the
WBG है.
blue, so there must be a reason why. It's either they really want to come in a little bit later, or gatekeeping is happening on the Tienba. But now
ओल्ड
since
बीटीआर
we
की
have
दिक्कत
visual,
क्या थी?
they
ओल्ड
are
बीटीआर
taking
का
that
पता नहीं यार,
slower
ओल्ड
approach to
बीटीआर का
come
उनका
into the circle, which
कोऑर्डिनेशन
is
ही सही नहीं
absolutely
बैठता
fine
था.
as
वो
well
हमेशा
because
तो
yeah,
लाइनअप चेंज
stage
कर
one,
रहे होते
stage
थे.
2 is still
कभी
tankable in
राइजन को
normal.
बिठा दिया,
Well, they
कभी
do take a
लिक्विड को
longer
बिठा दिया,
rotations here.
कभी
While taking a longer
लाइक
rotation, trying to
यू
find
हाई को
some
बिठा दिया.
extra vehicles,
5
just
मैन
try to
रोस्टर था वो,
change
कभी
cars
उनका
there.
मैंने फिक्स देखा ही नहीं
Zerja
कि
on
कोई
the other
फिक्स
end coming
लाइनअप में वो
out
खेल रहे हो.
from
कभी
Pmrc,
मतलब
going
हर एक
into the
टूर्नामेंट
left
कभी
side of
सही खेल लिया
circle,
तो उसको
barely at the
कंटिन्यू करा, जब
corners, where
उसने
Team
थोड़ा सा
Pi
बेकार खेला, डाउन खेला, तो
spotted
फिर
out
चेंज
Zerja
कर
on
दिया.
top of them. But
कभी
I don't
लाइनअप
think
ही
the
सेटल
shots
नहीं हो
here are
पाया
going
था
to
ओल्ड
be
बीटीआर
easy
का.
from 76.
Go long range 76, but I don't
लक्सी
think
जक्सी
he
के टाइम पे
intends
राइजन बेंच हो
to
गया.
secure anything out of this. So it's more like warning shots towards Sersha and see if he can
बहुत बसड़ थी
somehow
उस टाइम पे.
force Sersha to kind of move. But even though if he does so, it's more of like planning for the next step because right
मे भी
now
कुछ
they're
प्लान
kind
कर
of
रहे हो, वो
okay as well
एग्जीक्यूट
in
नहीं
the
हुआ अच्छे
circle.
से.
It's kind of true, a bit overachieve, a bit of a
जैसा वो सोच रहे
overachiever
थे
coming
कुछ
out from
ट्राई
the
करने
side
का,
of
वो अच्छे
Pi
तरीके
to
से
actually shoot
एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ.
from downward,
मेनली आप
so
बोल सकते
from
हो ओल्ड
below
बीटीआर पे,
upwards.
जब लक्सी
Well,
जक्सी
RNG,
राइजन सब थे.
it's definitely something that's doable
अभी
for him,
पता
but they
नहीं,
need to
करंटली सिनारियो
reposition
मुझे नहीं
themselves
पता.
in
पिछला
very safe
एक
spot
साल से मैंने
first,
देखा
because
नहीं है,
there
तो आई
might be
कांट
more than
से
one team passing
अभी
by
क्या
later
सीन है क्या
on.
नहीं है. उससे पहले ऐसे ही
Timber, on
था
the other
कुछ.
hand, still taking their time in the blue zone. I feel like they're actually not really happy with their loot just yet. Maybe
क्या
that's why
लगता है
they're
भाई कौन
taking
जीतेगा? ये
a bit
इवेंट
of a
काफी क्लोज
deeper
जाएगा भाई,
dive
क्योंकि
into the
काफी
blue zone
योलो
here.
सीन भी हो रहा है, क्लैशेस हो रहे हैं.
I
क्लैशेस
guess
से
they decided
इंटेंसिटी
to.
लॉबी की काफी
Okay,
कम होती
now
है.
we have a good visual. They go
मतलब
all the
बहुत
way
सारे
up north.
पर्सपेक्टिव
So
आपके
this
चेंज
is
हो
the
जाते हैं.
strategy to
अगर
go
यही
all the way
टीम्स
up
अगर
north and
क्लैशेस
come
ना
back
लेके
down
थोड़ी
south,
एडजस्टमेंट में खेलती,
where potentially
ये भी
Rainbow
लास्ट
Gaming would
सर्कल्स में
still
थोड़ा
be
केओस
at,
रहता,
and
फाइट्स
that is
देखने
to
को मिलती.
avoid the congestion
जैसा ये जोन
that
का
would
फॉर्मेशंस
happen
रहता है,
on the
एंड के
south side
सर्कल्स
or
बड़े
even
रहते
on
हैं
the
एज
left on the
कम्पेयर
right.
टू
As we can
ओल्ड
see, a
सिस्टम.
lot of the other teams
तो
are down
स्पेसिंग
there.
ज्यादा रहती है टीम्स को
Yeah, I
खेलने
have to say
टाइम,
they're a
और
step
लाइक
behind for
सोचने
side
का
of
टाइम
TPL.
टीम्स के
All
पास
of
रहता
them
है.
coming up from the northern side, so they're all fighting each other as well.
पहले ही लॉबी
Zerja,
खाली हो
the other
जाएगी
line
तो
is actually
जो
Pi
बंदे
versus
पोजीशन
Zerja.
के लिए प्रायोरिटाइज
RNG,
करते हैं उनको
no
कहीं ना कहीं बेनिफिट होगा आईजीस
sign
पे,
of mercy being
अगर
shown
शिफ्ट
at
उनके
all,
पास
but
गया.
FaZe taking advantage as a third party
हार्ड
where
शिफ्ट्स
Zerja is
पे
quite
बैक क्लियर
busy with
रहेगी.
Team Pi.
Oh yeah,
बस
long
आगे
range
का
from
आपको ध्यान
Victorious,
रखना है,
hoping
एंगल्स
to land
पकड़ने हैं.
something out of this, but he's just draining
समझ
his
रहे हो?
bullets at this moment. But hey, you know what? Looks like he got a return on investment through that knock at least.
A costly one, his magazines running low for the side of Victorious. But BTR taking advantage. Zerja happened to be locked down by by 2-3 teams at the same time. Not the greatest spot they want to stand themselves in. Left, right, and center, all the shots coming up to a side of Zerja.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Zerja now pinned down on the lower ground. BTR
ऑल्सो
on one
ड्रॉप
side,
क्लैशेस में ये भी सीन
Ventoras
होता
on
है,
another,
अब
Pi
कोई
on the
टीम
other as well.
एजिस पकड़ती है,
Okay, speaking of
नदन,
Ventoras
सदर्न,
and Pi,
ईस्टर्न और वेस्टर्न,
Ventoras
तो
all
टीम
alone
अर्ली
on the low
एलिमिनेट
ground
हो
there
गई
in
ड्रॉप
main.
क्लैश
We'll cross
लेके,
out to the
4
second floor,
टीमें,
and
लाइक
Ventoras, despite
कुछ ना
sitting
कुछ
all
तो एज
alone,
पकड़ के
seems to be
रोटेशन या मूव
going
वो करती ना,
in onto
तो वो
his
एंट्रीज भी
opponent.
कहीं ना कहीं काफी
Challenging
टीम्स को
Smalls to
खाली
fight
मिलने
him
वाली है, जहाँ
back
पे
here
बसड़ होती,
with the
तो
support
ये
coming out from
पर्सपेक्टिव पूरा
Ventoras
गेम का
behind.
चेंज करता है, जो
I
ड्रॉप
feel like
क्लैशेस भी
Momo
होते
want to
हैं,
go in for the push.
बहुत
Will take
बहुत
the
सारी
front lane.
चीजें
The
होती है,
entirety of her face is here.
छोटी छोटी
My God,
चीजें गेम
Smile, if
को
your
बहुत
knee's not
इफेक्ट करती
shaking.
है।
I don't know if you're still smiling or not, but he's definitely want to fight back.
Okay, here we
अगर
go.
आप मेरे से
All alone.
पूछो
His
कि विनर कौन
teammates
होगा,
are,
अगर ऐसे ही लॉबी
well,
चलता है तो कोई भी बन सकता है।
his teammates are nowhere to be found, so not too sure. But anyway, Mormon, it's going to be straightforward charging from him and his other teammates as well. So that's
By
going
the
to
way,
be
where is
Smile
WBG, where
eliminated.
they are
So
standing?
for Pi,
24
who's
पॉइंट,
currently
काफी कम
leading the
पॉइंट है।
chart, only has 2 players left.
Pmgc Evils on the other end, taking Zerja down. Zerja, their cornered box in, no way out. There's no way they can run. The only last player remaining is going to be Megamind. His souls are kind of being clustered into the fray here, cornered with his back with the blue zone. So there's no way for Zerja to get out at all.
Nothing
भाई
much that
वैसे
Megamind
एवोस
can
पर
do
सिया
about
को
it
कोई
since
जिंक्स
he
ना
is
लगे, मैं
all
जितना आज
alone the
मैंने
other
देखा
side
है उनका
as
लाइक
his
माइंडसेट मेरे
support
को काफी
fire.
अच्छा लगा है।
And 3 of his
एवोस
teammates
पर सिया
out.
जिस
Yeah, he's going to go and
अप्रोच मतलब
play
माइंडसेट पे
for a
फाइट्स
placement
निकाल
points
ले रहे हैं,
instead. As
अच्छा
we move
लगा था
forward to
मुझे।
Morph
जिंक्स
GPX.
ना हो
This
उनके
time
साथ
around,
कुछ बस अब।
Spy playing in the middle, they have company in the name of
नोवा का
Pmgc
क्या सीन है?
Evos.
नोवा का कुछ सीन
Defenders
नहीं ब्रो,
casually
पैरा
giving a
बॉय
bit of a
पूरा
warning
इस बार
shot before
एशियन गेम्स
leaving
के लिए
this
सीन
area.
था,
But Team
उसने
Pi
एशियन
taking a
गेम्स
blue
खेला
zone
है,
face,
मेडल आया
return
वहाँ
to
पे,
fires, making a
बाकी
big
बहुत सारी
favor
बसड़ हुई है
for
ऊपर
Pi to
नीचे,
just
टीम पे चल रही
flee.
है चीजें,
Was
आई
up to
डोंट
6
नो।
bleeding out
कुछ
as G,
अगर
the last player
परफॉर्मेंस नहीं आ
left,
रही
but
तो
he
ऑब्वियसली
doesn't
टीम
have
पे
a
चीजें
place to
चल
go
रही
as
होगी
well.
कुछ,
Just like in the boat of
हमें नहीं
Zerja
पता है, वो दे
before.
नो बेटर।
He might actually joins Megamind to hide around the tree for now, but as G is bleeding out into the blue, and this is
इवन
not
जिमी
that
को जब
forgiving
उसमें
since we're
रखा था
entering stage 4.
ऑक्शन
Okay,
में,
here we
तो
go.
इट्स अ बिग
SG
थिंग
should
ना
be
कि
able to
जिमी
heal up
ऑक्शन पे जा रहे हैं
himself,
नोवा से,
but he's still
मतलब टीम पे
locked
कुछ ना
out
कुछ तो
in the
चल ही
blue,
रहा होगा।
unfortunately. Oh, but SG firing back on the face clan. Oh, but this time around, he won't be able to heal up in time. Definitely the zone will take him down, and that is going to be Pi eliminated.
Well, for the side of Pi, didn't secure the elimination since the knockdown will not be counted. While CJ Evos morph. For the first time, we're looking at them
Ooh.
being more aggressive, shutting down Pmgc Evos. And that's Pmgc Evos' #1 spot. Open up for Morph. I mean, that's a long chase, but doable.
Wow, getting good motivation from their recent surge of performance. 6 eliminations now for Morph GPX, and everyone has something on their plate.
अग्रेशन तो है,
Now, this is the
अग्रेशन
first
ही
time
है
we're
ब्रो,
looking at
अग्रेशन ही
Morph
चल
being
रहा है
so
लॉबी पे अभी
proactive
तक।
compared to Wrangle Map. I do
4
think
सर्कल आई गेस,
prefer
34
Miramar
बंदे
now.
लाइव, बीटीआर नाइस,
We'll keep an eye on
एमआरपी।
that though, but that is an interesting topic for us to discuss and maybe for our analysts to break down later on. As now, circle-wise, okay. So for Tianba, their long rotation is paying off so far. They're evading all the big fights and they are safe
नोवा
on the
10 मैन
north
रोस्टर
side.
क्यों पता नहीं ब्रो,
And
दे वर
all the
ट्राइंग,
Northern is going to
शायद
be
कुछ
taken out
ट्राई
by
कर
the
रहे हो
side of
चीजें,
PL team,
बैलेंस
including
बनाने का मे बी,
LGD, K1.
कि उनकी
All
टीम
the
में क्या
PLs
दिक्कत
on
आ
the
रही है,
Northern side. Weibo Gaming as well. The
सॉल्टिंग
rest of SEA are
पोर्ट नहीं मिल पा
fighting
रहा,
against each other. They spotted out FaZe Clan,
या आईजी
BTR,
लिंक पे, मे
Jennifer's
बी दे वर
chunked out
ट्राइंग
and just
न्यू
trying to
थिंग्स
take
कि
all the
क्या
energy
सेट
drink to
बैठे
go for
हर एक
the push.
पर्सपेक्टिव में
Mormon
जाके।
taking the front line,
होता
spotted
है ऐसा
out
टीम्स
Morph.
का, करती है
Cleon being
टीम्स।
taken out, not really. He's down to 50% HP. Never mind, he's actually knocked down there.
WBG
Mountains,
चिकन,
Gregor with the
ओके
blue,
ब्रो।
he has to move. But eyes on him. Morph GPS not letting him go. Knocked down by Cleon. Mela is going to be the last man for FaZeland. Nowhere to go as Morph GPX takes out FaZeland. And now they will be in the lead in terms of amount of eliminations.
Oh boy, Cat. Not really a warm welcome. Despite it, they're trying to take over this compound.
Hata.
Vampires just greeted them with all those grenades. Raining over, LGD having a tough time to land
फर्स्ट एंट्री नीट से आने वाली है, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा
I
है।
try to actually open up the space. LGD, they don't have the vision towards where the whereabouts of Vampires.
ओए किस्मत देख रहे
That
हो,
was a close one for LGD.
Man, that was scary. If that knock happened, then blessing. Well, that's definitely not a blessing in disguise, as now he has a nade in hand as well. But the bad news is that they are both on the outside of
वैसे
the
LGD
circle.
में
And blue
ब्लेसिंग
is just
कौन
right
है?
behind them. Vampire Esports, all
ब्लेसिंग
they
करके
need to
तो
do is
LGD
just
में कोई
hold
बंदा
it
नहीं
down
था।
and the blue will do his work.
LGD being choked by Vampires. There's definitely going to be gatekeeping this as quite tight as they possibly can. For Vampires, this is opportunity
लो
they
पहला
don't
नेट से
want to
फटा, मैंने
miss.
बोला था आपको।
LGD one player down, leaving
फर्स्ट जो
only
एंट्री
Blessing
आएगी नेट
alone.
से
Now they
आएगी,
try
आ
to hunt
गई,
him
ब्लेसिंग
down
बचा,
left,
चढ़ के
right.
मारेंगे
There's
उसको।
nowhere to run, no
गया,
harm. The Blues and
खत्म।
as well. But also
Oh.
Ego. How
Oh.
fanatic. You fucked foxy guy.
Wow. I was kind of worried there for a moment, but yeah, thank you, Fnatic, for bringing out the excitement in Choo-Choo. And
It's first time experiencing this.
I know, right? I got that a couple of times. You know, it's a scare. You know, Cairo, welcome to the English desk. Anyway,
Let's see Vampire क्या करती है यहाँ
Alter
से.
Ego, well, that was
साउथ
a nice
एशिया
steal from
से
Mopar. Gotta
जीत
give it
कर
to him.
दिखाओ.
Yeah, that was super sly.
क्या
I mean, that
चीज?
was
ये lobby क्या?
incredible, but- Oh man, it's gonna be hurting the pride for Vampire. It's a last minute stolen over by the sort of Fnatic. My God.
Yeah, that's going to be
इंडिया
an
वर्सेस
extra point there
कोरिया
for
अभी हो
Alter
रहा है
Ego.
भाई.
And,
26,
you
7
know
and
what,
8
Alter
को.
Ego, they're not in a position where there
26, 27,
might be a
28
lot
को.
of action at least in the next
25 को ड्राई
like,
रन है.
10 seconds or 50 seconds or
उसके
so.
बाद
So it's
स्काई का
nice to
लाइन है,
try to
फिर
steal
यूई का
away
लाइन है,
something
वही
and
लाइन पे
just to
लाइन पे
get back
लाइन है भाई.
get back something in return. But for Morph GPX, well, they are a different team this round.
9 eliminations. I feel like a proud mom for now. They got a lot of opportunities and finally start to wake up in Miramar. But will I speak too soon here? Because I don't want to jinx the team.
Rosemary
but
होता तो
Alter
मजा
Ego
आता है
trying
भाई.
to take a bit of a jab
रोजमेरी का
towards
गेम प्ले
Vampires
देखने
from
में
the
अच्छा
back.
लगता है.
Okay, here, Alter Ego looking for action. They'll be kind of bored.
Nice.
But now they have Vampire Esports close by on the other side. We got Octa. They're keeping eyes on them. Vampire Esports, at least they're in the circle, holding their ground. I don't expect an engagement.
Octa feels a bit agitated the way he's just raving his crosshair all across the corners. Vampires on the other end taking a bit of chances here. A bit elevations, but quite open, not much cover.
भाई पॉइंट सिस्टम
case
क्या
of being
है?
spotted.
न्यू
Now-
पॉइंट सिस्टम है
Now we
ब्रो.
don't see a
10
lot
पॉइंट
of
वाला,
Weibo gaming
प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट
K1 in
वाला.
Timber because all of them are on the
पर
northern
टीम्स के
side.
पॉइंट बड़े
and they're
कम है बे.
trying to
अगर
keep
आप
it quiet as long
में
as they
देखते
need
हो, ये
to be, because
43
they
पॉइंट
are
से
in the
टोटल
circle.
पॉइंट है ना लाइव
Wow.
पॉइंट स्टैंडिंग.
This
अभी
team is
आएगा
definitely
6th
not
मैच
gonna
चल
keep
रहा है ना.
quiet. Wolf
6th मैच की
GPX
एवरेज
now
देख लो
has
कितनी की बन
different
रही है.
villains to deal with, and they're sending Cleon out at the forefront, get information. He knows where the members
एलजीडी का
of
सबसे बुरा
BTR
परफॉर्मेंस
are
रहा है.
at
6
right
टोटल
now.
पॉइंट है. टीएन
And
बस
the fight,
M9
expect
K1
that to
शिया
happen
वुल्स
as the blue
WBG.
is closing
ये तो
in.
अलाइव है, ये तो
Let's
ऊपर
not
आएंगे.
forget
वैसे
as
बहुत
well,
फर्क
couple of
पड़ेगा
members of Mob
एक
GPX
एक
is
पॉइंट
still on
का.
the outside.
Kind of true.
वीपी न्यूजी नहीं
But they
खेल
do
रहा क्या
have
भाई?
very
न्यूजी का सीन
challenging
भाई
terrain
वही
to
है
fight
कि वो
against
लैंड
BTR
टूर्नामेंट में
here.
परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाता. तो
Lapa
लाइक
and
ऑनलाइन
the
में
rest
ही
of
इज गॉड.
BTR spread out to
प्लान पे वो
3-1
नहीं खेल पाता.
formation,
सो
while the
ये उसका
respawn
बहुत
coming
बड़ा
from
ड्रॉबैक है.
Morph is
उसने
gonna be
मतलब आपने देखा ही
2-2
होगा
there.
न्यूजी को परफॉर्म कर पाता.
Interesting. Gen
ऑनलाइन
Force
पे वो
trying
फाड़
to
देता है.
find
तो उसको
any
शायद हो सकता
loophole
है इस
he
रीजन
can
की वजह से
actually
पीएमडब्ल्यूआई भी
use
नहीं खिलाया
as
था.
Morph
वेल
weaknesses
सेटल
down
लाइनअप
there.
नहीं
Spot out
खेला है
you, but
पीएमडब्ल्यूआई.
that's just
मे बी
giving
उसको
away his
कुछ इशू
position.
होगा
Maybe he's
लैंड पे
trying to
खेलने का
distract.
न्यूजी को.
But let's see if Gen Force can come up with a distraction plan. He is moving back to his teammates, so I think that he's not willing to
इंडियन
spend
Pmgc
time in
नहीं
the blue.
ब्रो.
I
आई
know
डोंट
at
नो
this stage,
शक्तर
fight
भाई
is
क्या
stage
सीन
6,
है
so
क्या नहीं है.
might as well come in and take a pride position, just like how Boysil and his other teammates are
अगर इस
at.
2 स्लॉट है कि
But
नहीं
thanks to
ब्रो
the
ऐसा कुछ
terrain as
पता
well,
नहीं है.
it's
अगर
doing
होगा तो
Mob
कुछ
GPX a
अनाउंसमेंट हो जाएगी.
favor,
डब्ल्यूबीजी के लिए
not
प्रैक्टिस
allowing
स्क्रिम्स
BTR
जाएगी
to have a
टूर्नामेंट
good line
ऑब्वियसली
of
ब्रो.
sight to shoot
सुख
directly
है
onto
भाई
them.
सुख.
And this is going to be even entertaining if the circle happen to be just shifting away in less than 50 seconds. And these guys will have not enough room to run themselves into because the terrain
डब्ल्यूबीजी पे गया
is a bit
जोन क्या?
steep for them. Timber got himself quite a solid
और
compound, but if
अल्टर
the
ईगो पे
circle feels like it will move away
इन
for
दोनों के
now.
बीच में.
K1 do kind of clustered up together.
WBG.
Yep, that Timber barely hang on, but they still got that compound. But for the sort of BTR Morph, this have to settle as soon as possible.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. And Alter Ego taking the advantage to shoot on the Mob GPX from afar. That's going to be Pepe now in trouble. 20% of health. But he has
ऐसा
the
नहीं होता
space to
भाई.
heal
ऐसा
up.
नहीं होता.
But
कई बार
will he have the
चीजें
space
होती
to
है.
get
लैंड
away? That's gonna be the
एनवायरनमेंट
question.
पर्सपेक्टिव्स
But it's
अलग
going to be
रहता है थोड़ा.
Bobo knocking down
ऊपर से
Alka
शॉर्ट
instead.
टूर्नामेंट ही समझ लो.
Maybe this is
4
an
मैचेस
opening
आपके
for
पास है.
for
उसमें आपको
Mob
टॉप 4 और
GPX
टॉप 8
to
आना है.
cut across to Alter
नहीं
Ego.
आते हो आप पीएमजीसी
Morph's
की
like,
जर्नी
we're
खत्म
done
है.
with
हो
the
जाती है
BTR.
चीजें
May
ऊपर
as well
नीचे.
just take a jab to his side of Alter Ego. Is happily just waiting around the corners. While Morph now decided, you know what, we need to brute force our way to deal with BTR like a man. Let's go and do this. And meeting up with Lapa. Hello, guys. And Cleon, we go on the other side.
Okay, here Boysil shoots. Boysil has backup from his teammates. And now one by one from Mob GPX. Looks like they're falling apart, but Lapa is being knocked down as well. Yoru will be the one to take down Lapa. Pepe tries to find an advantage here with the DBS gameplay.
ज़्यादा
Can he
घुस
get
गया
one?
भाई आगे.
Yes, he will, but he's not able to get them all. Gen Force is the one that's still alive. Gen Force 1v1. Can he finish off the last member of Mob GPX now?
ले लेगा.
Just
Here we
runs at gunpoint.
go!
How
Nice
are
one.
you doing that? Boo-boo just runs straight forward, giving his body. Jet Force, take me away. That's the message I got.
Okay, somebody has to bring Choo Choo for supper after this, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like I should have eaten her prawn fry, whatever that's been called. Yeah, she's clearly hungry now.
That was so unnecessary for him to just run straight up to his death here. Got a chance at 1v1, but never mind. What's happened, done and dusted. We're down to 5 teams with Timber still taking a blazer in the last minute.
Now I want a donut, but I don't know.
It's a perfect time for donut.
Yeah, actually, right? But anyway, I'm sure these teams wouldn't mind a donut if they can get a chicken dinner and claim it from their manager.
Guys, बताओ
We're
किसका
down to the
chicken
top
आने
5
वाला है
teams.
कमेंट करके.
We got Alter Ego.
कमेंट करके जल्दी बताओ नीचे कमेंट करके which team is going to take the chicken dinner.
Yep, the 3PL teams has been quiet for a long time, but now take up the challenge and brute force to a side of Timber, going for the rush. LY, where is Spawn? Getting on tree off the ground. Oh, well, why? He's fighting K1 despite they being charged in.
Can he do it? Here he goes! Wow. Got a little bit of help from Megatron Red Villas, but that's okay. It's still going to be LY doing a lot of heavy lifting, defending their ground, and now he has the time to revive his teammate.
He clutched the entire team of another team, K1 by himself. Now we're back to Alter Ego versus BTR. It's going to be Indonesians fighting against the Chinese team. Now, the PL teams are fighting against each other, while the Indonesians are going against each other as well.
Oh, yeah. It feels like this local connection that they're happening right now. But let's see. Circle-wise, 10 more seconds. We still got stage 7, ladies and gentlemen, so it could favor anyone at this point. Looking at the numbers right now, Tianba and Weibo Gaming has the most numbers. So, numbers-wise, it does favor them, giving them a bigger percentage of securing the final chicken dinner for today.
It falls out of Timber, trying to open up the angles and spreading out quite wide amongst each other. Now, while the lineup of Alter Ego, they're trying to find any information across the other side of the mountain. Octa spotted out the entirety of BTR, but where are the other 2 teams?
They don't have a vision just yet. But they have a clear vision now on where BTR is at. Okay, Octa on one side. We've got Fnatic on the other side as well. Octa crawling, getting as close as possible to BTR, but at the same time, looks like Weibo Gaming starting their shooting against Tianba. Taking out one from Tianba. It's going to be YDD out.
Yeah, Ma, on the other hand, trying to revive on Ming. Trying to pick himself and his friend up. Well, Timba, on the other hand, waiting for the golden opportunity to just open fires. Run, playing it patiently. They're trying to gather as much information and try to spot every single player across them. While they're being patient, Octa not so much. He wants to just go against BTR, but the terrain not on his side.
Oh man.
TNV के कितने बंदे हैं? TNV के 3 बंदे हैं ना?
Okay, if we can land this nade,
शायद WBG का चिकन ना आए या शायद आ जाए. WBG का चिकन है. चलो देखते हैं.
Now he's prepping it up, but Satar
शायद
left the building.
शायद हाँ शायद ना.
Will not bring him dividends, but Lapar is there to take the Fnatic instead.
Perfect off angle coming out from the side of Alter Ego and BTR here. Interesting fight indeed, but you can see them only flying. That was a risky one. But back to his side of Weibo Gaming, he spotted out Alva. He didn't have a clue.
Oh yeah, and that means that Alpha is currently down. Because our Red Villas, they take advantage. They know that there's one more to go. Octa is dead. Octa being spotted out by BTR. BTR surrounded, nowhere for him to go. Alter Ego is down. And now BTR against Weibo Gaming as well as Tianba.
Now, Weibo definitely didn't have a glimpse to a side of Timber. They kind of cover themselves well for Timber, but Timber can see everybody that's going on down there. BTR not in the best spot there is. Quite a bit of a lower ground if you compare to all the others. They need to climb up, but the moment they climb up, they will be shut down instead because of over peaking. But
आएगा ब्रो WB. ठीक है भाई, आप बोल रहे तो देखते हैं आगे क्या होता है.
All the other teams are.
And
मुझे
we
थोड़ा
are
सा
now
डाउट है.
officially in
बाकी
stage
देखो.
8. Arguably, this is the longest round that we have had so far today in the Pmrc. Let's see who will come up big with the chicken dinner. Can BTR balance out the chicken dinner for Southeast Asia, or will PEL take home the 4th chicken dinner for today?
Yep, so far for the Mirama, no SEA team managed to secure any Mirama chicken just yet. Will it BTR the first one to do so, or will finally WBG or Tianba
10 kill
get
निकाल
their
दिए बे
first
BTR
ever
ने,
chicken
nice.
dinner. But Lapa, on the other hand, taking a bit of a courage, just push forward by himself. They are forming a triangle for BTR.
Ooh, Boysil taking a little bit of a risk there. Tanking out the blue to get the vehicle.
तीन बार दोनों के बीच
But
में
then
फाइट
again, he's
होगी,
still on the
BTR चिकन
outside
ले
of the
जाएगा.
blue. Now the
देखो
blue
ब्रो
is
देखते
closing
हैं
in.
भाई, मेरा
Tianba
कुछ
is
डाउट है.
tanking out
लोग
the
पूरे
blue as well.
WBG का
Weibo
चिकन आएगा,
Gaming
मैं
taking
बोल
out
रहा हूँ
shots from BTR.
मुझे एक छोटा सा
But
डाउट है.
they are kind of clear on that side.
देखो आगे क्या होता है.
Three-way war here. Basically, who moves first will snooze as BTR reposition themselves in the circle.
Yeah, Mal.
It's 3v3v4
go in
situation.
for the rush. Got himself all vehicles, watch is pretty low, not much first aid, nothing at all. Got himself bandages to use for the time being. He's trying to approach towards that airdrop just nearby, hoping there'll be some first aids in there somewhere, but Tianba opened up this space between them and Gap is down on his knees.
Well, looks like there's no gap between them as Gap will be knocked down. Tianba looking for more knockdowns. Looking for
बस
more
TNBA
eliminations.
गलती ना
Too
करे
easy,
कुछ.
but BTR at the same time from behind, putting pressure on the
TNBA को यहाँ पे
Tianba.
गलती
As
नहीं करेगी
Tianba
तो easy
will
peasy
get
निकाल
another one out
सकती
of
है.
Weibo Gaming.
QZZ open up so many smokes in between there, and nobody can actually visualize him right in the center of the smoke. Suk open fires, trying to shoot down on BTR, trying to reposition himself right across him, but he's almost shattered the helmet, shattered his vest, but he needs to get out from the blue zone. It's going to be painful.
Guys, क्या बोला था मैंने?
Oh my god, they spotted out Weibo
WBG
Gaming.
का
It's
scene
up to
मेरे को
two
थोड़ा सा
teams,
लग रहा है
but
कि नहीं हो
they are
पाएगा.
outnumbered by BTR.
Well, BTR Tianba is going to take home the
अब
final
मेरे को लग रहा है कि
chicken dinner for
BTR
today. If it's going
जिस
to be
approach पे
BTR,
कर रही है
then
ले
it's
जा
going to
सकती
be
है, but
3-3, but if it's going to be
गलती करने के
Tianba,
चांसेस
it's going to
भी
be
BTR
4
नेड
chicken
अच्छा गया तो
dinners
खत्म
for the
सीन है, एक ही
PL
बचेगा.
side. Now, stage 9, no circle left. It's going to close entirely. The fight will end.
BTR अगर पुश करती है, अगर गलती कर दी तो
Oh,
TNBA
they
भी ले जा
don't have
सकती
any
है.
first aid here. Yeah, they do. They
कुछ
do.
भी छोटी मोटी गलती कर दी,
toss
ओवर
the
कर
first
दिया.
nade out, just trying
वैसे
to test
BTR को
out
लेके
the
जाना
waters,
चाहिए वाला मैच.
trying to fish and bait out BTR out of their hiding
इसमें
spot.
धनुष नहीं है क्या ब्रो?
BTR,
नहीं,
they got
धनुष
the
नहीं
high
है.
grounds. They can see Q. Oh my god, Satana was so close, but that was actually a smoke. Now this is where Tianba tried to brute force in.
FPP
Satan
का
actually surprised them. They don't know that he's behind the smoke, but the nade! Satan, that was a
FPP कर
close
ले,
one. He
FPP
doesn't
कर
have any
ले.
first stage to reset himself.
ये BT
but they
देने
still
वाला है.
don't know that Satan's
अच्छा
out.
नेड.
Maybe they do. They toss it there to Satan. Satan's currently down. 2 more to go for BTR.
BTR have to fight this
अब
in
BTR
blind
थोड़ा
due
सा
to the
pressure
smokes
में
opened
आएगी.
by Tianba.
TNBA आगे
Tianba,
push
I'm not sure
करेगी.
what's exactly the plan here. They are fighting
एक भी
it
गया तो
blind
खत्म
as
सीन है.
well.
Oh!
Just random
अब BTR के
randomizing
पास
with the
मौका है
hand grenade,
गलती
hoping
करवाने
sort
का.
of a relay going on. But BTR, can they revive their teammate to equal out the odds there? It's back to 2v3. Despite Tianba was 2 before they managed to reset on 1. But they have plenty of hand grenades.
Oh, here we go. Tianba, LY with the nade. Toss on to BTR. That's going to be his final hand grenade. And now he's going to go in for the rush mid and M4. He sees where Lapar is at.
Nice.
Lapar
Nice Tianba.
looks like
Chicken
he's
dinner
going to be the
easy.
last man standing for BTR. They're going to rush it on there. LY has it inside.
आपके भाई ने पहले ही बोला था ब्रो, TNBA.
Taking it home for P.
कितने मैन है? 3 मैन अच्छा निकाला TNBA ने यहाँ पे.
What a close
बहुत प्यारा, बहुत
comeback.
प्यारा,
You have
बहुत
to
प्यारा
give
game.
respect for the side of BTR despite they being cornered down, shoot by 2 teams before with Weibo Gaming
TNBA
and
ऊपर आ
Tianba
गई
at the
होगी
same time.
काफी.
They
Let's
lost
see.
to plays themselves that second, but Tianba, they took such a long rotation up north, lit up all the hand grenades for this particular reason.
And it brought them the chicken dinner. So, well played there by Tianba. Taking a very different route as compared to majority of the teams who take a conventional route, and it brought them this chicken dinner. Now, not directly, but then again, they evaded all the tough fights that was happening on the south side. So as they come in, they are fresh and they are prepared for the final moment.
That was well worth investing their time in the blue zone. I think they are one of the longest, the team that actually in longest in the blue zone compared to all the others of how they tried to rotate all the way north. And we have no clue what was the plan for Tianba until the end, where they're actually just giving so much smoke, so much hand grenade. You know what?
Nice
They don't
Tianba,
want
yes,
to
bro,
even
nice.
pinpoint the exact location. We just toss around the hand
Overall,
grenade,
good
hoping
day
it
though.
will hit on 1 or 2 or the entire team.
जो भी guys नए लोगों
And
stream
speaking
के अंदर
about the
make sure to hit
longest,
the
this
like
is
and subscribe to the
definitely
channel.
longest
Like and
round
subscribe
that
कर
we
देना
have
एक बार.
had so far in the Pmrc.
Really? I thought it
Yeah.
was a wrangle. Oh, I
It's
thought it was the
definitely-
first wrangle.
Okay, so none of the rounds hit stage number 9.
Oh, yeah, that's
So this is definitely the longest, and it was kept at the end. And this might have been the longest, but such entertainment towards the end there by Tianba, BTR. all the teams. You guys did amazing.
But
Donuts for all you guys.
I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be similar fights for the compounds again once more when it comes to Erangel and Miramar for day number 2 though.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye on that as well. Especially Sanhok, in which we only have one Sanhok. So, well, we don't know if he's going
Guys,
to
आ
be a
जाओ थोड़ी
repeat,
बातचीत
right? But
करें.
we
I
will
think
keep an eye on
today
that.
is the
But
day.
ladies and gentlemen,
खत्म.
that is all from us at the Castle
Yes.
Desk. My name is Sir Clark as well as Choo Choo. We'll be sending it back to the analyst desk and ask them whether they like donuts or not. Take it
Okay,
away.
guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream. अभी के लिए stream को end
Of
करेंगे.
course, we love donuts.
Bye-bye.
Food and, but then
Take
this is
care
just
and good
classic
night to
from
all of you.
Tianba.
कल मिलते हैं, कल भी stream
Securing
करेंगे
a winner
पूरा
with
पूरा.
chicken dinner for the
Bye
PL
bye bye bye
teams
bye.
on the final game of the day.